Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello, welcome to another fantastic, amazing, spectacular, throbbing edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. You want to see the dulcet tones of myself, Maffew? Joined as always by the elite. The elite team of Mr. Jack and Mr. Ross.
How wonderful it is to see you, man known as Maff.
The man, the Maff.
Not to be confused with the man with the meth.
Not to be confused with Ross. Last week, we talked about Fraser's maths teacher, who he claimed was called Mr. McMath.
He did.
Bull.
I know.
Mr. McMath. The Scottish man with the maths teacher called Mr. McMath.
Yeah.
I think I said in this village you lived in, there was a Mr. Meat the Butcher as well. But my Twitter mentions have been full this week, not of wrestling malarkey or my Hall of Fame pick or anything like that. It's just been people going, no, I do know Fraser. I can confirm this man exists.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Shout out to his pal Geordie. He's not a Geordie, he's Scottish man.
He's from a very whimsically named place as well, isn't he, Fraser?
Right, Peebles.
Peebles, that's the one.
Yeah.
Not even real, is it?
It's not even real.
It's like something you'd see on a postcard and think that's just an imaginary place, isn't it?
We used to work with a Mackham lad, and he didn't like wrestling. He didn't get it, and he used to say his major complaint about wrestling was, "Why, it's not even real."
Not even real.
While
While he sat there and wrote about Game of Thrones.
But then he came to a show, and the first match was a tag match, and the heels cheated to win, and he was hooked. He was like, "Well, that's not fair." And we're like, "Exactly, you've got it."
Oh.
No.
Peebles. Hello, I'm Mr. McMath from Peebles.
What do you do, Mr. McMath? Well, funny you should say it. I'm a maths teacher.
Oh, you know.
Of course.
How are you, Matthew?
I'm all right, pal. It's been a very non-eventful week, but that's not necessarily a negative thing.
Not in this heat.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
But I did have a little old trip to Primark, where all the cool people go, to see season 2 of the Greg's merch. To see him. Wasn't as impressed with these ones as I was the first ones, I've got to admit. And I went in, and there was a lot of people like myself going, "Oh, that's nice," and picking up the really hard
Crocs.
Yeah, Croc, for a reason. Honestly, I look at them and go, "They'd kill me."
Croc of you-know-what, man.
That's right, Sonny Jim. And and I went, all right, I don't want that. I look bad on that. And so I got this instead. This fantastic little Simpsons thing.
It's Homer disappearing into the hedge.
Exactly, because my point of reference for everything is 20 years ago, so I might as well get this. I realised
if only you could have got one of Kevin Keegan disappearing into the hedge, then that would have been amazing.
disappearing at the Carlsberg.
The advertising.
Yeah. But yeah,
one iconic match.
I mean,
anyway.
it was like the best one.
Best Premier League game ever. Every time Newcastle play Liverpool, Sky spend about an hour on the build-up.
Collymore closing in.
Just one more thing. But yeah, that was my opinion of the Greg's Mania too.
Well, I went on Friday, opening day, to the big one on Northumberland Street, right? With the sole purpose of getting myself a fanny pack, a bum bag for the holidays. Because, I'm flying with TUI, and it says explicitly on the thing, only one bit of hand luggage. So I'm like, they're not going to moan about a fanny pack with me passport and that in, so I'll go and get there. Then my girlfriend didn't let me get one, so I was like, I'll show you. You'll see. So I got myself a T-shirt, which I wore on the news this week.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Wait,
that showed her.
She denied you from getting a fanny pack.
She did, yeah. Because they're not, discreet. They're very Greg's. They're very Greg's.
Isn't it funny how girlfriends don't... I don't want to turn this into a grieving, an airing of grievances, but on holiday, I was like, I might go into that surf shop and get a surfer's T-shirt. And she went, well, you're not a surfer. I was like, you're not a skater, but you wear the Thrasher magazine thing. And she was like, that's different. Skateboarding's a cultural thing. I was like, surfing? And then I stopped myself from going into the history of how surfing invented skateboarding and all this. So I never got a surf T-shirt. It's my birthday in October, everybody. So
Get McGreg's one.
Surfing on a big sausage roll.
Wearing a fanny pack. And speaking of fannies, the big news this week, John Laurinaitis quietly let go.
That's one of the worst links you've ever done.
Do you think? Better ones. It's been quietly officially let go, according to PW Insider, and confirmed by Sean Ross Sapp from a report earlier about his job status. Being quietly let go, quite beyond a very small circle, apparently. His name has been tied to a bunch of things we can't say in this podcast that we're getting demonetized, and he's obviously been around for a while. The reaction to Laurinaitis' exit was one of excitement within WWE. Fightful Select reported They were happy they don't have to deal with him anymore. A top WWE name, that's the name given, not obviously credited to that, said, quote, he was the biggest snake in the business.
Oh, that's
Consider how many snakes are in this business.
Yeah, that's a stacked lineup to choose from.
Virgil. Jake.
Yeah.
Loads of them.
To name but two. Yeah, so he's out.
Good.
Very quietly. Through
Fair
the back
enough.
door. Just, all right,
Yeah.
hit the road, Jack.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
All you hear is bad things, isn't it? Like from when he was with talent relations, and then you go back to when he was hiring folk, like the 2009-10 sort of times. Never was sounding like a good place to be.
Yeah, from other people's reports. I mean, it's weird because he was in that job that was literally designed to be Vince McMahon wants to do this bad thing about someone's career, but he doesn't want to do it himself, so he's doing it for him.
Yeah, you're not
So
going to be
there's
the
obviously
popular.
people-
Yeah,
right.
But aside from that, he also sounded very unpopular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good riddance. Andrade,
We still like Daniel Bryan.
of course. Andrade, that'd be
have the
awkward, wouldn't it?
acclaimed had any? Has Max Caster had a rap at Bryan Danielson yet?
No.
Not yet. no.
Oh man, I'm so hot. You could toast me over s'mores. Your father-in-law. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But speaking of AEW and criticism, Andrade and Miro liked tweets criticizing AEW booking that was saying, hey, also, because of Mance Warder's match, which I'm sure I have a lot of fun talking about later on, the Redeemer tweeted, who's this guy fighting for the title? Someone then asked underneath, are you still in AEW? Seems like you were better in WWE, to which Redeemer liked this tweet. So that was a good look. And then also someone tweeted about arguing him and Miro being booked worse by Tony Khan during their time, and Andrade just popped up to go, like.
Now, Miro at his peak in WWE possibly was doing better than in AEW. But
Possibly.
He had a big tank at WrestleMania, Rusev Day and all that.
Yeah.
But there were also he had to watch Bobby Lashley neck on with his wife every week.
No.
And rehearse it backstage, apparently.
Oh, but I thought that was obviously sounds horrible and weird during that weird period where it was like there was a lot of, hey, here's your wife and get on with somebody else.
Oh, yeah, Mike and Maria.
Yeah. I don't know what was happening there.
There was
but-
that rumor that Vince apparently reckoned that people like Miro shouldn't be with people like CJ.
But Miro is handsome.
What
He
did
is.
he
Well,
mean
how
by
can he-
that?
how
What
on
did
earth-
Vince mean by that?
Miro is handsome. And when he called himself Handsome Rusev, nobody went, no. Everyone went, yeah.
If you want to hear the effect that Miro has on the ladies, check out the latest sessions of the sessions with Renee Paquette, because apparently he sat there with very short shorts on, and she's like, "Oh, your thighs are out there, Miro."
Oh, God. Moxley's going
I had it on last night, but he after liking that
So
tweet
did he?
on that episode of the sessions, which he wanted to call the oral because of the oral sessions from way back in the day.
He's a dirty man.
He's a dirty man. He was saying that he's very happy with working with AEW because he has to go once or twice a week, and it's
Yeah.
nice. He gets to recuperate. I didn't know he was a very properly religious man. He gets, I forget what phrase he used, but whatever he does for like an hour a day to spiritualize and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't realize all that was sort of,
That's interesting because you'd think that he wasn't, because his gimmick's all like, I'm going
Yeah.
to slay God.
I'm so religious. I spend an hour a day threatening God. Yeah, because you have to believe in God to be able to want to kill him. Yeah, it's a good point there, Joe. Also, the further reveals another Vince McMahon payment
Oh, my God.
that had an unrecorded expense. We're saying this.
Two.
We
Totaling $5 million, I think.
Oh, yeah, so the combined is just under 20 million, 19.6.
he didn't go to Primark then.
No, he don't go to Primark. And that's all we can say about that for now until we get more details about what this will exactly mean. And yeah.
When does it stop? When will the last story about Vince come out? Maybe never. Probably never. Is this the tip of the ice, the Vinceberg?
The Vinceberg.
I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't make light of
He's
this.
starting
know.
to feel like they'll never get them all.
No.
There'll just be a constant like drip drab of like payments here, payments there. Yay.
Hey,
I don't know what we say about
Yeah,
that.
we'll just say it and move on. Matt Menard sustained multiple injuries at AW Blood and Guts. A rough night for Daddy Magic. Wrote down Aidan Gibbons for Cultaholic's amazing news website.
Thank you.
He said in his interview with JOFO in the ring, he suffered multiple injuries. He said it was a hell of an ordeal. Very early on in that match, I kind of got dumped my head by Santana. It wasn't pretty. Ended up actually tearing parts of my shoulder, my labrum, my rotator cuff. If you're wondering, geez, Daddy Magic, early on in the match, didn't you climb the top of the cage to save Chris Jericho? Did you climb to the top of the cage to save Chris Jericho with a torn shoulder, with your shoulder torn to shreds? The answer is yes. I'm basically a hero. The good news here is that it doesn't look like it's going to require surgery. We're rehabbing it, injecting some stem cells into the shoulder. It'll be all right. So, well done. Good job on the hero.
Summertime Matt Menard.
Yeah. This is a two-parter. Ric Flair happy with performance in the last match. I'm very happy with it. I needed to give it one more shot. I feel like I didn't go out the right way and to have the relationship now I do have with Andrade and with Charlotte. To have a son-in-law like him be a tag partner. If he didn't tag with me at this time, we have the whole family there. That just drags on. And then later on he said, by the way, I also passed out twice. One of my perfect way to be 220 going in, last day and a half, aside from all the work that I had planned for me to do, I didn't hydrate because I had it in my mind I had to weigh 219. So anyway, I went to the ring at about 217 and he became dehydrated.
It's not UFC. He doesn't need to make weight. Why did he not just drink some water?
Yeah, I said, man, I think I'm getting sick because I was getting lightheaded. Nothing to do with my heart, nothing to do with my intestines. I was just getting lightheaded. So I think Jay said, we've got to move this along. And that isn't what I meant. But the point where Andrade came over and said, your turn, sir, your turn, sir. So I got in, but I didn't know we were in the match because I'd missed about clearly 10 seconds of it. So it went perfectly. And he's also said, sadly, wow, I wish I hadn't said it was my last match. And that was the Carlos Colon interaction in Puerto Rico. He's doing it again, isn't he?
No.
But, you joke about saying it went perfectly. You listen to the Behind the Match podcast with Jeff Jarrett and Conrad. The hot tag spot where Ric Flair is hanging onto the ropes on his arse, just sat on the apron, and then sort of just rolls in the ring. That happened exactly how it was supposed to happen, according to Conrad and Jeff Jarrett. Okay. They rehearsed it, I think they said 4 times in the afternoon, and that's what was planned. So it went off without a hitch.
Got away with it, he said.
You know when they say that wrestlers in the mold of Ric Flair, like really technically proficient worker wrestler types, could have a good match in their sleep. Maybe he was just putting it to the test.
Well, I remember the early rumor or joke that people could announce his final opponent was going to be a broomstick. Just, all right, go on. We've heard about this match for decades. Let's see it finally.
I did have to laugh about that the podcast with Jeff Jarrett and Conrad because they were like, a lot of people were expecting Rick to wrestle like it was 1986 in Chi-Town. Like, who was?
No one.
No one was. They were like, if you were believing that to be the case, you're a dumbass.
You're a mark.
No.
What are you on about?
We thought he was going to die, so that's what we're worried about.
Yeah, it was a painful watch.
Again, I love Conrad and Jeff, but I'm not listening. I'm glad you've listened to it because I don't want to listen to it.
To be fair, though, apparently Road Dogg was a big detractor of the entire idea. He was working backstage at Gorilla for the entire show. And Conrad was laying it out, like, from Rick's perspective, why this was a good thing for Rick. And it sort of got me on board with the idea of it. Because I was like, oh, what's he doing it for? But I was looking from my selfish perspective, not Rick's perspective. And he was taking it back to when, obviously, his son died, when he was wrapping things up with TNA. And he went out with TNA, and then he had the 5 years of drinking, and then this, that, and the other. And the way he laid it out was like, yeah, fair play for Rick wanting to do that. But I do hope that was the last one, because it was scary.
Yeah.
And obviously not just for the viewer. It was scary for Rick as well, passing out twice.
Yeah. Well, of course, Conrad made you feel that way because he's a natural-born salesperson.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a mortgage yet, though.
Guy Coke can help. Frustration over... I was allowed to be typed up here, but it was people going, hey, how can WWE say all that thing and have Titus O'Neil come out and go, we don't have any politics here, when there was that Trump thing on a truck from 2 years ago. And I'm like... That seemed a weird thing for people to point out in the news because we all know that Linda's part of, not the cabinet. Wait, that's not right, is it? Sorry.
She's
the Orlando Jordan
the
of the
Senate, maybe, or the House of Representatives or something. One of the America
Sorry,
things.
laugh all over you, Jack. Yes, you are right.
But no, I don't know which one she's in, but she was something to do with small businesses.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't believe it. It's very believable.
Small businesses like WWE.
Of course, that's small, tiny, mom and pop.
Hey, they don't have the monopoly over the professional wrestling world.
Right.
We learned that earlier this year with the MLW lawsuit.
Yeah, and they went, look at AEW.
That's the monopoly.
Dan is currently trying to find out what Linda's role was. Oh.
Administrator of the Small Business Administration. The Senate confirmation hearing began on whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, like Neville on a Red Bull, part of a super PAC. Oof. Swing and a miss. Mark Henry reveals why he no longer wrestles. And he says, to be honest, to be completely transparent, I got nerve damage is why I don't wrestle. My back, I've got, I can't even say that, sacroiliac joint. So sometimes just be taken in a wheelchair throughout an airport. And I had no idea about that because we did see it was his last WWE appearance with that Randy Orton dealing with all the legends.
He had
that
the thing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, but obviously because you never see him because he's just doing ring announce and whatever. Didn't realize that was like a permanent thing for him. So yeah, I wasn't aware because you just look at him and go, it's Mark Henry.
Yeah.
That's what he likes, right?
Yeah,
He's like,
hopefully
no.
he's all right.
Yeah. Christopher Daniels heading to All Japan Pro Wrestling because both him and
Beg your pardon? He's went up in my estimation.
because they're both celebrating their 50th anniversary in wrestling. Thank you. Booker T turns down last match offer. Booker T was asked
From All Japan as well.
Yeah. Someone asked him on his podcast, "Hey, were you ever going to do a last match like Ric Flair?" And he went, he was approached to do like Harlem Heat, last final match. And he goes, "We ain't doing nothing of that. I just had a match a couple of weeks ago. My knee was killing me. I couldn't imagine what it's going to feel like next year. Y'all can forget about seeing me one last match," he said. "The thing is, I'm still working. I'm still having matches. You're never just going to go see me go have that last match." He says, "You're never going to see me do a lot in the ring. I'm never going to build up to a match like that, like I'm doing a whole lot. One tag in, one tag out, that's it. I'm done. Where's my check? Nah. I learned from one of my teachers back in the day, Hacksaw Butch Reed. I got tagged with him in Global, and he said, 'Man, I'm coming in one time. I'm coming out, asking for my check.' That's the way you do it." So, thank you, Booker T.
He looks fantastic, though. So I saw the pictures from his last match. He had the Harlem Heat gear on. It looked like it was 2010. No, it did.
No, he said Harlem Heat. I think so. It was like 98 or something.
No, he had his Harlem Heat gear on, but his physique was
Right,
like it
right,
was, 2010 Booker T.
Yeah.
Still very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2010 Booker T still got.
Oh, yeah.
Bryan Danielson told WWE him being eliminated quickly at Rumble 2015 was a bad idea.
I mean,
Danielson says, "I knew, and especially because I just come back from neck surgery, when they told me what I was doing in the Rumble and that I was only going to be there for 4 or 5 minutes, I told them, I think this is a bad idea. This isn't necessarily great for Roman." They kind of ignored that. Then it wasn't. Stuff happened, and that was that. All of that to say, Roman has done such a great job, and now he's the biggest star in wrestling. He's performed at such a high level for a long time. He's done such a great job. Well done.
yeah.
Kane re-elected mayor.
Okay.
Moving on. Road Dogg claims Brock Lesnar refused to wrestle Jinder Mahal. Now, this is actually decent news because they've done this every year, if I'm right, the Raw vs. SmackDown thing in Survivor Series, where they've had one match announced, but then someone's got changed because it's planned who's
God,
the
they
champion.
made the match graphic for this, didn't they?
They did do it, and then they changed it, but they've done that every year. I thought it was like, aha, got you. But apparently, according to Road Dogg, who apparently is still looking for work, he sent something to Aidan Gibbons, I guess, some work on the website. Brock didn't want to work with
introduce
Jinder.
this podcast. You
Road
could
Dogg, yeah.
just come in at the start. Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Every week. Brock said, quote, "I'm not working with him." He said about several people, by the way. Look, that's why I assumed. I know what happens when you assume, but that's what I assumed, and I don't think that's a bad idea. You know what I mean? What?
Oh, you didn't know?
It's just a bunch of words. I should have read that. That was absolutely nothing there. Listen like a guy at a bus stop. Sorry.
What year would that
But
have
yeah,
been?
2017, yeah.
When Jinder was...
Yeah, because then I was at the one where where AJ Styles beat Jinder in Manchester.
Oh, when he won the belt. No, the first time it had changed hands on UK soil.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Kenny McIntosh was there
That's right.
in the crowd.
Wow, what a cameo. We don't need Road Dogg this week. Got walk
He was going mental in the crowd, so he was.
Fair enough.
He did a good job at StarCast, did Kenny?
Yeah.
It's always going to say, who? This news reported to, who's that? Was that, we know him.
Bloody Kenny.
Bloody
I
Kenny.
haven't seen Kenny for a while.
Me neither.
Many a year.
I'm dead to him now.
Because of lockdown and all that.
Oh, good lad. What else? Got a lot of news.
Kevin Nash is ruled out with Return to the Ring.
We heard him on his podcast. Yeah. He said, not even for Saudi Arabia money will I come back.
What am I going to do with that $500,000? Just put it in my bank account. The rest of the money I don't spend. He wants to see my rickety old arse in there. He's saying, I love Kevin Nash.
Love him so much. Update on Logan Paul's status. He impressed many people, but he's not going to be around anytime soon because he's gone back to boxing.
Okay.
Oh, he's fighting someone, isn't he?
Oh, we hope
He's
so.
fighting someone. Is it at Wembley? I'm sure I saw this the other day.
At Wembley?
I'm sure it was at Wembley.
It didn't say that on me.
Maybe I dreamt this.
Paul had previously three boxing matches, last facing Floyd Mayweather Jr.
He did.
I forgot about that.
He did. And there were rumours.
I've just made that up, clearly.
Maybe it was Jake Paul.
I hope not.
Floyd Mayweather, there's rumours that he knocked him out in the middle of a round and then held him up and you watch it, and he does catch it.
Yeah.
It's weird because they're such different sizes, but obviously one's arguably
so
the best
weird.
boxer ever.
We're in this weird generation now where it's like, we have one of the greatest boxers of all time taking on Logan Paul. And people are like, yeah, we'll pay for it. Like, what would it have been like, I don't know, 20 years ago? Who would have thought Mike Tyson?
Yeah. No
Peter
one.
Andre?
Yeah.
Maffew Kelly, yeah.
That might be a fair fight, actually.
I'm more interested in the one that Mayweather did that wasn't part of his official record, but he went to like somewhere in Asia, Japan, I think.
Raisin.
Fought a
Raisin,
kickboxer or something. But he was under the impression it was going to be just an exhibition, and the lad decided, I'm going to knock out Floyd Mayweather. And then Mayweather thought, no, you're not.
Floyd's massive compared to him. This guy's first boxing, so he's a kickboxer or whatever. Yeah. Floyd just knocks him down 3 times. And then the guy's crying his eyes out how mousy he is. It cuts to Floyd and he's done.
See the one where Chris Eubank knocks someone out and then just stands? Stands like that.
He knocks him out with 1 punch in 30 seconds.
Chris
He
Eubank's
earned the right to just do
man. Yeah.
that. So great.
Anyway.
Good God, sorry. Back to serious wrestling. Got a lot of news this week, most of which come back. Triple H, apparently the quote used was dismayed by the previous booking of Karrion Kross.
Quite clearly.
Yeah.
How could you not?
Look what they've done to my boy.
They've massacred.
They massacred my boy.
boy.
What film's that from?
Don't know. The memes.
Star Trek. Con. June.
Yeah, there we go. Just name a few.
Is it? Oh, fair enough.
I couldn't tell if you
Part
knew or
one.
not.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I think I've just seen so many memes. I never even knew that was a Godfather
That's
thing.
great.
Oh.
Were there oranges in the scene?
No, because he was already dead.
Okay, got
I love that you know that. Oh, okay. Dustin Rhodes says AEW will eventually start bringing 2-day pay-per-views, and then Tony Khan just responded today going, no, it's not true.
Why would he say that? I love Dustin, but why would he say that? I like it because it's a very specific thing he's put out into the universe there, Dustin. Yeah. There's going to be 2-night AEW pay-per-views. Yeah. It's not like, we could be bringing in, I don't know, The Rock for a match. Something just really speculatory from a pie in the sky.
Quite a specific thing.
It's a very specific thing he said. So I reckon Tony's playing a little blufferlicious.
Do you think... Because we were talking about it, I think it was me and Tom on the news, I think, when we were talking about this, and saying that this is before Tony then rebuked it. And we were saying, like, actually... aside from it, like, taking up more of our weekends, like, not from our selfish point of view, but just generally, that might work for AEW because they don't do that many pay-per-views and the roster's too big and they need to give more people more attention. So 2-day pay-per-views would work. And we were like, yes, that's a good idea, actually. And then Tony went, no. But I think...
Why would he say that? I love him.
Hey, guys.
To be fair, I'm not against the idea, maybe because there's certain AEW pay-per-views where it does drag on.
I was going to say, some of these take 2 days to watch.
Yeah.
So.
So splitting the cards in half and having 2 banger nights back to back,
because it's Tony, do you think both nights would just be as long as a normal pay-per-view?
Oh, God, you're right.
That's the catch-22 of the situation.
It'll mean 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
AEW, God.
Have we got another one coming up?
Oh, yes.
The last one barely finished.
I know.
Yep. And it's another title. And you're all right, fine. At least the match will be good. And you look at the lineup going, hang on, what are the big names?
I kind of believe the Aussie Open have been invited back, right? Because they proved... They proved when they were there they're terrible because they lost all the time.
They were letting Ospreay down every night.
Every single time. Ospreay was doing well. In comes the Aussie Open. They get beat.
That's rubbish. One of the worst tag teams in the world.
Boo.
Boo.
So there was a while where you could genuinely say they were the best tag team in the UK.
Yeah, so in case people don't know, they're
We're
amazing.
being sarcastic.
Yeah, being sarcastic because
Ross is being serious, but I mean...
They never got booked to win, ever.
Yeah. And the big news this week, not quite, but I'm ending on it. I went through a bunch of old notes on my phone that I hadn't looked at in a while. Because, like, these, like, memos almost, but you don't read them. But I'll go back to them. I'll actually read these. And one of them said, watch Home Alone 3 to impress Ross and Jack. So this might be from a year ago. Well, I sat down and watched it this week.
Oh, this is my town.
This is my town. Watch your step.
Yeah.
Come around. Scarlett Johansson's there.
Scarlett Johansson, yeah, she's...
Thoughts on Mrs. Hess?
Yeah.
That's the mum, right?
Yeah. No, the old woman.
The evil
Oh,
old
the evil woman.
who turns good by the end. A wonderful character arc.
Yeah, she changes it. Yeah, she turns against God. She's jobs in the mirror. Didn't think... Home Alone 1 and 2 I appreciate way more because you appreciate how hard it is to get out a kid who can act and carry a film.
What are you going to say about Alex?
This kid is not a Macaulay Culkin.
What are you saying about Alex? He's got chicken pox. He's sad. The range is...
He's got a little rat.
Yeah.
He's got a little cute haircut.
Yeah.
He's got a remote control car with a...
I thought it was the brothers.
Doris.
No, the brothers got the parrot.
Yeah, that sings in the shower.
Got a
Sings
white-
Bad Leroy Brown.
Got a white rat.
That parrot was out acting that kid 2-1. That kid didn't sing once.
Did you not like the bit where one of the bad guys goes, "You smacked my winky"?
I don't like that.
One of the traps hits him in the...
No, because that guy is one of the dudes from Twin Peaks in one of the only other roles I've seen him, and he looked just like the guy from Twin Peaks in a
Is
suit.
that the guy who looks a bit like David Schwimmer?
Yes.
Okay, right, yeah.
Right.
He looks like he's always going to be typecast as that creepy, weird dude. Because he's got one of those faces. And sure enough, here he is trying to break into a kid's house to sell a top secret government agency car.
Brilliant.
See, if I was to pick any of the baddies to be in a big role like that, I would have picked the main guy who gets sprayed in the eyes through the letterbox. But no.
It was a weird setup because, like, all right, how can we have some people trying to break into this one person's house but not make it too much like Home Alone? I've got it. Secret mob technology for the army. It was like, all right, fine, just go nuts. Brilliant. I did like the old woman to start. It's like, you didn't do my driveway properly. And he goes, but. Goes, butts are for ashtrays, young man.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the evil Mrs. Hess. The old Mrs. Hess.
Well, thanks for watching that, Matthew.
Yeah. After me bugging you to watch Goodfellas for a year and a half, we're even.
Now you've watched my Goodfellas.
Yes, that's your Goodfellas, Home Alone 3.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment. Apart from mine, the Hall of Fame.
This was hotly contested.
It
this one.
certainly was. Wow. Neck, and that was it. In condescending order from last place, Logan Paul, me going, hey, ready to eat crow? Let me
I was
just put him
shocked
in
when
and
Matthew
say,
nominated
I'm
Logan
shocked
Paul.
to hear this.
yeah, I go, look, I've said many things about him that didn't realise how much of it was going to translate. He looked amazing at SummerSlam. Let me put him in the Hall of Fame and see if I'm on the
It
same
made me and
wavelength.
Fraser do like the Bobby Lashley pop. We were like, whoa!
And you know what? People are so on board with this idea. 5%. I would have gotten a higher result if I hadn't nominated anything. So, yeah, there we go. The police raid of Cultaholic.
Mm-hmm.
This sounded fantastic to be a part of.
What a story this
You
man
know,
told.
that he made it out unscathed, obviously. It sounded like a great thing to be a part of.
Yeah. 46%. Just slightly ahead. The list of Fraser, possibly the most passive-aggressive thing that's ever been nominated for the Hall of Fame. 49%.
Yeah.
That much in it. Well done, Jack.
Thank you.
We had to go on the referee to decide that.
VAR.
But yeah, well done, mate.
I saw you calling my pick for Maurice lazy. I'll have you know
I
I've
thought
been,
it
thinking,
was.
I've been thinking about it for many years.
Oh, I thought it was a lazy pick.
Many years.
Fair enough.
So many years.
Well, I haven't got one this week, so I've just come up with a rubbish one. Mine's going to be rubbish this week, unfortunately. But I've got the win in the bag, so I don't mind.
Mine's tied into the big question.
Oh!
Mine's
We're
got
still
nothing to do
doing
with
the-
any of it.
Still doing the comebacks one, are we? Yeah. The comeback big question?
Yeah, the returns.
absolutely.
Yeah, returns.
Phew.
Yeah. Mine was just this morning. So Bethany's been going to work. She's been getting up earlier than me because she's been on early shifts at work. She's doing like 8 till 4. So she's out of the house. Before I leave, I do a little sweep. Just so I
Like
can
the
see,
puppet?
just so I can see both the cats. So one hasn't like been locked in the bathroom by accident, or just so they're both there. And I'm like, right, now I can leave. Couldn't find one of them, so I stood on the bed and he was on top of the wardrobe, right? And I thought, sound right. I've seen that cat, I've seen that one. But as I'm on the bed looking on top of the wardrobe, I had a song on. And do you remember Simian Mobile Disco? We are your friends. You. And as I was on the bed, the instrumental, the bass line, the doom, 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 and I just gave it a bit of that. I was like, ooh, this is good. While looking at the cat, dancing to him, and then stopped, looked out the window, bin wagon's there. And I was just like, nah. So I just kind of got down, and I was like...
When you say get down, do you mean like...
yeah, I broke it down.
And then the bin man joined it. Yeah.
No, I just sheepishly climbed down from the bed and left and went to work. But waited for them to round the corner. I just thought, I can't walk past them now. I don't know if they actually did see, but it was like in a film. Like they were right outside, and I was like, ah. So
Just after Father Ted saw some racist jokes, staring right at him.
yeah, I don't know what to nominate in this story. Do I nominate the song or just the whole just Jack's embarrassing morning?
If you put that, people will vote for it even if they don't listen to the podcast. So
Jack's Embarrassing Morning.
there you go.
Inspired by the song We Are Your Friends, which I hadn't heard for a while, and it was so good it moved me to
What's
bust
in
a
the
few
band?
moves. Well, I think it's, you remember Justice or Justice, the like kind of Daft Punk style French house band. Them versus or X, Simian Mobile Disco, I think, but Dan's going to check now. And then it was also the name of a Zac Efron film about DJing, which did not receive
We
critical.
Are Your Friends. There you go.
Which did not receive critical acclaim.
It did not. Justice versus Simeon.
Oh, I thought it was Simian Mobile Disco. Maybe it's a different Simian. Might be the same one. Good song though.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that.
just didn't-
Jack's embarrassing story. It's a new radio bit.
Funny story.
Yeah. You weren't here last time. Do you want to go first or do you want me?
It's up to you, Maffew. Do you want to do?
I have. It's been, like I said at the start of the podcast, it's not been an exciting balls out week for me. So I think I'll just share this little story that happened with me and then I'll get to how it ties in my Hall of Fame pick. So, Sunday morning, Mender Ward's down.
I've read your Facebook. Okay, right. But
I'll do the
obviously-
generalized version because it cuts out all the swearing. Basically, had the first thing involving someone starting on us in years.
Starting.
Well,
starting late.
Yeah, I saw you doing the voice.
Just explain
of someone.
it.
It's exactly what the guy sounded like as well.
Acting aggressively toward.
Yes.
Wanting a fight.
So I've been wanting a fight. That's right, and I've just been very lucky, I guess. Or I'll better be lucky than anything else. So yeah, I've been very lucky, I guess. Gone down Westgate Road, which some people on Facebook went, well, that was the first mistake. And somebody had been out the night before, and he was clearly dressed from his gear.
So this is
That's
early
lovely.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, so he looked exactly like you'd expect. If you say, all right, shut your eyes, imagine a Raji on a night out on a Saturday.
Rockports.
Yeah, there you go. There
Blue
you go.
jeans,
Yeah,
What was he
yeah.
wearing on his...
Just Macklemore, essentially, at this
Macklemore.
point. And all this. And he says, show me, pal, you got any change? And I went, no, sorry, pal, don't have any. Stares at us. I'm like, I don't carry change. Like, post-COVID, once I realised, like, how many things I carry around with me, that's basically just plague spreaders. It's like, nah, dirty change. But then, carried on, and he bumped into, like, the only other person on the street who did give him some change. So then, Mr. I haven't been to sleep yet, and I really need a kip and a cuddle, started yelling at us. I'm like, it's nice. This person has shown some human consideration, which is not a really essential one to hear this time of the morning. Unlike that guy over there with the bag, because I had me bag.
With the bag.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, he must mean me. And I turned around and did the Randy Orton like just did. Like, are you talking to me?
Hey, nothing you can say.
Yeah.
Nothing's going
Are
to
you
change
talking
what
to
you've
me?
done to me.
You must be talking to me.
He's going to that dark place.
Yeah. I hear voices in my head and all this. And he went,
Did you drop D-knees and start like pounding the road?
Shave me head close to my skull. And then he went, yeah, stay there. I'm going to come bring you. And I went, huh? And I went, all right. You had to cross the road. You had to check both sides so you get my car. He's not that daft. And then ran over. And I'm like, what do I do here? And I went, better run. And just did the thing because I went, he was bigger than me. So if he caught us, he would have braided us. But then turned around and like, oh, how fast is he going? And he was like, going full tilt. I went, all right, okay, fair enough. I kept on. And I come turn around and goes, what are you doing? You've been trying to go brace because how many change, you idiot. And then I hear him stop because he's obviously out of breath because he's just gone from stop position to start. You can't go that far. Well, he's like, wait there, sir. I'm going to stretch my limbs so I'll be able to run quicker for longer. No, he didn't do that.
Also,
And so-
this is first thing in the morning. Whereas
First thing in the morning.
He's been on a night out.
First thing in the morning, he's obviously full of good times
Yeah.
still. They're coming bad times now, but he still wanted to make the most of it. And I realised, oh, wait, yeah, he's bigger than me, but I'm smaller, whatever. And my best ability, if fighting games at all as anything, is just because I'm not as big, I can run faster.
You're a nippier man.
Got better cardio, got that twink speed. And once I realised I was far away from him and he wasn't going to catch us, I just turned around and started yelling stuff at him.
Oh, you naughty man.
Because, many people have said my best ability is my mouth. And God knows it's me.
This proves that, by the way.
Absolutely, because I just cursed him out and went like, ha ha. Like I said, you'll never catch us. I didn't even have running shoes on, and I was still able to. So I was the gingerbread man. So I'm like, ha ha. Going from being like,
Chase me.
a bit worried, like, oh, what's going to happen here? Like, this could be bad. I'm like, ha ha. Can't catch
Oh
us.
no.
Call them out in shape and all this stuff. This is a very generalized PG version.
No.
And again, it must have been because I looked at that Twitter thread of, it was Eddie Kingston, he's doing that signing thing, and everyone's like, what do you think of Taz? And he's just cursing everybody out or saying things about them. I don't know where this came from, but this guy who's just ruining my morning, the day's not even started, and he's already trying to make it hard. So I don't know how this came out of my head. I went, "You're out of shape, you suck," words to that effect, and your mother doesn't love you. And
Man.
I didn't hear from him.
Hey.
I don't think I've ever said that to somebody. That's a horrible thing.
He's still thinking about that now.
He didn't say anything.
He doesn't remember.
Because he was completely out of breath. So he's going, oh, he's like, oh, it's a bit harsh, mate.
Yeah.
I was only going to beat you up, so I need to say some truths.
By this point,
So,
where was the end of the... Still on Westgate Road, or do you know?
Still on Westgate.
So you
didn't run that.
You didn't take him all the way to, like, Monument or something?
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would have said something like, this guy's still chasing me to Monument. Oh, no. It's like a Terminator chasing me at that point.
Or maybe, let's say the big market. You didn't get to the big market.
No, barely on the same road.
Oh,
He gave up really quickly. He was
To be fair, I don't know
a
where...
sprinter, not a marathon runner.
Westgate Road's a big road, so I don't know where... Yeah.
He's a bold, not a Mo Farah. So one of the funny thing is because you in your bag, and I had a bag with granola in it, and for some reason like, hey, I realized what that must have looked like. Hey, you can insult me all you like, but you leave my granola alone.
At least you had a weapon if you did catch you.
Yeah.
Threw granola in his eyes like, ah. So my nomination this week is just granola.
Okay, fair enough.
Isn't it a good cereal?
Are you sure that's the most effective one to secure the votes? Granola?
Even saying this, I don't think it's that particularly an interesting thing that's happened to me this week, because usually there's more interesting stuff that comes up my mouth.
I'd be retelling that for days.
I don't want to think people like, oh, look at big mouth Maffew giving the big guns on the podcast. That his way of... the Bishop Borden people are not happy about this, by the way. I told them on Facebook.
Because you ran.
They were like, you ran from a fight. I'm like, yeah, mate, you would have done it. It's not the point. It's not the Bish way. So I'm going to lose votes if people actually listen to the story and going, your brave story is you running away.
You bravely ran away?
I bravely ran away whilst
did it.
heckling a man.
Wow.
And it stopped him in his tracks.
I think you were
So I'm vote granola, which is the breakout star of the story.
I think you were sensible there, Matthew.
The safest
Thank
tactic
you.
in a fight is always to run away.
Fighting resolves nothing.
Yes.
I nearly said fightful resolves nothing.
Oh, well, thank you, Ross. Yeah, so granola, the cereal that, when I used to eat it, used to cut up my gums every time, so I used to avoid it. But then it was on sale a while ago, and I don't know, maybe they've just changed how they make it, but it no longer cuts me to shreds.
Now you've got...
Like John Moxley every 2 weeks.
Your
in
adult
AEW.
gums in.
Well, that's his hard
Maybe
gums,
that's
isn't
it, yeah. Hard times. Hard times make hard men, obviously. So granola,
Granola.
the breakfast of champions. What have you got, Ross?
Well, the big question this week is about the best comebacks in the history of professional wrestling.
Returns.
You're right, and I'm realising, I hope
Returns
we've
or
also
comebacks?
searched to see if
Same thing, isn't it?
have we done comebacks. We're
No.
thinking of another word for returns.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't think of
what
one.
have we done?
Have we definitely? Can you just have a look on the
You
little
just search
thing?
comebacks, please, yeah.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
No,
God,
no.
Whilst we're doing this, Ross is going to stall for time.
No,
I'll
well,
stall
I'm
for
gonna
time.
say-
Why is that?
Because I was reading the internet this week and I saw a story about a return/comeback. Should Shawn Michaels come back for one more match?
No.
We're in the clear, don't worry about
Hey.
that. And I saw this incredible thing, which Dan will now show to the watching audience on YouTube. Woolly mammoths are making a comeback with the big question, should we eat them? It's the big question that everyone has to... Apparently there's a place in Texas, if memory serves correctly, that is going to try and just sort of genetically modify things. That is a woolly mammoth, just in case people... It's the thing from Ice Age. We've all seen a woolly mammoth. They're going to try and genetically modify stuff and bring back the woolly mammoth. And myself and Dan had a little conversation about this before the podcast came on the air. And he was like, would you eat one? And I was like, of course I would. Otherwise, what's the point of bringing them back? What purpose does a
I
woolly
was going to
mammoth
say,
serve?
do we need the woolly mammoth back?
What purpose would a woolly mammoth serve?
What were they originally? Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, what do they do?
Did they exist when humans did?
The Ice Age.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've got no
This
idea.
be like a question that comes up on Pointless.
It was just
Things that existed when human...
I think it was Tuesday afternoon in the office. I was just sat there reading this, and I was just like, "Oh, woolly mammoths are making a comeback." And Aidan Gibbons, who was a fan of corned beef pasties, he just started laughing. So I was like, I must be onto something here. So we'll go for the woolly mammoth making a comeback, because I would quite like to see a woolly mammoth in the flesh, to be fair. If we're going to get them at a zoo or something like that with the penguins.
Yeah. How much bigger were they then? Were they bigger than?
Penguin's like, I'm seeing you for a while.
Were they meant to be bigger than elephants?
I imagine they're the size of an elephant, yeah. Just going off Ice Age, this.
Right.
Yeah, they're massive in that.
Yeah, they are big boys.
And that Power Ranger one was kind of big enough. But you couldn't eat that one, though.
But,
yeah, this is an amazing story. First of all, you hit us the fact that Woolly Mammoths could be coming back. So it's literally Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Imagine that, though.
No, isn't the whole idea of Jurassic Park
Yeah, the
that we shouldn't
question
do
isn't
stuff
that
like...
could we?
This is like when Squid Games be made into a TV show and people are like, that wasn't the point of the show. It's like Jurassic Park, bringing
They're
dinosaurs
making a
back.
Squid game show.
Yeah, it'd been out for a while on Netflix.
Oh my god.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast did one. It's on the old show now. I watched it.
Mr. Beast.
He spent like $8 million or something. I might have plucked 8 out of my head, but it was millions.
You know how weird it is? I don't know anything about him apart from he shows up and does something wholesome, and I don't like him. And that's all I know about him. How bad's that? I barely even know the guy.
I like his Kavorka because he inspired a cultaholic punishment back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Where Adam had to say, "You will have it." Was it 100,000?
So many times.
Oh, he's the one responsible.
Yeah, I think he originated. He was the originator.
He
of
said
For
Logan.
Pacini's
He said
brain
Logan,
damage. Right,
he said
great.
Logan Paul 100,000 times. That's what he said. He did.
He had to what?
But he's.
I'd quit if that was. If I lost my money, all right, mate. It's been a good
He
run.
seems to be the only YouTuber of his size who will say something in a video title and it's not clickbait. Like he actually does.
okay.
It actually is what he says in the video. Yeah.
So he's not into wrestling.
No, he's not a worker, brother.
All right, well, good for him then. I'll take it back. But yeah, Woolly Mammoths making a comeback.
Making a comeback.
And you try one.
I would try if a woolly mammoth steak and/or burger and/or sausage was put in front of me. I would have one.
What's the most exotic meat you've sampled?
Funny you asked there, Matthew.
No,
Because
not
during lockdown, I was on Instagram and saw Andy Carroll, famed former Newcastle United player, share this company, which I'll not mention by name because I think they've gone defunct as we're sat here right now. But it was basically this company which provided exotic meats in the forms of burgers and steaks and sausages.
Okay.
And shanks as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, we'll get involved with this. I was eating zebra during lockdown. I was eating alligator. I was eating llama. I was eating wild boar, venison.
Oh, venison's nice.
Venison.
Oh, yes, venison's lovely.
And he-
Oh, lockdown was so terrible. I
when
only
he
have
was-
venison once a week.
When he was saying all this in the office, Fraser just chimed in and goes, "Venison's nice, yeah." The arrogance.
Yeah. It wasn't an arrogant response.
He put it on the list.
I'm the list over now.
But it's not as fancy as it sounds though, because this box, which the company looked fancy, it had a few good reviews on Google.
Yeah.
But when you look at the company address, it's a house in Gateshead. So this box of zebra burgers and stuff like this came from a house in Gateshead.
What was the nicest one?
I loved the zebra. Ostrich as well was nice.
I've seen ostrich.
I've had ostrich.
I've
before.
seen
That's
them.
nice.
I've seen them at festivals set up an ostrich burger. I've never had it though.
Oh, so Morrison's had it for a bit. I think it was. I can't remember what year it was. Must be something to do with Australia and New Zealand happening sports-wise.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
rugby, I can't remember. But yeah, they had ostrich burgers in. Oof, they were lovely.
yeah.
And then I had them from some of the vendors by Monument. Nowhere near as good.
Okay.
So
It's a shame. But my rationale was if it's good enough for Andy Carroll to suckle on, I'll do it's good enough for me. It was only like 45 quid or something like that. Lasted me about 6 months. It's good.
wow, fair
okay.
enough.
Wow.
Fair enough.
And, it was from a place in Gateshead.
The business address was just a house in Gateshead.
And there wasn't like the Gateshead Zoo looking a bit empty week after week.
Well, funny enough, the page did have lots of pictures of this bulldog. Yeah. That was a joke, everybody. They didn't kill a bulldog, hopefully.
Fair enough.
Isn't it funny? We can joke about killing our mama for food, that's fine, but killing about dogs, like that's just not funny, Ross.
Mammoths don't exist anymore. Well,
No, we're bringing them back to life just to kill them again.
Yeah.
It's like Conrad Thompson.
Oh, my God.
Wow, those are some good picks this week. We had Jack's embarrassing story.
Embarrassing morning.
And it can't have
story,
like
yeah.
capital letter at the start of every word, so you know it's a proper radio bit.
Jack's embarrassing morning.
Matthew's granola. Makes it sound like it's a special story. And
The comeback of the woolly mammoth.
Okay.
man, these
Imagine.
they're like 3 really cool indie bands now.
Jack's embarrassing story.
Jack's embarrassing story be headlining Reading tent. Yeah.
The comeback of the woolly mammoth. That's like an
The
album.
comeback of the Woolly Mammoth, absolutely.
They're prog rock.
That's-
They're
that's
like
prog-
I was going to
20
say
minute
Pink
guitar
Floyd's
solos,
album,
yeah.
post rock.
And yours is
Matthew's granola. A really crap techno band playing for 10 people. Anyway, all those picks are yours alone to pick. But only if you go to Cultaholic.
No.
Cultaholic's Patreon. Patreon. I got loads of sleep last night. I can barely think. Sometimes I do this podcast with 2 hours sleep and I'm perfect. I'm very sorry.
It's the heat, Maffew. It's 28
It
degrees
really is.
Celsius outside.
I've been cooking like one of your loins of zebra. Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
That's a death metal band, that. The
is
Loins of Zebra, yeah.
Sound be like, oh, the first album was better.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
The long week of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start off with AEW Rampage.
No, SmackDown.
What on earth?
Have I taken your first pick? Oh,
What
bollocks.
on earth are you talking about?
Do you always watch SmackDown first?
Yeah.
I always watch Rampage first.
SmackDown is the start of the wrestling week on Friday night.
But it certainly was the start of a new era, you might say, as has been subtitled this week, The Big Cross Man.
Ah.
It's good.
you, yeah.
It's good. Thank you. Pat McAfee shows many, many, many replays of his low blow on Happy Corbin at SummerSlam. Backstage, Ricochet, and all the other people that will be doing 24/7 title shenanigans at this point, laughing at Corbin, setting up a match between the two. Ricochet does the thing, hey, isn't comeback a beautiful thing?
Isn't comeback?
Isn't a comeback's a payback?
Payback. Aha!
I got out promo by Ricochet. You know, because I had a little Fanta bubble there, and I was like, don't pause. I paused at the wrong bit. Now I'm an idiot.
I tell you what, though, I could watch Pat McAfee breaking down nut shots like it's American football.
Oh, and he did little lines
analysis,
and stuff? Yeah.
Took me back to Andy Gray and hairy hands in the 90s. Stupid hairy hands.
Yeah.
Richard Keys, for people who don't know, he's an
Yes.
arsehole.
Yes, he is. Ricochet wins the match and plays catch with Pat afterwards. Pat punts the ball into the crowd.
Signed it as well, actually. I forgot to
He
mention.
did, because what a man. So at the start of this match, I'm like, okay, this match is just really helping Pat in it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need any help. He's already the most over thing on the show by a country mile. But then, after the crowd stopped chanting for Big Pat, they start getting to Ricochet, doing his big moves, doing his leapfrog 15 foot in the air and all the other stuff he does. And then they really started getting into it. I'm like, oh, okay. People actually get into Ricochet again.
Big Baz played his part as well, because Big Baz was throwing out these maneuvers, like where he throws Ricochet over his head into the ring post.
Yeah.
There was a moment where he does like this big back body drop, which I know is it mainly Ricochet? Ricochet always seems to go higher than most of the wrestlers. So I assume
And he
he's
does a
got
little
to-
flail in midair, and then
Yeah.
AJ Styles can do that as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Corbin also does this neck breaker reversal thing where he catches Trevor midair. I've written down here. So I like Corbin. He's a pretty man with a pretty moveset.
And there was a big change. It's not just bringing back new old wrestlers and having storylines that matter and stuff, but the wrestling seems to be, he's given them more license to go and have good matches again on TV.
The length of this one was notable because obviously if they kept it like 7 minutes or so, the crowd would have just, yay, Pat, woo. Kept on going. Baron getting heat. And eventually, the big breakfast started selling for Ricochet and he made his comeback. And we went to the top and went, oh, look, lads, go like, yeah, Ricochet, get him. Like, great.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Positives all round.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love SmackDown.
It'll be interesting to see if Ricochet is involved in a match where Pat's not involved, if he'll get the
That's
same level.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it did feel like that right at the end when they were going, ha ha, with American football.
Or he'll be Darren Young without Bob Backlund.
Oh, scathing.
Right. Several times throughout the night, Sami Zayn tries to meet with Roman Reigns, but the Usos say no. Eventually, they tell him to pull his weight. The Bloodline have all been winning and defending titles. What's Sami done?
Well, he was getting mugged right off here,
He
which has led me to put a hack theory into the world now, which I think they're slowly starting to turn Sami Zayn babyface.
Yes!
The heart and soul of NXT is back. I reckon that's the start of a slow face turn for Sami. I was feeling sorry for him.
What if that's the thing? He's like, oh no, the Usos getting beat down by the Street Profits and Riddle. Oh, neither even the odds, but Roman's not here. Da, 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 da. Here comes Sami Zayn. He'll help. And he just scars the entire way to the ring.
I realised
Come on, we're getting beat up. Hurry. Da, 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 da.
I sounded like the start of Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart there.
You did.
Yeah.
Because no one likes not to get replied to a text, do they? It's horrible.
They should have said, message seen and slam the door in his face, because that's even worse. It's like, I know, you know that I've seen it. We know that you want to get in here. Nah.
They were sending him off to do odd jobs like get Roman Reigns a cup of tea or something like that. Oh, shocking. He deserves more than that.
He does.
That was a really boring question. Join a video game, and it's like, all right, do I want to do something that is in the main quest? And it's like, you must get a cup of tea for Roman Reigns. You're like, I don't want to do the sub-quest. I'll go back to the main quest. But then after that, we get Widdy Woo clips. The old SmackDown theme song. That's what we do in the Cultaholic SmackDown podcast, sorry. Would you believe it? They're playing classic clips of Triple H.
Aye.
Wow.
Might as well.
Why would they be doing that now? Just, what a lovely
He had to
coincidence.
retire this year.
Yes, that's right.
We need to keep the memory of the game alive.
That's right. We won't be talking about him. We're like, what happened to that guy? And then the only song that's better than that is Gunther, Daring General Gunther. So good, that song. Watches Nakamura beat his lad again. Fairly predictable outcome because there's only thing he's done for a month is lose to him. But you know what? I'm excited for that match.
Yeah. The match it's set up is going to be great.
Daring General
I guess it'll just be on a SmackDown. Is it for next week? Because there's not a pay-per-view for a while, and that's in Wales. So I guess I'm all in favour of them having big, good matches on TV again. I think that's exciting.
Oh, they'll bring the European hometown boy back to Wales.
yeah.
His spiritual home in some way.
Gunther, he's from Cardiff, Gunther.
They could have Boogs come. I don't know when Boogs is scheduled to return, actually. I saw he was in the gym on Instagram or something.
He's doing weird things on Instagram. Weird gym things.
What do you mean, weird gym things?
Not like traditional lifting of weights. I'm sure he's like doing things with weird objects. Like
You see a bunch of them now, don't you? Is this dude doing a squat at the same time? He's also doing deadlifts with a fridge.
something like that, yeah. He's doing weird
Or a big
stuff like that.
fan.
That's just Rick Boogs, isn't it?
Yeah, he loves
What's
it.
he like, eh?
He's crazy.
I enjoyed the little things from Ludwig in this match, though. Like when he's during his entrance, he looked
All
terrified.
the little things.
Because he knew the little things. The Ludwig things.
Oh, but the Germans, so the LIDL things.
The little things. Fantastic. Oh, yes.
E.
Little, it's deep, little.
They were getting a lot of good press this week, Little, because of a £1.50 box of fruit and veg that was going viral on Facebook, I saw.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So if you want your fruit and veg, go to Little.
Nice.
But he was terrified during his entrance, Ludwig, because he knew if he lost, he was going to get slapped again. I like that
And you know, if he won,
consistency.
he gets slapped again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not the fact he did lose, it's just the way he lost. I think that'll leave the supporters upset. You just can't give up like that so quickly. Terrible.
He gave up.
Threw in the towel so quickly, I thought.
He's against Shinsuke Nakamura.
I know, but I thought there was more there from Ludwig to be done.
He's won more IWGP Intercontinental titles than anyone. Sorry.
So?
And Ludwig's fit.
He's not my type. He's a bit Malfoy for me.
Oh, every blonde, evil-looking person to use. Actually, maybe you got a point there. And then we come to a very interesting bit. Liv Morgan cuts a promo, but the crowd, for whatever reason, or a mixture of "Yay, Liv" and "You tapped out" and boos.
She did tap out.
She did tap out.
She says she appreciates the fans calling her out on a beep, but she only tapped out because she thought she'd already pinned Ronda.
Lies!
And the crowd are like, hang on, it was like a half second before. And I thought this was fascinating because even Pat was like, wow, okay. They're a rowdy crowd. And I thought that was like,
They're cheering who they should be.
yeah, like rowdy Ronda Rousey crowd. Maybe that's where they're at, was a big home base for her.
She's from California. I don't know where they were.
Oh, wasn't there, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but this was very odd. The finish was more designed to get her Ronda over his heel, but I thought Liv has had, just according to what you see online, she's like the most popular thing on the show nearly.
Yeah.
I was very surprised to hear this from this crowd.
It's always interesting, the dichotomy, the difference between, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, the difference between live reactions and social media.
Right.
It always brings us back down to earth. Sorry.
Oh, that was it. Right.
I think it's a crying shame, me. Because the
Don't laugh at me, Dan.
the journey to the title for Liv, it felt organic. It felt like, oh, they're recognizing that she's really popular, so they're going to push her and take her the title. Now, the way she won it, obviously, Money in the Bank, there's not much you can do about that. But, yeah, she was there to win it. But then to have her do that and then just to come out there and not acknowledge it herself and have to react to the crowd acknowledging it, I thought that was them spaffing right in her face. I thought that was unjust. And I thought that was bad booking on the part of WWE.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about how the crowd would react to Liv because it was like you did tap out.
But if she came
You
out there and was
did.
like, I know I tapped out, but the referee's decision's final. There's not much I can do about that, everybody.
I think I'll boot it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well done,
Yeah,
technology.
referee. Yeah, you're right. Like, who cares about that?
Yeah, I just thought it's not the way to build a baby face, is it?
Well, this is proof. Yeah,
I did think it was badass of it to swear like that, though.
Yeah.
She's really cool.
Yeah, when in doubt, curse.
It has tabs out the back as well.
Yeah.
Live.
I'll give it me. Sonya Deville interrupts and says, it's disgusting that Liv is still champion. And it also proves how bad Adam Pearce is at his job.
She's still feuding with Adam.
That's right. Sonya says she's going to win tonight's gauntlet match even, and take Liv Morgan's title at Clash of the Castle. The gauntlet match is actually won, not by Raquel Rodriguez, which I thought was a dead cert, but by Shayna Baszler.
Yes.
Triple H is back. Come on.
Need that back now.
It's a thing she does. What's going on?
That's what she does after that. Isn't
Oh,
she?
yeah, she does a little stride to the ring. She's good and we all forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit unfair on Aaliyah, though. What did she do to get drawn first, eh? That Sonya deserved to be out there first. She's abused her power like nobody else in WWE history, we learned a couple of weeks ago. That's a bit unfair on Aaliyah. I thought Shotzi looked good taking her beat. You know, it was good to see her looking good. And I thought it was nice, like Raquel's booking, because like nobody survives that move she does. The boom. So, aye.
I liked it. I'm glad that Shayna's back. She's a fresh challenger for Liv as well. It's been a long time since she's been in the title picture, it feels.
Yeah, and we're old enough to remember when Shayna was one of the best things.
Old enough.
Right?
2 years ago.
It
3 years
feels like
ago.
No,
so
3.
long
Yeah,
ago.
it was a long time ago. That Nia Jax never-ending tag thing,
God.
losing her puppets, and
Yeah. Oh, she got
bit
scared.
Becky. She bit Becky once, did Elimination Chamber, then that was it.
She dominated that Elimination Chamber and then lost.
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley faced Charlotte and lost at that WrestleMania. I was like,
And
So
she
this
lost
would
in
be-
the same way she loses she lost every time back then, where she had the Karafuda clutch.
Oh, God,
And
yeah.
do the roll-up thing. And
Hey, how about that every single match?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah, sorry about that, Raquel Rodriguez, but yeah, Triple H is back now.
But I'm glad, though, because I think Raquel needs a little bit more spaz to her character.
I
than
agree
just
with that.
being
She needs a bit longer.
smiley face.
Yeah.
Smiley back.
Smiley back.
Yeah.
The Justin Timberlake smash hit of the summer.
Fraser's dentist in Peebles.
Mr. Smiley.
The Viking Raiders squash. Oh, God. Well, here's some insider baseball. Jim Mulkey and Tommy Gibson. The Mulkeys. They
Hey,
were one of
hey,
those
where them? Oh.
mega jobbers in NWA. The Mulkey
Oh,
Brothers.
really?
Oh, really?
I'm not sure what Gibson like, but I mean, I assume that's one of the, maybe that's be funny if that's the guy's real name, which is
Maybe.
a coincidence.
You're a
But
fountain
anyway,
of knowledge today.
I try my best.
And every week.
Oh, thank
It's a
you.
privilege to be sat here with you.
Oh, Ross, you know what? Don't laugh.
Cheers,
yeah,
Danny
same to you.
ruined a nice heartfelt moment.
Kofi Kingston runs out afterwards and attacks them with a kendo stick. We then get a singles match between Kofi and Eric, which Kofi wins with a roll-up.
Ooh, what did you think of Kofi winning? Ross is not amused.
50-50 booking.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it?
It's a little bit. This could have happened on a Vince SmackDown. This feels like it happened on a Vince SmackDown. So
One
yeah.
step forward and 2 steps back for those new vicious Viking Raiders.
Oh, I think they're just the Viking Raiders again.
Are they?
I'm not sure. I need to pay attention next week.
I think they were just the Viking Raiders this week.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, yeah.
But nobody gets too far like that, though. 1 step forward and 2 steps back, as the old song goes.
Square dance.
Yeah. Second place, my move of the week, though, was the reverse full Nelson GTS to the back of the head by Eric, which I've never seen him do before.
That could be a finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. It felt a bit pointless, this segment, though,
Yeah.
from start to finish. Felt like we didn't really...
Kofi
further
wants
things on.
revenge.
It feels like we just, buying our time until, all right, then we'll blow the segment off soon and have the big match and we'll move on and maybe get another tag team in the division, hopefully.
Maybe.
Like, I know why Kofi's fighting them now, because obviously they've taken out his pal, Xavier Woods. But, like, it's weird for the singles guy to be going against the tag team
Right.
still. We need another guy back in there, which we can't have because
Yeah.
Xavier's buggered and Big E's more buggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Viking Raiders versus the Battering Brutes.
Maybe we'll get Big K back, big old Special K, Kevin Owens. What was he called when he was in the New Day?
Oh, wow, that's a blast.
Big O.
Oh,
Was it
no.
Big O?
We'll see on Raw. He's different now. He's changed.
The new vicious Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline cut a promo. Roman says he respects Brock Lesnar, but still hates him because he injured Paul Heyman.
Prayers up for the wise man.
That's right.
And then he said something like that.
Drew McIntyre interrupts, and you can tell there's a change in programming in the person because the first words out his mouth like, "It's Roman, the tribal queef." They call me tribal queef. I'm the king of the rumba beat, and I go chick chicky boom. He's attacked from behind by. This can't be right, Jack. What have you written here, you madman?
Hello?
You all right?
Yeah.
You've been eating those marijuana pills, but Karrion Kross showed up with no bill,
What are
with
you
hair.
doing here in his
How
shirt?
do you grow hair? That can't be the real Karrion
I
Kross.
think he looks more menacing without the hair.
I agree.
But
And that's
anyway.
a good thing because I listened to his interview with Chris Van Vliet back in the day, and he was like, that was a character thing just to shave his head. It's a common misconception that people thought it was a necessity to shave his head, but it wasn't. It was just
It would be a bare necessity.
Yes.
But as a heel, I think he looked way more menacing without the hair.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I reckon
Scarlett
he
puts.
could
sorry,
ride a
go on.
motorbike, by the way, with that hair and jacket combo.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
Scarlet on the back.
Yeah.
No, in the sidecar.
Like Wallace and Gromit.
With the shopping.
That took a turn.
Scarlett puts an hourglass on the apron, signaling that Roman's time is up. Karrion Kross goes on Twitter and tweets TikTok, and everyone goes, "That's not what hourglass does."
Yeah, our glasses don't go TikTok. But
It'd be funny if
time
they-
is ticking.
TikTok, TikTok. Yeah.
I tell you what, though, initially I was like, whoa, this is how he should have debuted the first time. But now I was like, he was boring as balls, wasn't he, in NXT?
No.
You know what? My memory of NXT was me liking, a lot of people didn't like him to begin with when he had the initial feud and he won the title. I liked that bit of him because he was different. As I've said many times, variety is why I like wrestling. I don't want the same thing every single match. So having a big lad slapping me at the end of the show, absolutely fine with that. It was everything afterwards where Cole and O'Reilly and Pete Dunne,
You're
and Kevin
rubbish,
Dunne,
you.
Kevin Dunne, the cameraman, the person who serves sandwiches and catering, came out and goes, "You're crap."
Yeah.
And he went, "Grr."
That was the thing, though. He never had a rebuttal. He always
Yeah.
just went, I'm Karrion Kross. Bleh. That's it.
Yeah.
He put a little bit of gravel in his voice, well, a lot of gravel in his voice, and say something like that.
Yeah.
It would have been, no, Roz, it would have been better if he'd gone that and did your impression of him then. He was just like, "Well, that's your opinion."
Fair enough, eh?
All right, well, we'll
Each
agree.
to their own.
We'll agree to disagree. I
Then he
guess.
beat them and it would make everyone look bad.
Yeah.
Because then they've gone, he's rubbish, and then they've lost to him.
Yeah. The commentator's going, they all lost to the crap dude. Oh, no. And then crap dude lost to Samoa Joe and then went to Raw and was the even worse crap dude. So fair play for bringing him back, but the crowd did not go, "Wow, it's Karrion Kross," because of
would
how
they?
bad.
Yeah.
Because of how bad it was on Raw and how bad NXT was.
But now they've got
it's an
time.
uphill. It's like Sisyphus. It's an uphill boulder to
Wow.
push. But this is the way to do it. If they want him to go, "All right, I want this guy to be cheered," attacking the main event dudes his first match back is definitely the way to go about it.
Yeah. I think I've always thought he's definitely got a role. Like, we walked past him in Caesar's Palace, Maffew. I don't remember this. And he was walking past the other way. And as a human boy, you get a sense sometimes of like just a deep biological sense of, "Oh, that's a big skill. Oh, he could probably murder me if we were in the wild." And I got that from Karrion Kross. I was like, Jesus. When we walked past him, I was like, I got like a little shiver.
Yeah.
I'm scared of him, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully this works.
I saw Ace Romero.
Okay.
Remember wrestling, and he was probably on Twitter and Facebook going, "I've lost so much weight," and I saw him and went, "You've lost," and he was a massive. And I was just like, "Yeah, you're is." Oh yeah, whenever they go on commentary, you have to attend one of these wrestling shows to really appreciate how big these people are. I was like, "Yep,"
Some people are just built different.
because you get used to seeing like, "Oh, there's Austin Aries down there," and then you come and see these actual wrestlers. Go, "Oh, okay, right now I get the now." You know what? Vince McMahon makes sense. You're like, "All right, yeah, you're enormous."
I've never seen the Big Show. in
Why do I have to
person.
say that
I-
line,
I've
by the
seen
way, of all
Big-
the weeks? I'm very sorry. You know
I've
what I
seen
mean?
Big Show from a distance at a live show, but I've always wondered how big a Big Show is in person.
I nearly touched his hand.
Was he massive?
WrestleMania Revenge Tour 2004. He was a big boy. Him and Cena in the main event.
Yeah.
I was there with my sign. Big Show needs Atkins.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Needs Jack Atkins.
Get him. You need to
I showed him. Yeah, I touched Cena's hand, but I didn't touch.
Did you touch
Big
John
Show's.
Cena's hand?
Aye.
His massive hands.
Big,
Oh, the
girthy
big-
sausage
yeah.
fingers. Let's hope that Karrion Kross gets a bit more than just going. That's all.
Yeah, because Triple H just said, "Look, I want to make amends for how he was booked by other people or whatever, if they can fix him and have him as he was just after winning the title from Keith Lee, then fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if he comes back that bloody red helmet, forget him.
Could you imagine if he does? Oh,
He won't. He won't.
Oh, you're the tribal chief. Well, I am the big lizard, Karrion Kross. He comes out like that.
has he got the helmet in 2K? Because I know that's what they're doing, isn't it? They're just making 2K more up to date than it was before. Just bringing back all these people.
Oh, that's an interesting theory, right?
It's obviously the main reason they're doing it, bringing back Dakota and Karrion. And
Obviously, yeah.
yeah.
AEW Rampage. It just says, Mance is a weird name.
Yeah, I just got thinking.
I've thought about that.
And I've heard of Mance Warner before, obviously, but I'm not too familiar with him. And I think Mance is a weird name.
I was just thinking mince when I hear Mance.
Yeah. Mance.
Mince Warner. That'd be good.
Ground
Is it
up
like
meat.
Is it like a?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Is it like a Charles Mance? No, it's a different name completely.
Yeah,
so-
yeah,
but it
it's
sounds,
different.
but it's a bit reminiscent.
Son of Mance.
Mance. Anyway.
Anyway,
me
yeah,
and
we'll
Ross
know
had a
about that.
debate over whether you were a fan of Mance Warner or not.
How did he guess? But so
Get
this
it?
is why
One-
this
it's 1-0 to me.
well done.
Because I said Maffew.
He's a friend
I
of
went
Maffew.
Maffew will be a fan of Mance
Yeah.
Warner because he's a CZW man.
A GC dub. From,
GCW now, yeah.
You say he's a friend of yours.
sorry, it's
He's
an
not like that
it's a-
evil
an
nose
OSW,
fella.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it's an OSW thing. Yeah, but
This fella's got to be a friend of Matthew.
yes,
That
And
was
he
That
was.
was Una, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah. That was only my only nomination or mention in the end of year awards for OSW.
No.
That's a bit harsh.
Well, I only did one video with them, so
Oh,
it was
right.
more combat. So yeah. Oh yeah, that was supposed to sound like bit. Oh no, I'm happy, man. The lovely guys don't
Matthew
need me.
shoots on OSW
No,
now,
no,
Joe.
no. But this, because I know him, I was a bit conflicted about because John Moxley beats Mance Warner in a bloody brawl to open the show. Now, there was a lot of very vocal people online on Twitter about this, so then I logged off for a bit and went and did something else because it was such a lovely
fair.
series of days. But I agree to a point where it was just, hey, it's that guy. He'll be on the show. And they showed him winning the Battle Royal to earn this shot. And then that was it. And many people were like, who is this guy having a match with the champion? I was like,
Was it a title match?
No, it was a title contender.
Oh, an eliminator, yeah.
Yeah, obviously,
a shot
if
of
you
a
had a
shot.
world title shot, that'd be ridiculous. I agree with that. But it was just, here's a guy for Rampage. He's going to wrestle. And it was sad that, yeah, no one seen him react or know who he was at the live show, which impacted it. It's like, someone that brought in like Warhorse or Eddie Kingston, anything like that. So it was good for what it was. Get away from me, little fly. I'm trying to talk on the podcast here. Thank you very much. And, but it was just, I couldn't watch it and not go, at this point, because if you watch DC Dub, you'd think everyone knows who he is. That'd be amazing.
You didn't just catch that, did you?
He's got it.
Oh my
How
God, he
do
did.
do
It
that?
just fell out of his hand.
Dan
Well
plucked the
done,
fire.
mate.
He's like a bloody wizard.
He's like Mr. Miyagi.
It was like Roman catching that mic at SummerSlam.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I liked it. I like Mance getting a shot there. I agree a bit that, you know, if this was supposed to be anything other than here's just a guy for him to wrestle, would have been a shame that they wasted it. But if it was just, hey, Mance Warner wasn't have a match, it was fine.
At least it was really fighty. Do you know what I mean? At least it was hard hitting.
Yeah.
Action.
Dustin Rhodes would have been rock hard backstage watching this match. Proper throwback.
This match should have
Texas.
been 2 shows.
Yeah, rootin' tootin' cowboys in the ring, slogging things out.
Yeah.
Going for a pint together
Slapping
afterwards.
each other on the bottom. Well, like he did to Cody.
That's right. Let's think about that.
The setup for the finish was fantastic though, because I was a bit like, why is this guy? You know, when we've got the rankings and whatnot,
Yeah.
why is this guy here?
Well, he's just burst onto the scene like Mika Richards. Burst onto the scene.
At least we got a promo package as well though, where we learned that he loves to fart.
Yep. That's right.
Really tickled me when he kept saying that. I love to fart.
Southern boy.
Yeah. And it's funny as well because his thing on the indie scene is that he's like, oh yeah, when I was in WCW.
What?
Yeah, he's a former WCW legend, Mance Warner.
Oh, right.
Not seen his matches on Saturday night or
It's just a
Well,
joke.
what?
isn't it?
No.
It's just a funny little bit.
to main of. Nah, but I mean, prove me wrong.
Okay.
Find him not on the show. But yeah, didn't go into that at all. I mean, a bit too much for Mike Tenay to go, oh yeah, I've commentated loads of his matches. He's like, no, I'm not doing this.
Mike Tenay? Tony Schiavone?
Mike Tenay's not on AEW.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone is.
Or was this in a hypothetical round?
Was that a hypothetical one?
What's happened?
I'm really
So you're-
sorry.
you're playing
This
checkers.
is so weird. This is the first time in ages I've got a really good night's sleep, a long length of time, and I'm not awake. Sorry, lads.
I wish
yeah.
Mike Tenay was on AEW.
Oh, he'd be losing his mind.
Mike Tenay is not on this show. You know who is? That's right, Ricky Starks. He was
Yes.
backstage being, I don't know what's the word they're trying to be offered into.
Yeah, they're trying to recruit him.
Recruit by the Factory and QT Marshall. And
Sexy Nick. Big, sexy, happy Nick.
that was one of the people, but also the other lad with the long hair who's not
Aaron
written down.
Solo.
Aaron Solo.
Who I often
used to be.
mistake with the one who does the funny interviews.
RJC.
Yeah, RJ City.
What a
Yeah, those two
fantastic
mixed
man.
up.
Yeah, I get them mixed up.
Oh,
I did
okay.
it last week.
One's got charisma and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
like
harsh
getting
on
me-
RJ, isn't it? No.
Oh, it's like me getting, Tony Schiavone and Matt. But yeah, they used to team up.
Yeah, but then he said
were
on
the-
Twitter, "Can we leave this in the past, please?"
Oh, okay. Well, they weren't very good back then,
Someone
so.
put like a side by side. I think it might have been Aaron Solo put like an old picture of them, and he was like, "Delete this."
Yeah, mate, never would have guessed Ricky Starks being this good watching those two
Oh, really?
together. So I'm very happy.
Everyone
for them both.
starts somewhere.
And that was where he started.
Apart from Goldberg, who was just that all the time.
Yeah, he was that bitch.
That's right.
he
And
was that big.
breaking news from Bret Hart was interviewed this week. Someone asked him, "Do you like Goldberg?"
Do you want to do the impersonation? I'll do the interview.
Okay,
So
okay.
the guy's, Bret Hart sat there, the camera's sort of up here, and he's like, Bret, what are your thoughts on Goldberg? Do you like him here in 2022?
No.
End of interview.
There you go. So good.
What is Nick Comoroto, though? He's got a new gimmick. He's dressed like Happy Corbin. He had a lollipop in his mouth, for goodness sake. He's having tons of fun.
They're just having fun in the factory.
I was
He
just
having-
casual
he was,
gear.
He was a caveman like a week ago.
I don't know.
That was a week ago, man. Keep up. Okay.
Takeshita.
Mr. T himself beat Ryan Nemeth in a very short match, the best type of Ryan Nemeth match. Pretty Peter Avalon tries to attack him afterwards and gets beaten up too. Okay, obviously we all love is it the muffins he eats? What's the things he
Cinnabon.
eats? Cinnabon. The Cinnabons, as seen in Better Call Saul. That's all well and good. Could we take a second to appreciate the transformation of Peter Avalon? The work that man's put in.
He's always been pretty.
His hair has
But
got
now, whoa,
tons of body. His hair.
and his body has tons of hair.
His hair is like Triple H in like 2003 when it went all like poofy and whoa, in the 70s. But I thought this match was a little bit pointless, but I appreciate why we're doing it because he had the big match against Claudio, didn't he? The next night, one of the best blue thunder bombs I think he's got in the world ever.
Ever?
Better than Sami Zayn.
Oh, no. Oh.
And then Michinoku driver.
There we go.
Michael. But he does every move perfectly, doesn't he, Mr.
Yeah, he's
Takeshita?
very good. Yeah, very good.
Making it says AEW debut. That's, because she was at All In, the very first one.
She's a kid.
Oh, yeah, but that wasn't.
Yeah, that's
but
not
yeah,
debut, is it? Sorry. Madison Rain beats Layla Gray. Jade Cargill challenges Madison for next week's Dynamite. Madison accepts before fending off an attack from Kira Hogan.
Yeah. And the rain will kill us all. As Slipknot say. No, she won a match. I get it. Fair enough. People weren't as happy to see her as I thought.
Because she's a natural heel. Like, hasn't she been a heel longer than anything else?
This is Madison Rain one about.
Yeah.
She was the Killer Queen.
Right.
What a theme that was.
That is a good. That's a banger. It's up there with.
She'll break your neck.
That's right.
Piss on your chips.
What a theme. It's up there with the winter theme. I can't remember the lyrics, just the noise.
I know what you're
yeah.
about. El Catarina.
Yeah.
Friend of the well, we've met her.
Didn't you try and pull her?
Yeah. In character. I saw Dan's head raised there. He's like, did you? No, she was a lovely woman.
Yeah.
And a very good wrestler.
I had that song on my iPod for ages. It's Mark walking down the street, so crazy.
It's when she like possessed Angelina
Yeah.
Love, and like I don't know why I know that. I barely watched Impact back then.
It was a groundbreaking storyline.
It was interesting because they said on commentary that Madison Rain was a trainer, but now she's on the proper roster page. So I guess it's properly signed now in AEW.
Yeah, and again, it was what she was doing was absolutely fine. It's just, hey, what we remember you from being one of the beautiful people in Impact, and you were horrible, like in a bad way, like in a character mean. So when she came out, it's like, hi, it's me. It's like, no, boo.
Yeah.
Are you a baddie?
She was always the most likable of the three, I'd say.
Yeah.
More than Velvet. More than Angelina.
Yeah.
Angelina
Well, You're 2 for 2 for Harry Potter today, pal.
Has her move always been called the cross reins?
I don't know.
I don't remember that, but God, she hit it well.
Oh, yes.
She did that very well. I can tell she's a trainer.
Not your move of the week.
No.
We're saving that.
It made me laugh because that's the first time I've heard it referred to as such, which all the impact of aficionados will now go, Ross has been called that for 17
they always
years.
would cheat to win, though. They'd do like the spray in the eyes and stuff, so I'm not sure. I can't think of what their moves were.
Stokely was good in this match as well. He was on fire during Layla Gray's entrance, doing his little with the music. And his distraction. More managers should do distractions.
He just
like
jumped
that.
on the steps.
Just started screaming, yeah.
Yeah.
It worked. Very effective.
In the main event, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland beat Tony Nese and Josh Woods in a street fight.
Josh Woods?
And I've put, I've put something on commentary, maybe it was Mike Tenay, I don't know, said, whoa, watch out for Josh Woods. He's the real deal. And I just put underneath, who is he?
Oh, he's the real deal.
He was a
time
former
he
Ring of
attacked-
Honor Pure Champion, I'll have you know.
That's great. If only someone owned the library, we could be showing clips of this.
Yeah, how I told you, sort of the Ring of Honor network.
Yeah, I will, man. And
we need it for video content as well.
exactly. And this was a good match, but again, it's like, it's Josh Woods, of course. Everyone knows who he is. I'm like, all right, Mance Warner at least got
I thought
some
you would have known
clips.
who Josh Woods was.
No.
Oh.
This is me watching Mance Warner. I go, well, I know who he is, so it's all right. But now it's like, no, not really. He's Josh Woods. I have no idea. But anyway, obviously they've been feuding with Nese and Smart Mark for a bit to try to get that petition to get rid of them or something. That didn't end very well. No. And I was like, all right, let's have a street fight. And I'll say this: they did a lot of stuff. Tony Nese threw protein powder at Swerve.
He's got a bloody gimmick finally.
Yeah.
Protein powder.
He's always had a
Yeah, and then
he's in great shape.
exactly, he got the protein powder, which Michael Elgin tried to steal afterwards. Keith Lee, then the first time in maybe since AJ Styles, I think, in Impact, took a German suplex off the apron after being teased.
Oh.
And it was like, wow, that's amazing. It was through 2 tables. But even then, the spot was, I didn't like it to begin with. Now I do like it. Looking back on it, Keith Lee took the German suplex onto Woods, then just splattered him because obviously Keith Lee's massive. And then, like, Swerve was able to win in the ring. And then Keith Lee got out. It was like, hey, we won. So I was like, oh, he no-sold. I went, no, you look at it. He just splattered him.
It's not a German suplex, but I rewatched for a video I was doing, the Misawa Kobashi one in Noah.
Oh,
where he
yeah.
dragon suplexes him or something, or full Nelson's him off the stage.
Yeah, it's
off the
dragon.
ramp.
It's way worse than German, yeah.
And Kobashi lands on his neck and just carries on. I'm like, eh. And
Was
that's
that the 03 match?
yeah, the later one, the one
Yeah.
in Noah anyway. Yeah, can't remember what year exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at the very few Dave Meltzer 5-star matches in the 2000s. And that was one.
Not
Wonder what
like the
happened to
300 he's given
There
this
was
year.
7 in 10 years.
Yeah. What was that?
I'm just saying, I wonder what happened to Dave over the past 10 years for him to loosen up a bit.
Yeah. It was just the 2000s. I've been doing a bit of research on this. And the 2000s is the only proper dip in the rate of 5-star matches. Obviously, they're faster than ever now.
Because he would have been in his naughty 40s, wouldn't he? In the naughties.
Yeah. Why did he hate everything? He didn't give Shawn and Taker 5 stars. Kurt Angle's had 0 5-star matches in his life. It took until...
Yeah, it's amazing that the amount of people who definitely aren't supplying him with news and information are suddenly getting all these 5-star
it took
ratings.
Bryan
What could the
Danielson-
correlation be?
It took Bryan Danielson until 2021 to have his first 5-star match.
Look, I'm DMing him once.
Anyway.
To be fair to Big Josh, though, again, not Big Josh, that's somebody else completely. That's bloody Doink the Clown, isn't
Oh,
it? Before
right,
you-
yeah, well done.
to Josh Woods, that spinning suplex he did into the side of the ring steps, I've never seen that done before.
It was nice.
I don't know
What
if
a maneuver!
the way he took it was just like, all right, I'm expecting this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, he took that, landed on a mine.
Yeah.
Very
I thought
impressive.
I thought it was good first outing for Josh. Medium Josh.
Medium Josh.
Yeah, if you won the match, it would have been Big Josh. But now,
I wasn't sure what I'd think of this show on the whole because I thought, is this a bit of a redundant show? Because obviously the day after we had Battle of the Belts.
and you be right, Jack. I think this is an example because it was a weird little show. And it's AEW does this whenever there's a Battle of the Belts on a Saturday where Rampage is like, because, yeah, they're overstretched.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts is next. Skirmish of the Straps, which is a much better name. Well done.
Thank you.
Wardlow successfully defends the TNT title against Jay Lethal. Lethal's allies attack Wardlow after the match, and Satnam Singh chokeslams him through a table. I didn't think much of this.
They just can't let baby faces win, can they? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm thinking of Jericho and Kingston. I'm sure there's more recent examples, but there's always a big babyface win immediately squashed by a heel beat down to get the heat back, brother.
Yeah.
If you loved WCW main events in 97,
Oh, yeah.
then you'll love AEW.
Did Joe Hendry need to break the WCPW World Cup trophy?
No, he
didn't. Let Kushida have his moment, Joe.
Let Kushida take that trophy on the plane back to Los Angeles.
You'd have loved that. Yeah, you'd have loved that. I bet Kushida was so relieved when we smashed up the trophy.
She was like, I was going to do that.
Here's a fun little rib from WCPW, Matthew.
Oh,
My
go on.
hat was in that trophy. They stole it.
Oh.
They put it in the cup.
Who did? Was it the Demon?
No, like Pacitti and them, like my friends. I can't remember what I was going to say.
We're going to say this match was a really house show feely match.
Oh, no, I was going to say WWE is now better than AEW. Yes, I agree with you.
I mean, it's about a week we're doing it with Triple H Mania kicking in, and also, hey, we haven't got that many matches to... We've got too many matches to be promoting, and therefore not a lot of them are getting any promotion
spread too
whatsoever.
thin, yeah.
Right. So, again, right there, Jay Lethal and his group doing nothing for me. I think Lethal's just... Either his Ring of Honor run was greatly exaggerated to me because I never saw it, but I read the reviews and it's like, wow, it was amazing. Or he's just stopped trying because I don't think he's done much since he joined AEW with the B. Hey, it's that guy.
I think he has good singles featured matches, but since he's turned heel for me is when I've started to...
Oh, turn heel with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Wow.
I always just
what a
assumed-
trio.
I always just assumed they put him with Satnam just because he's training him in real life. That's what was my assumption was. Because there's no connection there, is there?
I can't think of one.
No.
They just
No
brought him in
chemistry.
because he's a big lad.
Yeah.
Like, look at our big lad.
Yeah. I like Sanjay Dutt being a bit of a get, but he's just, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
just
this is
feel-
not helping Wardlow because these are just Z list.
The TNT title has lost its way.
Yeah.
I think we can
When
agree.
the FTW title
we
is
need,
more steady than the proper one.
I think we need American Top Team back to right this shit.
Yeah, you know what? We're sorry for everything we said. Please come back.
Dan calling Sanjay a slag. That's what will fix
Yeah,
it.
that's right. We need Scorpio Sky and Sammy turning heel face every week. Thunder Rosa retains the AEW Women's title against Jamie Hayter after distraction caused by Britt Baker and Toni Storm brawling on the outside.
Speaking of things that happen too much,
Like what, Ross?
it's time for Jamie to break away. Because it feels like Groundhog Day. No matter who of that trio, well, of the duo
Yep.
of Jamie and Britt Baker are doing
I'm
the
starting to
wrestling.
think Jamie's a fool. She should have left, but you're right. There's been enough signs that Britt Baker's not a good boss, and she should do a Batista and strike out on her own.
Yeah. Fair play to Jamie here, though, because when she was doing the Brainbuster, Thunder Rosa's leg sort of bent back over her own body.
Yeah.
Like she folded up and it caught her in the nose and she broke it, allegedly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's 115 new accounts putting that out, and she'll have a new shirt being sandbagging and breaking noses since 2004 or whatever.
I like Thunder Rosa, mate. I feel bad for her because her title reign's not been what I was hoping for.
Nah, it's been rubbish.
Yeah,
hasn't
but
it?
there's also not been that much. Yeah, actually, no, there has been though, hasn't there? They've had great opponents like Tony. I've no idea
This-
what's happening
this-
with it, to be honest, or why it's not the
They're
big
bugging it with
success I
Tony
thought it
Storm.
was.
That's where it's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Tony wanted the title and for some reason just been teaming with Thunder Rosa without being like,
The
"Oh, I'm-"
Thunderstorm.
Yeah, but she hasn't gone
It's a
like,
joke.
oh, I'm working out all of her weaknesses in the background.
She might be still.
Yeah, she might be, I guess.
It's like,
yeah.
well, we need to have you versus Britt Baker a few hundred times so you can team up with Storm for a bit. It's like, okay, anything else on the menu, or is it just this?
This impending Jamie Hayter split with Britt could be the perfect example for AEW to do something that they always get criticised for not doing, which is a big woman's storyline, a big match at a pay-per-view that doesn't need a title. Just give me a grudge match. And that would be the perfect one. So I hope they do that.
Lion's Den.
In the Lion's Den.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. Yeah, and Jamie Hayter's great, and she needs to get a bigger push.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
England.
she should have won.
She was good in that match as well.
Yeah, and
Her
the main event.
suplexes,
Oh, beg your pardon,
Matthew.
sorry.
She hits a suplex unlike anybody else. Because like she does the move to herself.
Yep.
It looks like more than her opponent, which makes it look harder
Like
on her
Logan
opponent.
Paul, almost. Logan Paul-esque when he's doing the Three Amigos, actually.
They're often spelled out in the same sentence, Jamie Hayter and Logan
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah.
I've often thought that Logan Paul's Three Amigos is better than Finn Balor's.
You should say that every week. Because so the people who don't like your opinions of Logan Paul will ignore it every single time and call you a hater. In the main event, Claudio Castagnoli defends the Ring of Honor World title against
Takeshita.
Mr. T himself.
Mr. T.
Winner gets a
Go on, just say
Cinnabon.
it once.
Gonna say, I'm so worried about saying the bad-
Takeshita.
Takeshita.
There you go.
Thank
yeah.
you. That's not what that says.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Mr. Cinnabon.
Yeah.
And what a match here. There was a lovely little Twitter thread put online about the Excalibur briefly mentioned that they do have a friendship, relationship, whatever, with Mr. El Generico. Similar matches like that. Went in great detail, and it would have been. I would appreciate it a lot more if it'd been mentioned on commentary. But obviously, I appreciate with all the moves they were doing to each other, it would have been hard. But you said beforehand, yeah, he takes all the moves beautifully.
He does them all beautifully as well.
He does as well against Claudio, who does exactly the same.
Yeah.
So was a
good
beautiful,
match.
beautiful match.
No title changes at Skirmish at Clash of Battle of the Belts. Though.
Have any titles changed hands about the belts?
I
Dunno,
don't know.
actually.
This is the third one, wasn't it? I've no idea.
Yeah.
It was a good match on this one though. I've said I've compared to a gearbox. Because it started in fourth, went down to second, then up to fifth, then down to third, then up to second. Sorry, down to second, then back up to sixth for the rest of the match.
What a journey that is.
Oh.
That reversal out of the Ricola bomb into the Hurricane Rana, that made me go, ooh, in my seat. Oh!
Yeah. You know what? It made me, it's the first time since he's come to AEW that made me go, oh yeah, that Claudio used to do all these matches every single week at Chikara, CCW or whatever, or PWG especially.
Monday Night Raw.
I think it was a different style there because, I couldn't do it at Big Show, whatever. Actually, at the time he did slam Big Show out the ring like it was nothing. Good God. But yeah, just like, hey, me and you, I'm going to throw you around because I'm get strong. And he used to, Chris Hero told an interview that because he'd go to the gym together with him and people go up and see Claudio just like looking the way he looks, people go, all right, man, so what do you want? What drugs, whatever. And he would go, horse blood. What? It's horse blood. Every day I drink a liter of horse blood.
Really?
That's what he tells people because he's like, oh, you're on drugs, right? He's like, no, I'm clean. So I wouldn't
think
believe him.
he's,
So I just say that, so get rid of them.
He's just got sick genetics, bro. He's all natty. I'm miring him. Just using all the slang, I don't know.
That's
reckon
right.
it's
It's all natty.
What are his macros like?
Black craft coffee. Is that what the coffee shop's called?
What are you
Rollins'
doing?
coffee.
Him and
okay.
both the minute
Oh,
they
they co-own it, yeah,
both
yeah,
own
yeah.
it, don't they? The coffee shop / wrestling school.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Aye.
it's joined on.
You're tired after your wrestling training?
I know it. Wait, Blackcraft?
Black craft.
What, after the rest of the show? That really bad one at
I might have just
WrestleMania?
made that up. I'm
something,
sure.
something like that.
It was black
It's
something.
it's Rocky and metal because it's Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
And crafty.
Because it's
Like-
Claudio.
Tony's good at home economics.
Yes.
I like that. Thank you. That was Battle of the Belts. I can't wait to see you again until next year.
Is it just once a year? Is that what
No,
it is?
it's not. It's like every so much. You know what? I don't care about the
Yeah, I
event.
don't
Because
care
it always, like I said, it's not the event itself. It's like, okay, let's make Rampage and Dynamite extra squiffy. I just made up a word there. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. So
It
we'll
fit
move
the
on
bill,
to...
though. It fit.
Thank you very much. Onomatopoeia. Monday Night Raw. There is doom and gloom when things go boom. In Triple H's lab.
In Dexter's lab.
There we go. There's the joke. Bailey, Dakota, and Io open the show. Bailey says they're here to salvage an uninspired division. Dakota says she and Io are going to win the tag title tournament, but they're interrupted by Belair, Asuka, and Bliss. Bailey challenges them to a 6-woman tag match at Clash of the Castle, which Belair accepts before starting a brawl. They fight the crowd and Bliss hits a crossbody off the barricade.
And commentators act like they've never seen it. They're like, oh my God, where's she going? She must be 6 feet in the air.
I
No, it was a nice crossbody. Actually.
It was
Yeah.
a nice cross. I thought this was a very Vince McMahon-esque you people promo from Bailey. You sheep. You this, that, and the others.
I
You
guess-
enjoy watching Becky play dress up every week? Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
She looked good.
So wicked. But I think they had to do it because otherwise people go, yeah, you're back. It's like, shut up, you people. All
Oh,
right.
damn. I need to apologise to the many people who corrected my Dragon Ball Z reference from last week.
Oh,
said
people
that-
bugging me. Why didn't you correct them?
I
I'm
said
like,
that
go on.
Becky's arm was hanging off like Gohan when he fought Frieza, but it was when he fought Cell.
Oh my God, what a mistake.
I know,
missed it.
yeah, I know.
Bloody hell.
There could be a few examples, but you know what? I knew that when you said
You nearly fell off your chair when I busted out the
it.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z.
And they're like, why didn't you correct them? It's like, he's trying.
I tried so hard and
Like-
got so far. But in
In the end,
it
didn't even matter. But yeah, because I'm like, look, he's trying. Why am I like, oh, no, you're an idiot, Jack. Of course it's that.
You're
Shut
not
up.
getting through my gate.
I'm
I'm
the-
keeping this gate closed.
Right, exactly.
Thank you for not doing that.
Thank you. He's like, oh, he's making the effort. I appreciate that. I watched Home Alone 3. You can watch the entire Dragon Ball Z Cell saga.
What should I watch on Netflix this week, Maffew, to come to the podcast?
Floor is lava's back, Ross.
Is it?
Well, I've never. No, I haven't actually watched season 2.
I can't remember the last
It
time
is
I
still
watched.
Rutledge.
Old Rutledge, yeah.
Rutledge Wood, yeah, he's still there.
Prick.
Oh god.
Dan, you should have seen it. Someone sent in, I forget who it was. Apologies if you're listening. Someone sent in a birthday message for me and Jack from Rutledge Wood. And of course, you know who Rutledge Wood is, don't you? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, yeah. the biggest star in
It
America.
was really funny because he just couldn't be asked to do the cameo. He was like in his pool or something.
Yeah.
He's clearly enjoying himself going, oh, right, I just remembered.
Got a bloody cameo.
No.
Hey, Jack and Ross, heard you're a big fan of the show. All right, buddy, yeah. So good. Thank you. We really did appreciate whoever bought it.
Mate, we'll laugh.
Because it was so funny, yeah.
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 Andrew
I think he
Dawkins.
said happy birthday as well.
It was happy birthday for both of us.
For
Like,
both of us. Didn't
Wow,
ask if
what a
we-
coincidence.
Didn't ask if we were related. Didn't ask if we were related.
it
Oh,
might be on that machine if we're looking at it.
it's all right. I don't want to relive it.
Hey, it's a thought that counts, as they say. Andrew Dawkins faces Seth Rollins. Montez Ford gets ejected midway through, and Seth wins with the pedigree. He hits a stomp on Dawkins afterwards, so Ford runs back out to chase him away. Later, Seth mocks Riddle in an interview backstage and says, of course, he's a screw-up. Just ask Dana White.
Wow.
So you've been watching the Trent Seven promos.
That was the Progress tournament, wasn't it?
Oh, my God. What a
You messed up,
moment that
haven't
was.
you, Maffew?
Yeah.
Did all that?
5-minute promo, main event for day one of the tournament. So Trent just blasted him for 5 minutes on the mic. It's just, you're going to be a screw up. You're never going to get a WWE deal, which is funny in hindsight because you can't stop doing this and whatever. Now, like, get in your corner, ring the bell, then get out my ring or whatever. Bell rang, you hit him, really hit him with a kick, a pin and sunset.
It's great booking.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing match. Loved it. Anyway, so back to the Rollins match. This was a lovely match. He kept on dodging out the way of the stomp. And Corey Graves here was very good because he's been watching tapes, maybe it's in video, no one says tapes anymore, videos of Rollins all week to prepare for this. So every time he saw the stomp coming, he'd get out the way
He's
of it.
been tape trading. He's been
Yeah, exactly. That's what he used to say. Yeah.
Okay.
The old VHS player in the bag. And I thought Graves was really working hard here. I'm not sure if that was due to him going on Twitter this week and tweeting out,
Funny that,
nice of me to find out that my wife's been injured, going on Twitter, tweet deleted. But he was on his best behavior this week.
He was. We talked about this and how, Twitter's so fast that maybe you would find out off Twitter first. Maybe no one's had time to text you.
Yeah, there was a thing a while ago when there's been earthquakes happening. People have known by browsing Twitter before it's hit.
There was
Certain
whole
parts of the world.
uprisings across the Arab world because of Twitter. It's so quick. I don't know why I've had to bring that up.
Yes.
Up the Tunisia.
Big following there.
Yeah.
Won't anymore, but we have now.
But that was the first time people realised the power of Twitter was the Arab Spring. Yes, of course.
Aye. And
Lovely bit of geopolitics for the wrestling podcast that we've got.
that's what they love, don't they? What are we talking about?
Angelo Dawkins versus
Yes,
Seth Rollins.
there we go, thank you. So-
another interesting line from Corey, which I picked up on. Do
Go
you remember
on.
back in the day when you'd hear certain lines from the commentators and you'd think, oh, Vince McMahon has fed that to them directly and
Yeah.
forced them to say it? Well, Corey said during the match, he's like, Angelo has always possessed the ability, but never the mentality. And I was like, has Eyeball Paul told Corey to say that one? Because if he has, that's scathing. 'Cause this was the first week where Angelo wrestled with his shirt off, I think. Never
I
seen
can't remember him, yeah.
So maybe he's
you're
starting,
right, yeah.
maybe this is like the mentality change now, I don't know.
Well, that's what they're doing the slightest of hints towards, aren't they, after the
Well, I think
underwhelming
Montez-
SummerSlam match?
I think
and it was
Montez has
like,
cracked me.
He started to lose his mind.
Yeah.
they haven't had a tag match since. Yeah.
The defeats to the Usos, he's cracked.
They did rock, paper, scissors last week, but Ford ignored that and just went in.
I think it's a good slow burn of a heel turn.
What would have
from Tez.
happened if he'd beaten Rollins?
If
Angelo.
Dawkins had,
Yeah.
He
Ford
would've-
would have been a jelly belly.
You think Ford would have just beat the hell out of him?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah.
Just like clobbered him with a cricket bat or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, lovely little match.
But
yeah.
I'm comparing the Street Profits to the modern day Edge and Christian in terms of what they'll do after the tag team, because they'll both be.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Hopefully. I'd like that.
Tez will be the Edge.
Yeah.
Angelo will be the
Edge.
Christian.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Of course. Of course.
From you too. Yeah.
Yeah, and what else have I written here?
You give yourself away.
Thank you. Backstage, Edge tries to smooth things over with the Mysterios after accidentally spearing Dominic last week. Dom is skeptical.
I've undersold
Segments.
that there. He's not just skeptical, he's stormed.
Yeah,
off.
he tried to
Segments
attack
like
him.
this do my tits in. This trope of wrestling
What
needs
is
to
that?
get in the bin. Where the baby face has a move done to them by their partner by mistake, yet they think it's real. That trope needs to get in the bin.
I would agree, but this actually made sense because Edge and Ray were tag team champions long, long ago.
And
Dominic sucks.
No, he doesn't.
And Dom knows he stinks because Logan Paul's come out and had a better match than Dom's ever had. And he's like, all right.
He's only 12. Give him a chance.
Yeah, he's been grounded for not eating his vegetables.
I just didn't like how it was clearly a mistake, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, it was a mistake."
And then he's gone, I don't know about that.
Like,
It was a mistake. It was.
Dom's actually just like, goes, wait, weren't you with like Judgment Day like a few months ago? Of course you're
think
pure evil and
Dom
right.
is going to end up joining Evil Rhea because he fancies her loads. Well, I don't know.
Do you reckon he's letting her do that to him now?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
reckon he's gone?
I can't get away.
The first time it was legit.
Oh no, I've fallen again.
Tom I always do the news with Tom on a Tuesday morning, and he said like it's awakened something in me.
Oh my
Watching Rhea
God.
do that to Dom. So.
Rhea does weird things to people who are normally very level-headed. I've got to say. I'm looking at many people I share this office with. You're not the ideal person to...
Look at the ceiling.
Okay, fair enough. Same with... who was it, man? Oh, no, it was Nikia Lyons, but now she's...
Oh yeah, don't yeah. That blow softens someone. Later, Ray faces Finn Balor. Distracted when Rhea Ripley, hey, speak the devil, drags a beaten and bruised Dominic into the ramp, and all the rest of the ring stop to laugh.
China
Balor
vibes.
wins. Speaking of which, was that
the
cosplayer this week?
yeah.
Who, for at least 2 seconds, I went, is that
back.
China?
She's back.
Is that actually China?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really good cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, really big muscles. Fair enough.
I have a person's name. Is it Aurora?
don't know.
It'd be nice to remember the person's name, like, but yeah, wow.
Everyone will know the China cosplay.
China
went
cosplay
viral,
on
yeah.
Twitter, you'll see it straight away.
It was a really good cosplay.
I did enjoy Damien's promo at the start of this match where he just knew off the top of his head that it's been 12 years since Edge hasn't wrestled in Toronto. It's a sort of stat you know off the top of your head there.
Yeah.
Unless you're a psychopath. I guess he could be a psychopath.
You can use
said this?
cagematch.net.
Damien.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If one of the commentators had said it, I'd be like, fair enough, because they've
It's a
got to
weird
do
thing
their
for
research,
wrestlers,
but
yeah.
it is, yeah.
Because they're in Toronto. Is it the match next week where they're having the tag match?
Yeah,
actually.
That's when they're in Toronto for the first time.
Jack Atkins is going to Toronto soon.
Is he?
Yeah, he used to live there. He's going back for a bit.
Is he a Raptors fan, like, or?
He's been to see the Raptors,
Oh.
but he's going back.
They're making a
'Cause he
comeback,
lived
the
there for like
Raptors.
2 years, so I think he's seeing some old friends and stuff. And
Sorry.
and I was just having a look about on Google Maps at where he lived and that. He was like, that was my house there. Oh, I used to go to there for a...
Bao bun.
Bao bun.
Yeah, you love bao
Yeah,
in
bao.
Toronto.
It's like dumplings.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
remember Little Bao Bao?
Little Bao Bao, as Ross would sing.
Or Bao Bao, the elephant.
Little
Bao
Bao Bao.
Bao. It's a little pink van that lives on the street. It serves sweet tasting Asian meat. Little Bao Bao.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Who've relocated to under the bridge.
Yeah,
Not
they're
one,
too far away now.
what's it called? By
I
the
know,
river.
by the river.
By the river.
They used to be there on our doorstep, and I never had one.
That's right.
Now it's an excursion to go and get a Bao Bao. Right, Triple H time, right?
Yes, it is.
Because before this match, Ray
Oh,
versus
right.
Finn, there was a little explanation as to why Dom was and why it was bad for Edge not to be out at ringside, explained by Ray. And I thought those little bits, we wouldn't have got that a few weeks
Yep.
ago, and now we are getting them.
Yeah, the product is less dumb
Yes.
than they used to. Possibly because they're not writing it 3 minutes before bell time.
Would have
Maybe
been
or maybe
just
not.
Last, like when 3 weeks ago, just Edge wouldn't have been there, despite having that little
Yeah.
segment before. Would have been, oh, why wasn't he there? Now we know why. Time to
And-
play the game. Sorry.
Sorry to talk over you. Backstage, Miz and Ciampa are interviewed ahead of Ciampa's US title shot. And this has just come after a segment where they show Tommaso Ciampa. This is this person.
Yeah,
video
yeah,
package. Do. He dedicates the match to his trainer, Harley Race.
It's a Triple H show.
Absolutely.
The first Harley Race mention
Yep.
of the Triple H era.
Yeah. It's going to have mutton chops next
Oh,
week.
it was also like the anniversary of when he died, I think.
Yeah.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and we also get like Instagram photos from Ciampa's social media feed later on, obviously dedicating this match. And Harley Race got a good pop from the crowd because we know who he is. And then we got the US title video package as spoken by JBL,
yeah.
most American man. So obviously big this up. And later Miz tries to interfere in his match against Big Bobby Lashley. And it was a lovely little match, but then gets taken on by AJ Styles. At one stage, Ciampa uses the Gargano escape.
You have to do it yourself.
But yes.
Corey said on commentary.
Yeah, Triple H said, you messed this up. I know where you live. But Lashley eventually wins with the Hurt Lock. Miz and AJ continue to brawl behind the curtain, setting up a no DQ main event later on in the show. Everything described took like half an hour, maybe 40 minutes combined total.
Yeah.
Maybe not that long, but like a fair amount. It's just, this is why this current era, it's only been 2 weeks, I know, where they're using the most out of the show rather than just filling up with 24/7 bollocks. or whatever. That you actually go in and going, here's this person, here's why this match means something, and all this. God, it was a fun show this week.
3 hours is so long, you can do so much stuff. Yeah, and they are now. So it's good.
Loved all of that.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Better than AEW, man. I'm back on the WWE.
It's night and day this week in terms of presentation and building up something, let you know who it is.
He was
What do you
hurt.
mean you don't watch Game Changer Wrestling? That's GCW champion Ciampa in the ring. Like, anyway.
I thought it was good business by all. Because in the match itself, Ciampa was getting lots of near falls on Bobby Lashley, which not many people normally do.
Yes.
But Lashley was surviving all the near falls, which
I
is
liked
impressive.
how there were several near falls that got me. And it was because they would like the exposed term, or like Ciampa would have to use more devastating attacks than usual, and ones that could feasibly keep Bobby Lashley down, thereby heightening the drama when he kicked out. It's basic stuff, but like it really worked.
Yeah. But they never really, 3 weeks ago, they wouldn't have happened, would it?
No.
But I've got a question to ask. Between SummerSlam and this match here, where does AJ Styles manifest himself from?
Well, we saw him running like John Cleese and Monty Python.
He's just there at right time every time.
Good camera work, and I hate saying that because we know who it is.
Oh, they're still there, though, the cuts. I don't know when they'll... Well, we know when they'll change, but like, I hope they do sooner rather than later, obviously.
According to, I think it was Fightful, there are people backstage other than Kevin Dunn who are fans of that style.
Who?
Don't know.
Name yourselves. So we can take you out.
Kevin Owens wastes no time in his match of Ezekiel, charging out immediately and hitting the apron powerbomb. Ezekiel to stretch it out. Fair enough.
Good.
Like,
Yeah.
Bring back Elias. I'm sick of Ezekiel.
It worked when it was Owens getting rattled. That was the joke. And
It could
now they're
have
not
worked.
doing it. Yeah, now that it's like they had like, hey, this week it's Ezekiel versus Seth Rollins. Crickets. It's like, and they only cared about him when Owens is
He only
getting
worked
mad.
in one thing, yeah.
So it's nice like the one person to come back to Triple H lad again, Kevin Owens. It's like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna break your back. Bye. Come back as Elias or don't come back.
It could have worked if they made Elias a heel, but then went with the three faces thing and like he just tried to be played on the three faces thing to get out of certain situations.
Yeah.
So that's where it could have worked. But just having Elias with everything stripped back with Zeke the Geek and other catchphrases on the Tron, that being his gimmick, was never ever going to work. So I'm glad hopefully that is a proper write-off and he comes back as Elias. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But just before that match, when Kevin Owens was cutting his promo,
Because
oh boy, Triple H, time to play the game, is it not?
Mate.
Yes, it is.
hey,
wanna say one?
Kevin Owens, you're going to be interviewed in the car park. You remind people who he is. That's amazing. Camera turns, parking lot. Hey, a few wrestlers and crew members gathering on a mysterious crashed car. What's
At this
happening
moment,
there?
My interest in Raw spiked. And for the rest of the show, what's going on with this car? I love it. The chaos, the carnage, the feel of a real world where things happen that aren't going to plan. It's back. Wrestling's back.
Wrestling only has one royal family.
Helmsley.
The Vets. But me and Tom,
Sledgehammer, Harley Race, Motorhead at WrestleMania.
me and Tom got bit on the arse by this on Tuesday morning because like we
Oh, go on.
only have time to consume the YouTube highlights before we're shooting news videos.
Bless you.
And this wasn't one of them. So we missed this massive crucial detail.
Oh, no.
Gutted. We look like a pair of mugs, more so than normal. But
Pleasures.
It's all right. We're in England. It's harder to cram
Exactly.
it all
But
in.
it's good, though, because the commentators weren't going, hey, what's that? It appears to be a crashed car. Do. No one said anything.
3 weeks ago. That would have been said. It is good, though, isn't it?
It's good
We've
that-
got eyes and brains and everything.
Right, it's good that you're saying this because,
Show
because
don't
I have
tell.
seen
Show
I have seen a few people, and again, I'm not taking. It's not like I'm getting these things getting to us, but it is interesting seeing people going, people are saying all these good things, or because Vince is gone. If the product had changed and Vince was still here, you guys wouldn't have said anything. And it's like, no, the product has changed.
Yeah, it has
Yeah, it
changed.
has actually changed.
It's way better. It's not
Yeah.
nothing to do with like, oh, we just hate Vince and look at us being good guys or nothing like that. No.
It actually has changed for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It is interesting, though, because there needs to be... This is good from WWE, but we're going about Mance Warner. There needs to be that middle ground from AEW, doesn't there? Like, there's too much of an expectation. I don't want to say that because that makes me sound like a right dick. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, is there too much of an expectation from AEW for the fan watching to know who Mance Warner is and therefore care?
Sometimes.
They need to find that middle ground, don't
Yeah.
they? Or
To
do
a
they?
certain degree, yeah. I mean, it's not the enormous. There was one video went around where people kept highlighting it, and it was annoying because the points the guy was making were valid, but that over the top like 12 years ago in YouTube style he was doing was so annoying. I'm like, you know what? I agree with you, but you're so annoying. I'm just going to disagree
Was
with
this
you.
one of my videos?
No.
No, it wasn't
There's a
one.
few of the people going, yeah, he's speaking the truth. But I was
One of
like,
mine, wasn't it? Was one of mine.
all right, fine. It was both of yours. But anyway, yeah, it's a point there where it's like, yeah, it's something, I'm not like getting like about it, but yeah, it is like, you got 10,000 people on the roster, you get other people coming in every week. Yeah, you do know you do need to put these guys over sometimes. And they don't do that, which is one of the positives of WWE. They go, we are going to put over these people. So you know who these people are. So yeah, I would agree that there is, I mean, that is half the appeal of AEW as well. If you do know these people from GC Dub or Japan or Yoshi and everything else like that, it's great. But if you don't, you're like, all right.
It is good that they don't lay everything out like that, but there does need to be sometimes just a little like, here's why you should care,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's why Excalibur ends up talking like an auctioneer. This guy's great. AEW Rampage. Dakota and Io beat Tamina and Dana Brooke in the first round of the tag title tournament. I'm sorry, pal.
Man alive.
They can't all be great.
She was looking so good as well.
I thought this was a cool result.
She's added.
I agree with it.
She's added, right? Strikes like the Big Red Machine Kane. You know, the uppercut.
Yeah, there's
She was doing that better than the Big Red Machine Kane ever did.
But not better than the Usos, who've got brilliant uppercuts.
They do have good uppercuts.
Don't worry, the uppercuts Kane would do, though, would be like shots to the throat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like he always have his fingers out, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And he'd also do he'd do the rubbish one, but it was always in between two good ones where he'd just go, eh,
Yeah.
which was fine. But I liked the throat jab and the big wah.
Yeah. The big
Like
wah.
that film with Bow Wow where Ice Cube uppercuts the neighborhood bully and knocks him out. Lottery ticket.
I've not
Carry
seen
on,
that one.
sorry, anyway.
No idea.
Thank you for that. That's the thing we need to watch on Netflix this week, Ross. Easily wins a handicap match against...
Oh, come on, speak about this tag team match a bit more.
No.
Oh, I thought...
Is it just me, right? Or was it not good business for the Kai in the Sky, as I'm going to call them, tag team?
Kai in the Sky is good.
Because Dana Brooke and Tamina, as much as I like Tamina and have been on the Tamina train for a long time now, they have been jobbers with a capital J for the longest time. Yet they had a pretty ding-dong back-and-forth match here with Kai in the Sky. Was that not good business for
Do you
Kai in
think
the
that
Sky?
it was like when Hangman Page took 20 minutes to beat Kip Sabian and everyone went, oh, is that a bit much?
But Kip, I would
He's
argue...
done so much, Kip.
But Kip wasn't losing on these guys'
Yeah.
level, yeah.
Aye.
I think, well, if I remember, this is a hard reset for the tag team titles, so women's tag team titles. So it makes sense to get people interested in
maybe
it.
they've got to really
Those
earn
big long matches, having good, and they give it importance. If they steamrolled over them,
Who's going to win these tag belts? It should be these two, probably.
I reckon these two.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Naomi and Sash will be like, that's ours. We want it back now. To the castle. Oh, no, they can't. They've already got a match, haven't they? To the next pay-per-view after the
Yeah.
castle.
that'd be a shame. They go with a Cardiff and go, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Seeing the site instead. I'll tell you, if they do bring the 24/7 title back, or I say back, obviously they are using it within this match, and they go around the castle or famous Welsh places.
It's
be
the
good.
least they can do, really.
Yeah.
Tom Jones wins the belt.
Oh, and they go, I can't believe you won the belt. It goes, it's not
not
unusual.
unusual.
Yay. Boo! Almost easy wins a handicap match against two jobbers. And
Andrea
this is exactly...
Guercio and Spencer Slade. I wish it could be Christmas every day, but it's not. No, wait. That was Wizard.
I was wizard,
Yeah.
yeah.
Merry Christmas. Here it is.
It's
Merry
Christmas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is your granny hanging up?
On
That's
the
not how it
wall.
goes.
Have you hung your granny on the wall?
Hung your granny up.
Oh, dear.
Can't wait for Christmas now.
I can. I'm terrified by what the Cultaholic Christmas party will be this year.
Oh,
I'm a big summer boy this year, so I don't
Yeah.
worry. I'm not asked about Christmas currently.
Oh, but it's the World Cup, isn't it?
I shouldn't
Oh.
imagine this summer with the World Cup as well.
Been sunburned.
Imagine trying to get a seat in any pub around Christmas now with the World Cup on as well. Oh,
It'd be lovely if you could, though.
Oh, yeah.
Crackling up open fire there. Chestnuts.
crackling on the wall next to your gran. Aye. They mint that.
Proper 2016 Braun Strowman treatment, though,
Yep.
for Omos. But without the little quirky promos from the jobbers, which I thought was a bit of a shame.
I like when they say, we're going to do our best.
Yeah. Or when you get Johnny, what was his name?
Johnny
Not
Sweaty Man.
yeah, not Johnny Knoxville. What was his name?
Johnny Knockout.
Johnny Knockout, was
That's
it?
him, yeah.
I like big, sweaty men. I've
He
taken
saw his shot and took it.
I've robbed that, and I've
Yep.
milked it dry.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Checks in the post. Yeah, this is exactly what Omos should be doing because I didn't like his Lashley feud at all because he's just not ready. Plus, he's supposed to be a monster, but also a cowardly heel. And you're like, can't be both at the same time.
You can't be 8 foot and a cowardly heel.
And there's like, Triple H's like, he's just going through the scripts going, nah, don't get away. No, that's
It will be interesting, though, because obviously Omos was there, wasn't he, when Triple H was running the black and the gold of NXT?
Was he?
You'd be in the performance center.
Jordan, remember him? He would
right.
have been on the roster, on the internal roster, I should say.
Oh, yeah, with that like Kevin Nash.
But he never used him, though, did he?
He actually went, oof. It's not ready. Wow, this flies back. Anyway, so good. Dolph Ziggler wins a singles match against Chad Gable. And God, were they gun for it, the pair of them.
Everywhere.
Crowd weren't that into it. But
Wrestling boys having a wrestle.
Kent State.
So much amateur stuff on display. Not in a bad, not that
Obviously,
sort
the
of
good
amateur, the good amateur. But then you realise Dolph Ziggler was like a high school, college wrestler. Chad Gable was an Olympic wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a bit of a difference, but it was really good. It was good.
Yep, Oz tries to attack him afterwards, but he bravely runs away. Shades of a great Cultaholic presenter.
The super kick for the finish was great.
Yeah,
Great
oh,
super
yes.
kick. I've not seen shades of Osprey King in Leicester back in the day.
Oh, dear God.
Osprey King.
When he used to
You might be asking who the king is in that situation.
Oh.
Jack.
Oh.
I've not mentioned it for a while. I should mention it again.
Did you know he once got kicked in the face by Osprey?
He has, hasn't he?
With Jim Ross on commentary.
Who hated me. Oh my God.
He hit it so well.
Oh, I thought you said he hit it so well. I was going to be like, he did. But he hated
Jim Ross
JR
hit his disdain of you so
He's
well.
a YouTuber. You need a new hat. Because my hat fell off. And he went, you need a new hat.
Jim Ross like, put that cap in the trophy.
Jim Ross is just counting his money.
Wow, what scintillating action. We head backstage for interviews and some of the tag team tournament competitors, but they get distracted when police officers run past urgently.
I'm like,
Fraser, what you done now? Because the police story last
Oh, you're taking the wrong way, but yeah. Of course.
man.
Wow, we better continue watching Raw to find out what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time to play the game.
In that main event, AJ Styles wins his no DQ main event against The Miz, despite interference from Ciampa and also taking a Darby Allin-esque bump on the outside.
Yeah.
Straight off the announce table, over the barricade, onto the Stone Cold floor.
I actually missed it for some reason, but I went back and watched it minutes before this podcast because you were talking about it upstairs.
I watched it twice.
It's one of the like how do you not get winded?
Double up. One of them ones.
Yeah.
It was so bad that the videos went, can you stop watching that, please?
Yeah.
Anyway, after the match, Dexter Lumis, of all bloody people, appears in the front row and is dragged away by security. And they obviously show it, but they don't show it for that long.
It's in the back
like
shot, isn't it?
It's like the Blair Witch. It's like, what was that? Was that through the woods? Was that a leaf? Oh, was it Dexter Lumis?
I loved this because the people in the crowd, obviously, because they didn't make too big a deal of it and it wasn't obviously part of the show.
Yeah.
There's people terrified thinking it's real, like, oh my God, he's trying to get in the ring.
He was just a crazy person. It's a Shane Douglas trying to get in to hype up. It's miserable.
And the commentators did well as well. Because got 3 weeks ago, it would have been,
Dexter
could
Lumis.
it be? But there was just
with
like
theme music and entrance and everything. It's Dexter Lumis. No, it's through the
But
crowd.
I was like, wait there, that can't be him, is it? It is. It's Dexter Lumis. Mentioned his name once. It was good.
And to the right of him was Enzo Amore in a wig.
And then the pièce de résistance of the piece, the franchise Shane Douglas in a luchador mask.
Yeah.
Rikishi
Remember
tweeted.
that?
Yeah, I brought
You
it
mentioned it
up,
just there.
like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But
Did
don't
you?
worry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sugar.
But it was all right because I'm glad. You know what? I'm just glad someone else remembers it. Because then he got escorted out politely. He was like, "That's right. Vince scared of the revolution." And like, "Oh, Shane, come on."
Rikishi tweeted to confirm that it wasn't him who crashed the car.
Not me for yeah.
Nice one, Rikishi. Well done.
Yeah.
Getting involved.
Apart from Doudrop getting a typo that was then fixed. And yeah, I think you mentioned this a while ago. I hadn't really noticed it. Mysterio's shirt, which is an homage to Eddie's shirt, which is already a homage to Scarface.
Yeah.
Because every week when they come out, you got to mention Eddie.
There's a lot.
Which I'm like,
there's a lot of Eddie stuff in Ray's matches now.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It wasn't always this. I mean, it
wasn't
goes back and
this.
forth with it, but now
He'd
it's
do it in
like,
a
hey
big-
guys.
He'd do it in a big moment or like, a big match,
Yeah.
but.
And Finn Balor's doing it every match as well to get heat. And you're like, all right, God.
Ray has become to Eddie what Natalia is to Brett.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
Beautiful way of putting that.
Sell that merch.
Yeah. But those things aside, what a Raw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Raw.
good Raw, yeah.
Loved Raw.
That should be your thing for next week, like Legion of Doom. What a Raw.
It's
Type like that.
my second favourite brand in WWE currently. But here we go.
What's the first
See,
one?
'cause I've been a bit, a bit down about NXT 2.0 recently because I thought I was the only one in on the joke. Now I thought you two had enough of it.
No, this one.
You came back off your holiday and your opinion seemed to have switched.
This week's reignited my passion for a little. bit.
Actually, I'm the opposite. Last week reignited my passion. This week I was like, but we'll get through it right now.
Just talking about the Road Warriors there. I remember what my real Hall of Fame pick should have been.
Go on.
Because I had a really enjoyable conversation upstairs with a few of the lads. We decided whether they'd be face or heel, the cast of Wacky Racers, and which sort of wrestler. So the Slag Brothers, the two cavemen, they're like the Road Warriors. They're just powerhouse babyfaces.
Okay, yeah.
We went through a few. Bit of debate over whether Peter Perfect was a face or a heel.
He's a heel. He thinks he's a face.
Well.
Okay.
He's the Miz at Woodstock 99.
Yeah!
Woodstock, baby!
It's so him. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. But yeah, that was... Anyway, just... You can carry on now.
Thank
Sorry,
you, pal.
just moving.
That'll be the big question we do one week. If Wacky Racers were real. Anyway, NXT 2.0, the Apex Predator, Wendy Chu. Oh, I got that one. That's good. Nikita Lyons wins the opening match against Kiana James, but James hits her with her bag afterwards.
Because she thinks more. She did that after she'd hit her. I think she was like, I'm
Point
actually
at
clever.
head to show I'm smart like
Yeah.
wrestler. Yeah, what do you think of this, Ross?
I can't wait to find out what's in the bag, just to see what is
Will
making
we
such
find out?
disastrous damage to other human beings. I thought the match was okay. It's a weird time now for Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark because they are now the Trevor and the Alistair of the modern day from the Black and Gold days when they went up the main roster and were still sort of there. So it's a bit of a weird time for those two now because they've not really been intertwined, have they?
No.
Just been sort of plucked because that's obviously two people that have some stock in.
Yeah.
And here we go.
And that they can trust to put on matches, I guess,
Yeah.
on the main roster.
But I'd love the finish. I like Nikita's kicks. The spinny kick she does.
And then
Delightful.
after she did the kick, she went, that's right, I'm going to do the bum thing. And then she did the bum thing.
She made a mess of it.
She looked in the camera and went, you're going to see my arse in a second. I did that because Dan was about to take a drink. She's right to continue the assault when she could realistically have pinned Kiana James after the kick. Because Kiana James did make a PowerPoint about what a dick she was. So I think that's fair.
And to prove her point about being a dick, she beat her up rather than take the pin. Well done, Nikita. Prove that
Super
point,
necessary.
right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, though.
Oh, go on.
Speaking of presentations and all that sort of stuff, the opening promo.
I was about
for
to
this
say,
was
I forgot. Like,
the best game of Pass the Parcel I've ever seen in
Oh,
my life.
yeah.
The way they would catch the camera shot and throw it to the next person, and the next person would catch it.
Do you remember those Nike adverts where there'd be a lad dribbling a basketball and then throw it off camera in the next one?
hey,
Who writes that though? Is that the sexy boy himself, Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, Sean said, I just saw a really cool football advert from 20 years ago where they're in the airport, right? And they're just...
What an advert. They were amazing.
When they're great.
The Brazil-Portugal one before the match in the tunnel, when they just start having a kick about in the tunnel.
Elvis one in the cage.
Eric Cantona
always
with
turn
the
up.
boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one now, yeah.
That's the same one, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's on all of them.
Will they play against
you see
devils? It's like, is it demons or whatever?
Yeah.
They're in
yeah,
hell.
yeah.
It's not really explained why they're in hell.
I enjoyed
but
when they were all just rooting, tooting cowboys having a can of Pepsi.
I remember that one.
Oh, it was like 2004, I think. David Beckham all dressed in blue having a can of Pepsi while at a Western for some reason. Roberto Carlos was there as well.
I have to watch on the break.
The one where it's a calling one, I think, where the whole town has a kick about the
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Oh, yeah.
belly's gonna get you. That was a different thing.
That was a
but-
different one, but that was
another iconic advert.
such a weird advert.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Backstage, Apollo Crews advises that, I love this, Diamond Mine to watch a previous match of theirs. And they've got a projector set up. They're really expensive.
Damon's got his laptop. Laptops
right.
are expensive as well. Let's remember that for later on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good point. Roderick Strong arrives and they get into an argument about how him no-showing the match last week.
Because he says, you passed the test. And they went, yeah, you just didn't
Yeah,
show
they mock him and say his thing is, hey, you passed the test. And he goes, no, don't do that. That's my thing.
That was that cheeky Brutus, wasn't it?
Yes.
What's he like?
I thought it was
They get a bit
Julius.
impudent, aren't they? Ooh.
I thought it was Julius who was taking the lead in this conflict with Roderick Strong.
He was taking the lead, but Brutus is the one who was like, you passed the test.
Got you,
Yeah.
got you.
Julius is the one at the start who's been very pathetic, where he was like, you see things we don't pick up on yet. And I was like, you never will, Julius. When he was with Apollo Crews, it says. It's like Apollo Crews can see the future. That was a weird bit as well. Apollo Crews seeing the future, he saw the entire diamond mine knocked out in the ring.
He did.
Is
That was
he?
weird.
Can he see the future but not do anything to stop it? Because that didn't happen this week. Could it happen
That's
next
the
week?
agreement he's been getting. He's like one of the watchers for Marvel Universe. They know what's going to happen, but they can't do anything. I know, as soon as I said it, I'm sorry, pal.
Straight over my head.
But when you feel bad if Apollo Crews sat next to you, goes, "Hey, buddy." Oh, never mind. You'd be worried.
Don't cross the street at 2:46 p.m.
Yeah, can I lend the tenner? Because I won't be paying it back. Strong says he'll beat up Crews tonight and he'll give them footage to watch back.
Yeah, that'll give you some footage.
Yeah.
You can watch me kick his ass.
And sadly, they had a projector showing all video stuff that they're watching back and going, "Hey, we did good then." They didn't get any wrestler in to show the projector stuff on their back. Like, you always hear, "Wow, look at the size of that one." Like,
Oh.
That would have been Raquel.
Raquel Rodriguez doing that. Wow, thanks, Raquel. We couldn't use the wall behind you, but, Crews wins the match, surprisingly, and Roddy gets into another argument with the stable backstage. Julius says he thinks he's realised what the Diamond's problem is, and he'll deal with it personally next week.
Oh.
Roddy breaks Damon and Kev's laptop and storms off.
Now, the best bit was they're all watching this match back from when Roddy interfered, and they didn't realise that he'd interfered, and they all go, "Wait, run that back. It's like, enhance.
Yeah.
I want it.
Oh, yeah, I'll put he said, "Yeah, well, we did good considering you no-showed." And Roddy says, "I didn't no-show. I never planned to be there." And I put, the Del Rio defense.
Hey, he went through a storm for 5-star wrestling, that man, with his Real Madrid scarf. Don't you slander him.
How dare
In fact,
I?
no, slander him all you want.
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
will.
But Apollo Crews in the final stretch of that match was amazing. The way he was just howking.
It was a great match.
Howking. Well, people know what that means. Howking, just lifting Roddy up against his will.
Commentators, I think, because they were saying, it's match of the year. Well,
Oh, no.
Oh, I think that was a bit much, but it was a very
still a
good
good
match.
match, very
And also
good.
the crowd, because, half of them are plants and half of them are real people. Even the real people were getting into it because every time they do a sequence where, come here, Papa Jack, only keep, they do a sequence like one of those cool technical bits where grapple, and then one of them comes out and goes like, hee, on their head. They're like, yeah!
He's
They like
mugged
that.
him off.
Yeah, he's mugging him off, ref. They do that if it was Roddy or it was Apollo.
Yes.
Doing it to one another.
Yes.
Remember Apollo had that theme
Yeah.
in SmackDown where
Just so
you
they
know
know
who
his
it
name,
was
yeah.
because it was somebody yelling his name. Yeah.
Now he doesn't do that, though, because everyone knows Apollo.
Yeah.
He can see the future.
Yeah.
And he will be the new leader of the Diamond Mine next week. Nah, I
Yeah.
think Julius will take over, won't he?
I think Julius has set himself
Well,
out as a
that's
bit of
what
a leader.
history tells us, yes.
Ah.
And over several backstage segments,
Oh, no.
Lash Legend talks their head off Malik Blade and Edris Enofi. Eventually, Edris tells her she lost last week, but Pretty Deadly turn up to defend her honor.
This
A tag match is set up because of this.
When Pretty Deadly turned up to defend her honor and the camera panned across, I laughed out loud
Oh,
at
yeah,
what they were
right.
wearing because they just turned up in
Yeah.
purple shoulders and and they're like,
What about the iconic line as well, though? The cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
yes, and they go,
Gumption's not said enough.
Taste.
Lash is you never speak when a lady is talking, and then Lash Legend goes, yes boys, and they go, yes girl, and I was like, I'm fully on board with this. This is brilliant.
Yeah. Pretty Deadly tried to cheat, but are stopped by JB and BJ.
This was the main event, wasn't it?
No,
No, just before the main event.
I've
Yeah. To some it was.
I've jumped.
It was
I've
my
grouped
main
it
event.
together because the Lash Legend stuff was in like 4 different segments.
Like the
so-
Kiss Demon in WCW was a special main event. Yeah.
I felt really bad for Edris and Malik, though, so that worked.
Was it Anderson? Yeah.
Just a needless shot at Lash Legend there. It's not very nice at all.
Oh, just no one likes someone chatting that much about themselves.
She also said to Malik before Idris turned up, she went, I didn't even like Idris anyway. And then he turned up, she was like, right, I'll catch you up. I was like, you two-faced.
Yeah. We all know someone like that, right?
And I was about to say the word cow there, not a worse word that began with C. I just realised I was like, you two-faced, and then stopped myself.
Well done.
No.
I
I wasn't gonna say that word. Now I've made it sound like I was. God.
It's the weekly occurrence of Jack working himself into a shoot by himself, no one else saying anything. They managed to win the match anyway. Last Legend attacks Fallon and Henley after the bell.
Not Fallon.
Now, fair play to Lash for doing that pump kick in those heels. My goodness.
Does more damage that way.
But I tell you what, Pretty Deadly, their tag team, you can just tell they're the more well-oiled machine of the two tag teams because their tag team offense was tight. Is that how you do it? I don't know. But it was good.
Appreciate you trying. But yeah, no, I agree. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before or I'd forgotten, but Wade Barrett pointing out when he hit the top rope elbow that Edris Enofi's upper rope elbow is called the Edris elbow.
Like Idris Elba.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, boy. Yes, boy.
Wade
Yes, girl.
is aware of the fact that elbow has on people.
What has Idris Elba got nice elbows? Is that what the joke is?
No, he's called
Because his
Idris
name's
Elba.
Edric.
I got that bit, yeah. But I was
Yeah.
like, you were like, well, what does elbows do to people? What do you mean?
Oh, no, sorry. That's his one line from the Office, the American series.
Oh, right. I don't know what that is, even though I've seen
I
that.
thought you liked that.
Yeah, I've have millions of times, but I just don't know what the line is about elbows.
Oh, you never seen Idris Elba's little cameo?
Yeah, everyone fancies him.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
aware of the effect he has on women.
Oh, right. I thought you meant specifically about his elbows.
Oh,
I was
right.
like,
I should have kept that going.
Hello,
oh, yeah,
ladies.
yeah. Yeah, Idris did his promo on a YouTube exclusive at NXT 3.0. Said, yeah, my elbows are so sexy.
He was so harsh to Jim. Never got it.
Nah,
Prick.
sexy prick. Thea Hale is called in Andre Chase's office
Oh,
for
man.
accidentally hitting Ariana Grace with a ball.
They were playing catch in the quad.
She needs stopped. Just Thea Hill. Just too much.
Grace threatens a lawsuit, but Andre explains this is Chase U,
Andre-
and we settle things in the ring. The match and Grace wins.
So Andre's calm throughout this. He's really professional. He's like, I'm so sorry this happened. We'll sort it out. And then she goes, I'm thinking lawsuit. And he goes, right. And he slaps the table and stands up and shouts in this woman's face.
You know why, though?
Why?
It's because the assault happened on Chase U grounds.
Yeah.
So she's threatening a lawsuit. That'd be coming down on his ass. And he doesn't want that. He don't want none. But what I do want to see now after this, where he was like, we do our whatever, sorting out in the ring, whatever he said, he sounded like a GM. So for me, Andre
God.
Chase being the GM of NXT 2.0 needs to happen.
You can't go from Regal up to Andre Chase.
It's a large jump, to be fair,
Yeah.
in terms of quality.
Wow. So from 1 gear to 7th gear, Ross, is what you're saying.
7th.
I thought if I said that
What a
dramatically it'd be
machine.
good, but it wasn't. Carmelo Hayes, cuts a promo, but isn't. We missed something. No. We've actually missed out the rounds match. We have.
That was at the
Yeah.
near the
we've actually
start.
missed
one.
out.
What?
I'll tell you what, Jack.
what?
6
I'm
3-minute
sure I wrote-
rounds.
did I not
A
write it
20-second break
You
between
did.
each
It's
round.
a good job. We
everybody.
watched the
Sorry.
show.
Pinfall submissions are countouts. Round ends when the fall happens. The first of 2 falls is the winner. DQ or KO for the instant win.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
I was a bit confused. So confused that I
Bless
forgot
you.
to write anything down.
It went rounds match. It's just question mark, question mark.
tell you what-
I'll look at this bit later on.
This was the low point for me of this week's show.
Really?
Because for Trick Willie, it didn't work. In the early stages when he was boxing, it was actually like, obviously we weren't lucky enough to be there when Muhammad Ali was doing his thing in the jungles and whatnot, but this was just the next best thing. But then the gloves came off and it just became a wrestling match. Now I was like, probably Wesley Lee is a better wrestler than Tricky Willie.
Then he put one glove back on for some reason.
Yeah.
Because it was boxing time again. But he
Yeah.
only put one on.
Yeah, that bit wasn't.
And then it went back to wrestling again. And I was like, surely for Tricky Willie, it would have just been to just batter him as the boxing, but not have.
And then
At the time, I actually enjoyed this rounds match because the crowd was into it. It wasn't like brawl for all or anything else like that. The crowd like, we hate this. Crowd was into it, and the bopping and the stopping and everything. But now you've explained it, yeah. They didn't explain why you only had one boxing glove
But
on.
then-
And you're right, it was supposed to be like, yeah, I want to be a boxer now.
Yeah.
Gee, of the photo last week and all that. So
it's
staying
the
up a Sunny
same
listing.
picture.
Yeah. Cheese pizza. But this didn't actually work that well because you're right. Wesley was doing better punches and then he lost.
Oh, well, he's the better. No, he won.
No, he was just right. I thought
That's what I meant. Like he
Trick Willie was doing the better
it's his match that he picked.
But then he
and
knocked him
lost.
out and then pinned him.
Yeah.
I think I just didn't listen to the rules properly at the start then. Because I thought
You,
if he knocked him out...
you forgot this match happened,
instant
Jack.
win. It should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought Trick Willie had knocked him out with the big pump kick that he did earlier on. I thought that was the end because Wesley was groggy.
Yeah, but I actually like the fact that the crowd was into it and everything else like that. But again, you've just turned my head completely 180 because yeah, it was rubbish. Yeah, what was I thinking? Yeah, they didn't do a horrible job explaining
It
the rules.
started off well, but then it just sort of descended into like, why we're doing this
What's
again?
happened? Have we
Yeah.
forgotten how this is supposed to work?
I guess it
But-
is the sort of underdog story of little Wesley because they made a big thing about the reach and the height and whatnot.
Little Wesley.
Little Wesley.
Yeah, and I like that they had this like daft little match because that Wesley won, so they can go, that doesn't count. That was a silly match where we forgot the rules midway through. Now we have a proper match later on.
Lion's Den.
Twice. Nikita Lyon's Den.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh,
were misses. So yeah, what do you think of it, Jack?
I was confused. But the action was good. But I wonder if they did this. What was that sound?
It's him typing.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was something. I thought there was something crawling out of the light. Anyway,
It's a fly with a keyboard.
I like the action though, but I feel like maybe they don't trust Tricky to have as long a match without these breaks and the rounds and the boxing. But I think Tricky's good, so give him the. He can step up to the next. He can level up, but not actually.
No,
level
but
up.
not next level
yeah.
up.
He'll be Universal Champion one day.
Okay.
Trick Willie. And Carmelo will be the other one.
But will he do it before or after? Giovanni Vinci.
After.
Because after Camilla Hayes cuts a promo and goes, hang on, well, I'm a bit confused because we had like 10 minutes of like celebration time planned and now it's all lower because we didn't win, which I thought was a fantastic reason to give him. Well, and then Vinci shows up behind him and gets to the ring and then he does the photo.
And he blinked. I was heartbroken for him.
Oh.
I mean, we've all been there a night out where you blink in the cameras, then you look weird.
It's flash photography, Ross. Ow, eh?
Bloody hell.
See how bright that place is?
I was
anyway?
gutted for him.
Vinci says that Hayes got lucky last week when Nathan Fraser stole the title shot from Vinci. They agreed to have the match at Heatwave and brought a little bit before being separated.
Yeah, they were kind of hesitant. There was a lot of evasive action. They were like, "Oh, let's see what."
Feeling each other out, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Either if it'll be this straight up singles match or a triple threat involving Nathan Frazier, this will be the best match this promotion has ever seen.
It'll be the best match of Heatwave.
The best match
Probably.
NXT 2.0 has ever seen.
Ooh,
No,
what is
no.
the best match NXT?
The ladder match where Grayson Waller died.
Hey,
That was a really good match.
Or the one with Giovanni and who was it on the weekly show a few weeks ago?
Apollo Crews?
Apollo Crews, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. The War Games against 2.0 versus Black and Gold.
Yeah, yeah, that was good. It's been a few.
Lash Legend and
Nikita Lyons. Yeah, that was good.
well, they forgot what they were doing.
Yeah.
Irish Whip, Irish Whip, Irish Whip. Backstage, I hope this isn't real. Solo Sikoa learns he'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks. Have we heard anything on confirming this, or is it a storyline? 'Cause I hadn't seen anything.
Sprained PCL in storyline. I reckon he's been written off, me.
No.
I reckon he's off the main roster. I reckon
Oh, I guess wait, because he's had his revenge on come Tuesday.
Because what's in 4 weeks?
I thought no.
Clash of Castle
Aye.
No.
to help.
Roman
help.
retain. I reckon.
Oh, mate.
I thought that
He'll
Good
just
for that.
stab Drew with a sword.
I thought that they were setting up Solo versus Carmelo when he humiliated him in front of the lovely ladies in the street fight with Von Wagner when he pushed him
Yeah.
into the car.
I don't think we're doing that. It just was a little pop, I guess.
What?
It's a shame that.
Like a panda
I
pop.
think we are doing it actually. I think you're wrong.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Cameron Grimes shows him respect and Solo returns the gesture. Later, as Grimes is leaving, he's stopped by the Schism. They ask where he's going. He replies, home, and leaves. And they're like, ha ha ha.
We're in his head.
Yeah, but they
Got him that time, lads.
It was funny. He goes like, "Where are you going there, Cameron Grimes?" He goes, "Home," and he goes, "But to who?"
To who? Yeah.
To who?
Yeah.
And he's like, are you
You're
an
gonna
owl?
come home to us in the
Going home.
schism.
To who? And it affects him. He goes, "Oh, I've got no one." Oh, it's mind games. It's brilliant.
Me girlfriend left us. Me dad's passed away. Got nobody.
Christian just shows up, says something offensive and leaves. So, yeah, well done, Jism. Katana Chance and Caden Carter offer a title shot to Valentina Feroz and Yulissa Leon. The challengers are hesitant, but Sanga says that next week he'll teach them perspective and balance because he's the nicest guy in the roster
is.
and that's
Yeah,
his
he
gimmick.
is.
Top shagger.
Yeah.
Really, really inspirational stuff from Sanga. He was saying those two lasses were just the Nelly ladies a week ago. Now look at them. That could be you, Valentino Feroz and other lady.
Yulissa Leon.
It's really good tactics from the Cowie girls because they've given the title shot to the ones who never win.
Yeah.
They've got, it's good. It's a good tactic. Yeah. So they can't be accused of cowardice, but they'll probably win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not if Sanga takes them somewhere.
Not
It
if-
just like gives them an hour of like spirituality.
Not if Sanga gets in the ring behind the referee's back and throws them into the crowd.
Do you reckon Sanga could get him in the back row?
Yeah.
Especially Katana Chance.
Yeah, you could get her in the back.
Doing the Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Next week we'll
Take
see
out
that.
budget plans. Where we at? Oh, then Tony D'Angelo
Oh, this was weird.
and Sanas Escobar meet in an empty park.
Well, yeah, why was it in the park?
With a
Because the junkyard was shut.
crappy garden table set up in the middle. It's very strange.
It was so weird.
Because
seeing
last
that.
week Tony was on the phone to him and he went, "I know just the place. This was the place."
Like, oh, we have to wait a week for this.
Yeah.
They agreed to have one final match. a street fight. If Tony wins, Escobar will leave NXT, and Tony will get to keep his henchmen. If Santos wins, they're free from his control. Hallelujah.
Well, Tony has been played like a fiddle. Tony is the boss of Santos Escobar and didn't have to say yes to any of this. Santos, by the way, who drives a car while holding a handheld phone, that's not a baby face I want to root for.
No,
it's terrible.
no.
But I think Tony looked like a right mug here.
I think I liked bits of it. Well, I liked one bit of it, which was the saying, like, you got where you are because you beat Ciampa. Well, do you want to try and do that again and beat another established guy? I liked that bit. But apart from that, I didn't like this segment.
Yeah, Tony's new gimmick has been that he's dumb. Especially when the other week where Diamond Mine were 3 seconds away from splitting up, attacking each other.
Matthew,
and he went,
you need to get over this.
hey, you
Matthew.
wise guys,
This
you
is-
bozos.
this
And
is-
hey, let's just
This
team up
offended
again
you.
to beat up that thing. Like, you're an idiot.
You've mentioned this every week since it happened. It's really affected
Wise
you.
guys, it's like Italian term for smart mark because he's dumb.
Oh, dear.
Dummy dumb. So I hope the dumpster himself loses.
I tell you, what I read from this, though, I reckon Santos will win next week just to go to the main roster, free his family up to the main roster. I
All
assume.
of them will go together.
Do you reckon?
And Tony will be on his own again, just him and Stacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Until he gets busted and Tony Khan signs him. Wendy Chu Wendy Chu turns the lights off in Tiffany Stratton's locker room and then beats her up with the help of night vision goggles. Very sinister
Why are we
and
meant-
reminiscent of Randy Orton.
yes, but why are we meant to cheer for Wendy Chu in this feud? This was an unprovoked assault.
It would have been funny if they put the lights back on and she's just hit her with a pillow. But it wasn't. She absolutely killed
Chu
her.
battered her in the dark.
Battered her.
She really is vindictive, the whimsical Wendy Chu, because all Tiffy Strats did back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, no, what did she do? Because
I can't
so far,
remember
the
what she
whimsical
did.
Wendy Chu has nicked her credit card.
Yep.
She's done this in the dark. She went to the nail salon.
She emptied her ball sack. Oh, no, it was Mandy Rose.
Oh, yeah,
She
the
emptied
ball
her
sack was the
on
Sack
her.
of
Pretty,
balls.
But she
sack
did steal the
of-
credit card. She ruined her makeup by she was getting her makeup done and she like threw powder in her face. And
Oh,
everything
yeah.
like that. And when Tiffany Stratton opened her eyes and went, "That's not her voice."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like Wendy
Wendy's
Chu's
awful.
got her own back already. This is a bit too far, this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Psycho.
I hope she loses. I hope they have a buried alive match.
She could be the heavy hitter for Tony D'Angelo's crew.
Who, the whimsical Wendy Chu?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
I
whacked
need to
people.
a whack
Literally
people
whacked
with a
people,
pillow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kill them.
No.
Killed her with a pillow. It's great. There's no fingerprints. In a video package, we learn that JC Jane likes rock music and Gigi Dolan likes drinking at a bar.
This was weird, this.
This was weird.
This is the one that got you back in NXT to one other
Yeah,
week, was
yeah,
it?
Where was Mandy? What does Mandy like to do?
Mandy's not into the rock music. She likes pop and chart music.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Yeah. Whereas the other two are rocking badass ladies. Do you think they're going to break up because they're trying to set them apart as a duo?
Yeah, I think those two lasses there, JC and Gigi, are toxic attraction now. And Mandy's off on her own.
And two people have lost their titles, so could be leaving with Solo.
JC likes
Get the
vinyl.
Megabus together to
Ross has
Cardiff.
got into vinyl. Owen's got into vinyl.
I've had my vinyl player for 3 years.
I only recently
Only
learned that
recently
Ross
found
was into
this out.
vinyl. But like a baby who hasn't yet learned that other people like exist after they're out of your vision, I didn't know that Ross had. So I've not yet learned that when someone does that, they're not there.
Jack is a dog.
Yeah, that's right. What was I going to say? Right, JC likes vinyl. Gigi likes
Whiskey.
Trillions. She was in a Trillions-esque place.
Yeah.
She dropped that shot glass on the floor at the end. She went,
She
"Bah."
don't care.
That's a
Well, it's those American bars, aren't there, where you go then you encourage to throw peanuts on the floor.
that's an establishment
Disgusting.
she respects that, and she's done that.
Did you know the peanuts are not actually nuts, but they are looms?
The what?
Looms.
What's a loom?
I don't know. I follow that Uber facts page on Twitter and I tweeted that yesterday. Made me think about it.
Peanuts aren't nuts, they're looms.
They're looms.
Okay.
Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis. He's a nut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's not.
Oh,
Or is
sorry,
he?
he's not.
Yeah, well,
You can't drive a car, that's for sure.
oh.
Or maybe I wasn't. See, I don't know. Did he drive the car with such emotion? Like, I've got to get. I'm late for Raw. He crashed his car and said, "Oh, whatever."
I think it was a diversion.
Or did he cause it?
Diversion to get the coppers to the scene of the crash so he could sneak in.
In which case, who was car?
Who was Carr?
Yeah. Sorry, it's a reference to a stupid old thing back in the day. Never mind. Where we are. Backstage, Apollo Crews is interviewed after his win with Roddy Strong, but is interrupted by Grayson Waller, who says he'll happily run Apollo out of NXT just like he did to Johnny Gargano. Ooh, sure, I'm mentioning him a lot on TV, yeah.
I thought this confrontation was very reminiscent of your Sunday morning bash with Unnamed Man. With
yes.
you playing the role of Apollo Crews and Unnamed Man being Grayson Waller. So you were like, all right then, come on then. Wait, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, wait, can I run up? Can I outrun him? Yes, I can. All right, you ain't nothing. I should have yelled wrestling stuff, that dude. Yeah, you suck. Johnny Gargano's not coming back.
Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. Wait, hang on, I'll draw a sign. Hey, what's your favourite Final Fantasy game? Sorry. Zoe Starks wins a match. Main event against Cora Jade after Cora is distracted by Roxanne Perez. Perez chases Cora at the back with a kendo stick while Mandy tries to ambush Stark in the ring. Zoe turns the tables and stands tall to end the show. What did you think of this?
It left me wondering, is this the title change? Is Zoe Stark going to now win the belt? And I don't think I want her to, you know. I think I want Mandy to carry on reigning supreme. But do you want Zoe to win?
I think with Zoe going in this tag team tournament on the Raws and the SmackDowns and whatnot, I think she'll get it just to promote 2.0 a bit.
Ooh.
Then people will watch and go, oh, it's not just silly gimmick bollocks. There's actually a splice of black and gold in there.
But
Good wrestling action.
But there's more... Oh, is there more heels or faces for the champion? I don't know if it matters. I was just saying, is there more... If Mandy keeps it, is she not going to run out of faces to beat soon? You think she will?
Which is just taking down the whimsical one.
I thought it was going to be Lions who would
Somehow.
take it from her eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
think it's
seen
too
it.
soon for Nikita, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too soon for Zoe. It feels like she's only just back from injury.
She's good, though.
So is Nikita Lyons.
Not as good as
come
Zoe
on.
Stark.
Okay.
Fair
enough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. Second place in my move of the week is Zoe Stark's finisher.
You've already said second place in your move.
I've had third place in my thing. I'll just make this up on the spot. Is her finisher. Especially when Mandy Rose is taking it. Because the rotations, it was like watching some test cricket. Out the back of the hand sort of thing.
Yeah.
Rotation.
She picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
Not the googly.
The googly.
Yeah, there's no...
Yeah, the flipper. But her finisher.
Slider there, mate.
Amazing. An amazing finisher.
It was.
Yeah.
It was such a good finish. I didn't even get distracted by Jack's accent when you were doing that. I love the description of it.
I wish she had a bit more, like, charisma about her.
I know.
She's one of those.
I wish she had more of a story.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez used to play computer games and now she's really a wrestler. What's Zoe got?
Yeah.
Muscles and talent. Pish.
Yeah.
Tosh, or whatever people say.
It both works.
Aye.
Pish and tosh.
Actually, Roxanne Perez is very good as well in the ring. In the ring.
But you're right. Cora's the one with all the heat.
Yeah, she's the best one. She's best heel in the biz.
She did put something interesting on Instagram. It was like, can I feel this way all of the time? Something like that. I forget what it was. But it's probably not worth looking at. It's like, how Roxanne came down and took the bat. That coupled with this Instagram post from Cora was like, is she going to change her ways? Could that be the hint of the Mandy Rose retention? And then Cora, freshly baby-faced, maybe
She
be the
can't
champion.
turn face again.
Oh, we can do anything.
Already.
Oh, we can.
Tom Campbell has
Anything's possible.
yogurts older than their tag team.
That's right.
He could have
He's throwing them out
His
now.
fridge must stink.
He could have bananas older than Cora's heel run.
I don't know if this feeling will last forever.
That's the one.
And it's her on the top.
We gotta hold on to what we got. Yeah.
Welcome to
song
the
lyrics, sorry.
generation of Jade.
Oh yeah, the generation of Jade. That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's like Apollo.
Yeah. On who's? Oh, I know who this is. Yeah.
It's the generation of Jade.
Of course it is. Yeah, it must be.
Not as if every other wrestler goes, this is my generation. This is my show.
Era of the reign of.
Yeah.
It must be. Insert catchphrase here, and then the music
But
kicks in.
generation, because she's from the younger generation. She's like,
Yeah. We are the music generation.
yeah. She's gonna have a punk versus rock feud with JC Jane.
Yeah.
We'll see who comes on top.
Who was that song? It was like, we are.
Ah,
Youth-
POD.
Youth of the Nation.
Oh, yeah, Youth of the Nation.
Of the Nation. Not even the gen. Shut up, Ross.
Awkward period where they did it live. And I was like, that's all right song. Then that was the next one. I went, ugh, it's a bit crap. But then they did Boom.
Here comes the. Ready or not?
Uh-huh.
Comes
How
the
you
boys
like me
from the
now?
south.
Boom.
Here comes the boom. Ready or not? These streets know me. These streets know you. And it's time to handle business, and you know what to do. What to do.
Like a blind man stealing. Blind man reading. I'm feeling
Like
it.
a tramp in the night. I was begging for you. That's the Page 3 girl who became a singer in the 80s. Can't remember her name.
That could be anyone.
Yeah.
Samantha Fox or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Samantha Fox.
Sorry, the Dynamite as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
AW
Christ,
Quake at the Lake. He just says that's a rubbish name.
I said to Bethany last night, it's special Dynamite tonight. It's Quake at the Lake. And she went, that's a rubbish name.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, did Bethany know it was actually a name they penciled in to rename Bash at the
I'll
Beach?
say, yeah.
So
That. And
I'll tell her that, and I'm sure she'll apologise and go, oh, well.
in the wrestling multiverse, Hogan joined the NWO at WCW Quake at the Lake 96.
Yeah.
With that close to greatness.
I'm glad they didn't change it.
Darby Allin faces Brody King in a coffin match, and the most AEW thing to ever happen is that both men are bleeding. Sorry, what's that actually?
Brody King was bleeding
3 minutes.
About,
3 minutes it
about
took.
3 minutes. in.
Darby jumped him during his very dark entrance, which is clever.
Yeah, 'cause you couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went peekaboo.
I tell
And
you
Jack
what,
went, hang on, I can't see anything. The universe must have stopped existing.
I tell you, the mixture of the blood and the war paint was a cracking visual. You should bleed more often.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a spirit.
He needs
Gig
to-
yourself
he
walking
needs
down
to
the
put his
street.
body through
Yes.
more.
Yes, he does.
Be the House of Red.
For us ungrateful, as William Regal would call us, wrestling ponces. Do you see that on RJ City's chat show? Hey,
No.
EW. He was like, us three round here, because we've never done the wrestling and we merely just take from the business and don't give anything back, like our bodies.
Yeah.
We are the wrestling ponces.
These wrestlers need to shut up.
I love that.
No.
I wear that with a
Hands
badge
up if
of
you're a
honour.
wrestling ponce.
That's right.
Dan, get your hand up.
Hello.
Regal's wrong here. I've bled for this business.
Oh, no, God, you guys have actually
I
taken bumps.
bit my tongue when Ospreay super kicked me.
That's right. I'm a wrestling ponce. You guys have earned
No.
stripes.
In what other industry has the fan got to earn the...
I love it. innit?
No, why do we feel? Why have we
You
got to
gotta
feel
put-
bad?
When you work at McDonald's, you got to put your hand on the grill like that just to prove you're loyal.
Yeah,
Imagine
you got
that.
paid your McDues.
You earn your McDews here every day. You make some fries, good snap.
Take down, take
Pour a
down,
Coke, good pop.
take down, and put up the whole McDonald's every day. Build that McFlurry machine. It's not working again.
Hey, can I have one of the Happy Meal toys? You greenhorn! How dare you think you could take a Happy Meal? I had to work 2 years unpaid before I was allowed to have a Happy Meal toy unpaid.
God,
Anyway.
it's the Tiger drive-through.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
I'm sad about that one.
Up the wrestling ponces.
Of the wrestling dances, yeah. The House of Black interfered, but Sting appears from inside the coffin. Ooga booga booga.
The Understinger. Bong. I do
Yes, you
like...
smoked one after saying that.
That was a fantastic moment, though, where he comes out and obviously his eyes look a bit different because he's been poisoned.
Just one of them. Just one of them.
Tony's like, hey, it's painted like Malika. No, and then Excalibur's like, he's been infected or something like that.
Excalibur protecting kayfabe.
But I mean, he's right, though. Yeah, he must have painted it around that. Like,
No, he didn't
It's
paint it.
real. It's real, Tony.
it's his face bit.
That's like when you get... It's like when you get bit by a rattlesnake and there's like all that gooey infected stuff. It's just the same.
That happened to his face paint. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Sting appears from inside the coffin. He has a stare down with Malachi Black, who leaves.
He was scared.
Yeah.
He threw him the bat, and he went, "Oh no!"
You know the thing where you're
no."
scared, but you don't want the other guy to think, so you go, yeah.
Like Ricochet.
I don't want to fight you. And then you look around like, oh, God. But the finish to this, I mean, I liked it overall because Brody and Darby have been feuding with each other. They've been going to Comic Cons and batter each other. Ooh,
Great
and
chem-
things are
Brody
serious then.
Got a tattoo, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Darby did
Where
that
is
in a
it?
feud in Evolve.
Well, can't show on the podcast.
Darby got
Mm.
champ tattooed under his lip, and he didn't win.
It's almost as if he's a crazy person.
Yes, yes.
But the finish to this is my woof woof move of the week.
Oh.
That was
because
Oh,
yeah, I thought it would.
hit
Oh,
the
Let's go
thing.
twos up
do
on
it
this
together.
banjo.
Double ponce.
Oh my! Oh, baby!
Poncy. What?
Like Monty Brown, we're going to hit him with the ponce. Get him on the ring. Brody King, I thought was all right. when I saw him in PWG years ago. I thought, like, okay, what's the hype?
He's a big lad.
Yeah, he's a big, but he's a big lad that does this stuff. There's loads of them in the indie scene. Otherwise,
He's
back
scary
then.
big lad.
But then, the more I've seen of him, way more appreciative of him. And this is one of the examples. So Darby choked him with a chain because he can't beat him stood up because Brody's just dominating him, like the big German dude against Indiana Jones. And he's just choking him. And then Brody's, he's gone from, I'm a badass, to, help, really quickly and doing it very convincingly. I thought, okay, that's good. And then he does it, and he drops him and he goes, bang on his arse to the apron, roll down, rolls off, lands in the coffin, and the lid shuts.
Perfect.
So satisfying.
Beautifully.
Dude,
So
perfect.
satisfying.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
That was us relating to the kids who do that bottle flip thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go on then.
Go on.
Go on then.
Well, first time. Imagine if he does it.
Scared it's going to
Imagine if he
knock
does
something
it.
loose.
Oh.
Like that. That's exactly how he did
All
it.
your listeners, we didn't
Sorry.
quite get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a very satisfying finish.
Absolutely.
Dan take his headphones off when I was going to do that. He got ready. He was like, oh.
Andrade and Roosh take on the Lucha Brothers in El Tornado tag match. Again, another match that's been built up for a while because those two are bad people. The Lucha Brothers and me.
Hey, Penta's back to being normal Penta, not Penta Oscuro.
Oh.
It's always so weird because of all the trademarks
why.
and issues and whatever.
What happened?
I don't know. It's so many things.
I'll have to check out Lucha Blog, but Lucha Dramas, it'll take another hour and a half to explain. But they tie Penta's mask to the ropes, so he unmasks himself to save Phoenix.
A
from
twist
pinfall
on the
attempt.
Penta unmasking trope.
Fantastic tactics.
The bad guys still win.
They still lost. They still lost after he did that.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if Lucha politics come into this, but yeah, it is funny that I think Roosh took that one loss to Moxley. I think that might be it.
I'd be
I guess
against
Lynch
that. He hasn't blown me away. As someone who hasn't really...
I thought this was his best showing so far.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he's not. He's more of a brawl dude. Obviously, he still does lucha stuff, but he's more not a Mance Warner than.
I see him as like a.
Ray.
Maybe I'm just thinking of it as one move, but I see him as like running across the ring and like kneeing someone and stuff and doing all that.
The horny kick he does.
Yeah, the horny kick. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they call it properly, but it was something to do with horns in the corner.
I just feel like he's good, but when you're in the same stable as the very talented Andrade, actually, we've not seen the best of Andrade in AEW.
You know what?
If you tweeted that, he'd like that.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to go back to the E.
I think if there's
WWE.
anybody going to do that, given that his wife's there, and one of the guys who liked him back in black and gold, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Him
I
and
think he'll
Johnny.
go back and he'll be
Let's
a
run it
world
back.
champion.
In a weird way, though, as good as matches have been in AEW when he's had the time to shine, he's not burning Cody alive. I wouldn't notice he'd gone.
No.
Which
He-
is a big thing about AEW. There's so many stars here that are just... Sorry, we're just getting distracted by someone urinating. That are at this level that you would like, oh, they've gone, have they?
He's also the best smelling wrestler I've ever been near.
You've said that.
Oh, great. 10 on 10.
Oh, that's nice.
It is weird because they persisted with that Matt Hardy storyline for way too long.
Yeah.
And like, while Miro, who is also disgruntled, as we've learned via Twitter this week, he's had his moments. He's had the big Redeemer matches and whatnot.
And this week,
Promo, sorry.
another
The
amazing
TNT title
promo
shot. That
where
run, title
he's
run.
nearly all in the dark. And he's like, no, my Redeemer, my God, and all this. And then Julie Hart shows up and goes, hello. And he's like, no, I don't need you. And he goes in the light, showing that his eyes not actually bad.
Because he's going to use the thing.
But he seemed to agree with her, though, didn't he?
That's because the devils are here. I've got it written down here. The
Yeah,
devils
yeah.
are here. He's going to embrace the devils that were given to him by Malachi
Yeah.
Black spaffing in his
He
face.
said
But he
that.
also turned down Julie Hart. So I think she's
accept
going to
the
beat up
gift.
people again.
He says,
It was
I accept the
ambiguous.
gift and I own it. And he's
Yeah.
going to use it to destroy the House of Black.
The great line was Malachi Black dragged me to hell, but it was empty because all the devils were up here. I was like, oh!
Man, just
There is only one woman who can touch the Redeemer, and you're not her.
love that.
She's
my
the hot and flexible one.
wife, yeah.
I lost an IC title opportunity because of that one woman. Thank you, TMZ.
Hey, they got money for it. It's fine.
They did well done. But yeah, Miro's talking, these backstage bits have been riveting.
Wonderful.
Regardless of his place on the card, just him talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
He'll
what a
be
man.
world champion. I've got the faith.
Ross is going to hate this next bit.
The Young Bucks bring a camera in the Dark Horse locker room for the weekly segment where we know if the Young Bucks are heel or face, depending on who they're hanging out with. Because they want the whole world to see them apologize to Hangman Page. They say sorry for the way they treated him in the past and tell him how proud they were when he won the AEW title. They ask him to be their tag partner in the Trios tournament, and he says, nah.
Yes!
I'll team up with pals the Dark Order instead.
God is real.
You can see right
And Cutler's like, uh-oh. No, shut up, Cutler.
You can see right through these two little
and
pricks.
the Bucks went, oh, we don't even care. It's fine. Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They deserve Brandon
That's it.
Cutler and nobody else.
Yeah, that's it. It's good. Brandon Cutler and the Young Bucks. Yes, the dream team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
This
good.
was pop of the week for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It made sense, didn't it? He was there with his pals who have been there all the time, not these two knobheads.
Not, you know these guys who haven't attacked me and didn't like me just for my title? Yeah, I'm going to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And the whole thing of them being like, no, we want to apologize to you where everyone can see. I'm so glad
Yeah,
he
the
said
show
that.
it's genuine. We're going to film it and put it online. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like those, I gave this homeless man.
I was about to say, yeah,
Aye.
just...
Nah.
There's that one Twitter went around this week that stuck with us that's like someone gave some, like, I was like, produce or food to the homeless person. He said, do you want to take a photo or film me? He went, no, because, well, everyone else is doing it. So I was like,
Oh, dear.
sad, isn't it?
But I hope now we don't go on a journey where the Young Bucks are trying to get back into Hangman's good books. Like everything has to be with the Young Bucks and AEW.
Yeah.
Who are they
don't
friends with
laugh.
this week?
Hyman Page, an idiot. He doesn't realise we're faces now. Does he know on our tweets we saved wrestling and all this stuff? Anyway, Luchasaurus squashes Andy Henry. Hey, I know him. Oh, apparently, no, I don't. He lost. Christian Cage appears in the Tron. This is a good bit. So Jungle Boy, who's commentating, Luchasaurus run after him. But Christian's just like, yeah, whatever. You know, haha, your dad's dead. And whatever. Just gets taken
They
out.
know where he is.
Yeah.
They recognise the bit of the venue.
Yeah, it's that one bit with the backstage interviews.
Yeah.
So he's like, listen to me, you young... Great.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what else you say there.
Luchasaurus headbutted Pat Buck.
Yeah, so Luchasaurus, again,
Hey, it's Pat Buck!
hey, I love you, Luchasaurus. Bang. But Luchasaurus still hasn't said anything about why he was with Christian for like 2 weeks. Again, AEW just leaves some of these things hanging.
I don't think he needs to now. He's back with Jungle Boy.
I would, if I was
meant to be-
Jungle.
he's
Wait,
meant to
hang
be-
on. So I was,
Yeah.
we went from a bit with the Dark Order and Hangman are getting together because, hey, I can trust these guys. Luchasaurus was with that man for 2 weeks. And
He
doesn't even
didn't
have
do anything to Jungle Boy.
and
did
doesn't
he?
even have the audacity, the nerve
Yeah,
of
but
this dinosaur to say, look, I'm really sorry about that was a mistake. All right, fine.
maybe they had that behind closed doors, you know? Like,
Maybe we'll just
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Tony,
We don't deserve it because we're ponces.
just like Tony Storm will learn that he was learning Christian's weaknesses in the weeks to come. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
He's old and all of his joints hurt and just batter him.
we've already done that bit. Powerhouse Hobbs is interviewed by Mark Henry backstage, but the factory interrupt and tell Hobbs they're going to take out Ricky Starks. Hobbs warns QT to keep his problems to himself.
I wasn't sure what to say there because he actually said something slightly different, which was make sure that your problem doesn't become my problem.
Oh.
But
Yeah, it kinda
Ricky
works.
Starks was his problem first, so I didn't quite understand that. But
I would have accepted that translation.
I think he was trying to say, didn't you get involved or else
Yeah.
I'll batter you.
yeah,
Go away.
and then QT Marshall looked scared. So
Yeah.
Big
Later.
signing for the factory, though. 2 dimes. He's in the
Yeah.
factory.
Oh, no, I thought it was...
No,
Oh, he is, isn't he?
He's in the
oh
factory.
wait, I thought he was Stokely stable. Oh, everyone's been collecting everyone. It's like
No,
it's like
it's-
fresh as we.
It really
Everyone
is.
just get sign up for this.
Yeah.
2 times in the factory.
I'm happy for him.
Who did Stokely start? Oh, it was Ethan Page.
Ethan
Yeah,
Page.
so is Ethan
and-
Page.
Oh, there was a second one.
It was
wasn't
Moriarty.
Yes, it was.
Moriarty, yeah.
Sherlock.
Yep.
And he tried to sign Takeshita, didn't he, on Twitter this
But
week?
he's too pure-hearted.
I don't think he declines or something. And then Ricky Starks beat his former tag partner Aaron Solo in a short match before escaping in the crowd when the rest of the family tried to beat him down.
The crowd enjoyed that Rick Starks
Bravely.
was escaping into them.
It really does highlight now that Team Taz has gone how many like D-level stables are running around the place. The factory.
Someone's
Ooh.
an AEW hater.
You know, Lethal's a lot. Who else is Stokely's looks like it's going to get better though. So
Well,
I
because
wanna
you
say
like
that
him.
one.
And
Yeah,
you
because
don't
I like
and you don't like
Stokely.
Lethal, so obviously, yeah, it makes sense.
It's just
Pretending Jay Lethal's a bad wrestler, man. The goal.
it's not bad. It's
the
just
nerve.
Hang on.
right now his run isn't that good and his
The cheek, the nerve, the goal, the audacity, the gumption.
But no,
Again, not
Stokely's-
bad, but it's just like he's been like, oh, Jay Lethal beating OC, and you're like, why is this guy beating Orange Cassidy to set up a Wardlow match when his three guys aren't doing that much?
WCPW original, Jenny. Anyway, there are a lot of stables, and they're all doing similar things.
Yeah.
That's what I find a bit.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's it. You're right. It's again,
No, I think
variety
you're
is the
right,
spice of life.
but,
They're all doing very, very similar work and writing. And speaking of which,
They
those three-
are mainly heels, aren't they? Because the Jazz are heels as well.
Yeah.
But at least their main event dudes and
The Dark
are doing
Order
something
have
different.
kind of lost members.
They're getting time on TV. The other ones are like, hee.
Yeah.
Let's get him, Muttley.
Didn't he tweet the Dark Order 4 this week? Evil Uno, hinting that someone else
did.
has gone.
No, Dark Order 4 Life, I think. Was that it?
Was it?
Or Forever.
Oh.
But the 4 being there, people are like, I get it, there's 4 of them. So
Yeah. Well, there's him.
that'll be the Friday Night Curse.
There's him. There's 10. There's Alex Reynolds,
Yeah.
Silver.
and Silver.
Yeah.
And -1, I guess.
Doesn't count.
Oh.
What does it? No, but like, as a regular wrestler, I would.
As a wrestler.
Anna Jay's gone.
Yeah, she's now officially Anna Jas.
Yes.
Anna JAS.
Oh, maybe that was it then. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe we should have bit the late
I'll
reaction.
tell you what,
It's not a good thing. Maybe it's not a good thing to tweet because you're like, wait, who's been released? He's like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
The Starks and Solo finish, I thought I've written down here is Pat Patterson work for AEW because the finishes this week were outstanding. How he reversed it out the kick straight into the spear off the ropes. Oh, that's like Strictly Come Dancing.
Gado-esque in New Japan.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
No, they'd
comparison.
have had to reverse it like 10 more times.
Yeah. But yeah, considering they know each other so well, yeah, look like two guys who could do that type of thing in their sleep.
That's fair.
And then, the bad lads
Oh my God.
talk about beating up Wardlow and demand another TNT title shot for Lethal. Oh, for God's sake.
I don't get it.
Wardlow arrives and agrees to put his title on the line again.
Yeah.
But tonight, he's kicking all their candy asses.
I think I was just thinking about The Rock when I wrote that bit down. Oh, you're candy.
And
What's wrong with an ass being candy?
I haven't thought about that, really.
I don't understand.
I'm going to kick all your sweet, delicious tasting asses.
Imagine if
You should actually cut down on eating
I'm gonna kick
the amount of asses you have per day because of the amount of sugar.
Kick your ass, then eat it.
That's
Suck on your
all
ass.
your
you know what? If Sylvester
succulent
Stallone
ass.
yelled that at somebody, people have that on t-shirts. Suck on that.
Do you smell which ass The Rock?
Crowd, us.
I tell you what, it was interesting to see the Pinnacle are still alive and well in AEW.
The Pinnacle?
Aye.
Oh, Wardlow and FTR. Well done, you. I hadn't thought about because
yeah.
he's joined by FTR, so the bad guys run away. Zoinks. Lethal tries to get back in and cheap shot Wardlow, but gets caught in and hit with the big rig.
So Wardlow's just friends with every babyface. They all want to be his pal.
This is Wardlow's world.
FTR, yeah.
But he's living in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Sanjay do the Mark Sterling bit that we've seen a few times recently, though. I'm really looking forward to that in the 6-man tag.
Well,
that'll
getting
take
caught
place.
out
Yeah.
and having to get
Which
his
has been
ass
a-
kicked.
been
His
a
candy ass eaten.
Being a
kicked.
wrestler who's not a wrestler in his
right.
manager role.
And he's wearing comedy gear.
Even though he's a former X Division
I know he
ledge.
is.
But so is Mark Sterling.
No, I'm agreeing with you. What did Mark Sterling do
No,
before?
I'm talking
I know, but what did
rubbish.
he do before?
I have no idea. I know he doesn't follow me on Twitter, unlike you get.
I think Ross makes a good point. It's becoming a little bit predictable.
Yeah. And Wardlow is doing him no favours. Again, not to rag on these three exciting individuals who are there for Ring of Honor's benefit rather than AEW's benefit. But Wardlow was one of the hottest things in the company
Aye.
after he beat MJF. And I was like, okay, these three ball and chains have not done him no favours whatsoever.
Bring back the glory days of his feud with the 20 lawyers. That's what I say.
Every week, another lawyer. We'd be fine with that.
But it's that thing, innit? Like, he won the match, but they had to do the beatdown afterwards. So now they've got to go back and do it again, even though I don't think many people want to see this. Because, as you say, the three lads aren't really...
Not that exciting.
I have a theory. Tony, right? I think he tries to write all these storylines himself and doesn't delegate enough. And then he gets confused and he has to spin his wheels and repeat matches. That's just a guess.
That's ridiculous. I think RJ City needs to get Tony Khan on and goes, right, how many members of the roster can you name? You got a minute.
Oh,
I reckon he could do them all.
Do you think?
it'd be like
Nah.
the Animaniacs singing all the countries of the world.
Or even better, RJ lists the wrestlers and he has to guess if he's part of the company or not.
I reckon he can name them all apart from Brian Cage. That's the only one he can.
That'd be good. Tony's arguing. No, what? No. It's like, no, you have. No. He's asking off camera. When was this? Backstage at Jericho Appreciation Society have prepared. There we go.
Sorry.
Prepared a little bit of the bubbly. Hey, remember that?
Ooh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yay.
Memes.
To celebrate Jericho's big win tonight. Danny Garcia calls himself the Dragon Slayer, which makes sense
He slayed the
because he
dragon.
killed Bryan Danielson.
Nerd.
And Anna Jay chokes out Blue Pants. They're all having a great time.
Yeah. Just a build to the match, wasn't it? But
Absolutely.
a bit too in a circle for me. I don't know. Because the Jericho Appreciation Society are a little bit more wacky, I think, than the Inner Circle were.
Yeah, what's that thing you wrote about how doing things over and over again?
Well,
Jericho's done the
yeah.
exact same thing for 2 years now. So.
Maybe.
Backstage, Billy Gunn shouts at the Ass Boys for ruining the only match he ever made famous.
I love that line.
Yep. Apparently they were all right, and they were in the dumpster when it went over.
I don't know how.
Which
Wait, you see,
it sounds
one
like
of them,
ridiculous.
Like, flew over, didn't it?
Ridiculous things because it really just. I don't know. No, they're fine. You're like, all right. I know it's wrestling and they're all freaks, but oh well, lads.
Yeah.
But apparently, they were fine. Okay. Stokely Hathaway tries to interrupt, but Billy intimidates him, which is weird because Stokely's bigger than him. So he leaves.
I think that he was trying to recruit the younger guns, the young guns.
Oh, nice. Billy says he's managed to get a match for the Ass Boys on Rampage. Danhausen turns up and reveals it's him and the big bearded fellow.
Who's that? What does he mean?
Do you know?
No.
Eric Redbeard.
Oh.
Oh, is that really it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You never guess what they're called as a tag team?
Oh, wait. No.
Danhausen and Eric Redbeard. No. Just that. That's that wasn't the. They're actually called Beardhausen.
Oh, right. Okay, Beard.
I was just setting up the two names.
I thought you'd.
That was good.
I
that
thought
was
you
good.
had razzle-razzled both of us there.
No, I wish I could.
Well
I'm
done,
not
mate.
that clever.
You could have fooled me. All right, Davari, Slim J, and Parker Boudreaux. Because again, hey, do you like these crime stables,
They're called the
boy?
Trust Busters.
Yeah.
Because why?
I don't know.
Isn't it supposed to be a joke against Tony Khan making fun of himself or whatever? That's what I've heard. Because it's, hey, I'm using my trust fund to all the wrestlers I like.
Because Ari Davari is the richest man in
He's the
professional
Right, that's
wrestling.
right, yeah.
That could be it then.
That makes sense.
They try to recruit Orange Cassidy, who is in the... What is with all these trying to recruit and sign people now? It's madness.
Transfer window, innit?
It's literally the transfer window open. But he says no, which angers them. So I think we have a sneaking suspicion how this feud is going to play out.
I really enjoyed Parker's role in this because he was doing his best Haaland impersonation.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I was him, I would try to be the exact opposite in every single way. But he didn't. He's just growing some lovely hair.
Yeah.
He's got his thighs out as well. Renee Paquette like that. Learn anything from the Miro sessions.
Yeah. Jade Cargill beats Madison Rayne to retain the TBS title with a little help from Kiera Hogan. Athena is disguised as a member of the baddie section, attacks Jade afterwards until Hogan makes a save.
Kiera Hogan makes the save. I should have specified. Hogan made the save. It came crashing down.
Of course, they're not
and
there.
it's her inside.
They're banned from AEW events, I think.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes.
What was that about again?
Tony was right.
Linda Hogan. Is that right? Linda Hogan.
Linda.
Hogan.
She tweeted something about against BLM, and Tony was like, right, you're barred from
right.
AEW, which is like, is it like Linda was there like, all those tickets for nothing? But I think Hulk Hogan's banned because he's Hulk Hogan.
Madison Rayne's already lost. I feel like we shouldn't have even bothered talking about it before.
Yeah, well, she looked really good. Oh, never mind.
I don't know what to say about the match. I've not got it written down.
Jade's that bitch.
Cheers, that bitch.
Still wins, but the impact of her has been diminished recently. And maybe just because there's so much other stuff going on. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they're building up to Athena versus Jade Cargill, then hooray.
She's so bloody sassy, that Athena.
And she did that drop kick on AEW Dark or Dark Elevation this week where you blinked and 1 minute the last was there and then she was over there in the guardrail.
She's class. I hope she wins, but do I? Because I also want Jade Cargill to get the push, so I don't know.
I think she's had a big push. So
think Athena should win.
Time for Athena to have it.
The streak ending win to Athena.
Well, she's got to...
Yeah. Chris Statlander can't have it because she's bloody injured again.
The Eclipse is a good finisher, good enough finisher to... Maybe she'll do 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Do 1 and Jade's like, and then does another one.
I guess, yeah, she's so tall it maybe not hurt as much because she's able to block some of it.
And then she does it
So she does it again.
With a chair around her neck.
Wrestling logic. And then she bleeds. But yeah, obviously, I'm refresh what I said there. Chris Statlander, I'm obviously like, she's injured again, boo. I'm like, I'm annoyed.
It's a shame, yeah.
Just because in terms of AEW writing stuff like that, obviously, I hope she gets better soon and everything like that. But it's like, Chris Statlander, she can... Oh, no.
I feel like she was meant to have a title run years ago now, yeah. She got injured at the worst time.
Yep, them's the breaks. Despite interference from Sammy Guevara and lots of cheating, Jon Moxley successfully defends the interim AEW World title against Lionheart, Chris Jericho, coming out to White Zombie.
Now,
sing it, Maffew.
Drip down, oh, Merlin and Merlin. Yeah, oh, we're not there, bound to babe. Super size. Burger like a boo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actual club singer.
I want it. Yeah, sorry. big White Zombie fan, but didn't help him here. The Jericho Appreciation Society beat down Moxie afterwards, but then Eddie Kingston and the BCC even the odds. Ooh, it's a big old brawl until... Yeah, I want it. And Jericho comes out again. It's CM Punk. He's back again, bloody hell, to clear house. He and Moxie have a stare down. And even after that, Moxie flips Punk off and leaves
He's
the
like, I'm not
BCC.
doing this.
Oh, it's so great, yeah.
It almost made me want Moxie to win, but I want
Yeah.
Punk to win.
No, I was like, ooh, who am I going to pick? I was like, oh, it's Mox.
He
I like
leaves
the
with his
idea.
big, handsome mate, Claudio, and he's like, we're just off.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Moxley winning and Punk turning heel proper.
It has to happen,
But I
right?
like the idea of Punk winning and then MJF coming back to beat him.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's a good one. If we have any idea what's happening with that, by the way.
I know.
No.
No one knows anything.
In
None
my-
of the Ponces of wrestling know anything.
In my head, my special, little idea is that it's like Punk, then MJF, then Kingston beats MJF, but I just can't say it.
Oh. Look at this.
But I mean,
That's some good booking. I like that.
It is.
with
It's not going to happen.
not like one after the other, there'd be reigns in between, you know what I mean? But I don't think that's going to happen though. I think MJF might actually be gone. I might be worked.
I have no idea what's happening with
Message
this. And
him.
nobody else. He's not replying.
Just go higher.
Because, you'll know when it's, what
Just
something
ask how
happened
he-
because he'll reply. I'll let everyone know. Yeah, he said hello.
Or just ask him what his favourite film is or something and then trick him into
Yeah,
a
what
conversation.
have you sent him so far? Can you say or not?
All I've said is like, hey, positive vibes, stuff like that. But you're right. I should say, what do you think of Home Alone 3?
Yeah, I just go on. Do it now. Have you seen Home Alone 3?
All right.
No, don't.
Go on,
Because we don't know what
please.
he's going through. Lads, we don't know if he's in a good mood.
Well, he's have to reply then.
I mean, if he's not, tell him to watch Home Alone 3 because then he will be in a good mood.
I really don't think.
What do you think of the match? Well, I'll type this.
Last time this happened, I got tempted into sending Melina a DM by the rest of the group in the office. We were watching a live stream of
Oh, that went really well for you, didn't it?
No, because there was a WrestleMania Battle Royal and she got eliminated, and the lads made me a message saying, just watching the WrestleMania 20 whatever Battle Royal, wish you'd won. And they were like, do it. And I was like, I'll do it. And I sent it, and that's the last message. She never replied. So,
But if he's not replying already, what have you got to lose?
but before that, I had loads to lose because
I know logic.
me and Melina were like having a good convo and that. And just never, after that, I outed myself as a mark. She never replied.
Do you eat Doritos? No, that's not. No.
Oh my God. This is like
I don't want to do
Peep
Home
Show.
Alone 3. I don't really care about Home Alone 3 that much.
Maxwell
I lose
likes
my
Home
connection
Alone 3.
wrestling because I film. I cry.
Just leave it for now.
That kid stinks. Oh, whatever.
I need
I'll
a
think
week
about
and
that
we leave it for
Yeah, good match, yeah.
It was. I like the change of style from Jericho. By the way, that when he did that interview segment earlier on in the show and the camera just cut to him, do you think he looked 30 years younger? Is it just me?
Oh, no, I didn't think he looked that good in the backstage, about the opposite. But when he came out for this, I went, was that filmed like 2 months ago? I thought he looked great when he came out in the
Yeah.
black and yellow.
Yeah.
I
Came
thought
out
it
the
was
ECW 96 wrestling Pitbull number 2.
I know most of his matches have had like gimmicks attached to them recently, but for a straight up wrestling match, I thought it was the best one he's had in years.
Yeah, it was very
No, yeah.
Attitude Era, loads of run-ins and blood, but it was
Course.
it still kind of worked though.
Yeah.
Worked with Moxley.
Yeah, and I like that he saw, CM Punk special entrance and all that stuff. I know, Twitter loved that bit with the different music, but now Lionheart's going, oh, that's great. I could just be Lionheart as opposed to the Painmaker. Yeah,
Good.
good for him, man.
Don't care about the pain maker. Is it just me? Do you? Do you?
Like the Painmaker.
Aye.
No.
Dan?
No one. Jericho likes it.
Lionheart, I like.
I like Lionheart.
Yeah, well, it's a throwback as well, isn't it? It's all good.
He needs to get his hair doing that thing when he made his debut on Raw.
Oh, the
It's like
top
22
knot
years
almost thing,
ago,
yeah. And
23
he used to
years
do
ago.
he's like he's gonna cry face when The Rock was mean to him, and he was like, "It's good."
Yeah.
Federation. He needs to start doing that at the end of his sentences again.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't as good as Raw.
No,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree as well.
I agree. It's. You know what? We've said everything we need to do. You're desperate for the toilet. So I'll just say, yeah. Raw. Triple H.
Thank you.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Let's have a little look in the mailbag. Russell. Hey there, you silly conspiracy theorists. What?
This is the one from last week that I said, let's wait until Ross is back. because they messaged the week before and said, I'm not a fan of the podcast. I don't know about it, but my boyfriend listens all the time.
Oh, yes.
And we were like, I'm the girlfriend of the world champion dog lifter. And we were like, Adam Pacitti.
Oh, hang on. Is that like, I am the model of the model major general.
Well,
I am the boyfriend of my boyfriend who was a dog lifter.
Well, Pacitti claims he can lift any dog.
He said that, yeah. Has he actually done it yet?
Lifted every breed of dog.
Can I
Any
just
dog.
say, right, I went round and visited a 9-month-old boxer at the weekend, and that is a heavy dog. Despite being, quite trim and bony and whatnot, they are heavy dogs. I would not want to try and lift a Newfoundland, for example. I don't think you could. I don't think you could.
Nah. Near way.
Near way.
But he's been, actually, I was going to say he's been going to the gym. No, he hasn't, has he?
Adam.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He did for a while. I don't know if he's still doing it or not.
By the way, Tony Khan has just said WWE has been doing better shows recently. Oh!
Is that exactly what he said?
Well, that's a quote. It's on Figure
That's
4.
the headline, is it?
It's on Figure 4, so it's a reputable one there, man.
He's got to admit it, I guess.
Let's read the quote, shall we?
Go on.
If you like good wrestling, you're just more
Join
like...
our cult.
You're just more likely to want to see it because our competitor has been doing better shows recently than I think they had been doing, I think.
That's true.
Oh, there you go. Better shows than they had been doing.
Yeah.
Not the way that's framed makes it like
I thought so.
better shows than us.
No, I didn't take that.
No.
That's how I took that.
WWE has been doing better shows recently.
Better than.
Oh, wow, I never thought that, but I guess it is
yeah,
ambiguous.
it can be construed both ways, yeah.
It can, yes.
Interesting.
I wonder why they've said it like that.
Semantics.
Honestly, this is why people like Regal hate people like us.
That's
Anyway.
not us, that's That's Dave Meltzer.
I thought you were going to say Figure 4. Figure 4 Weekly.
I didn't hear anything. I heard today's podcast, and it was super cool to hear my email being read.
Thank you.
Please allow me to clear things up for you. No, I am not Adam's girlfriend. But if she's not make-believe, then I'm sure she's lovely. Oh.
Was that shots fired?
As it.
It's because we doubted, we didn't know. Matthew was like, has Adam got a girlfriend?
I've got no
I don't
idea
know.
if he doesn't know.
So that
Yes.
wasn't shots fired from her.
I'm taking it as that. It's
Okay.
funny. It's funny to do that. Beep, beep. Yes, my boyfriend is the guy who challenged him to a dog lifting contest. No, Ross, he did not write my email. I actually wrote it. And when you guys read it, he high-fived me excitedly and said, "Damn, babe, we're couple goals now."
Oh, she's embarrassing him. She's embarrassing him in front of... She's being a jokester.
And I asked him how to spell Kataja Hajime. Lol. That's Taz's finish. I would actually consider myself wrestling fan adjacent.
Okay.
When I started dating my boyfriend, I was really into Total Divas. So talk about wrestling drama became a bonding point. Ooh. These days, he entertains himself by showing me random matches or segments and asking me things like, why do you think these two guys are fighting? Who do you think will win this match? If Nikki Bella said she'd be your best friend if you pushed someone down the stairs, would you do it? And I used to say things like, because that guy effed his wife, then stole his favorite shirt. Or that guy, because he has good hair. Or if Sasha said it, then maybe.
She pushed someone down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he'll laugh and laugh. I end up watching a lot of wrestling because it's always on in the house. For fun, if you want to, tell us which wrestlers would you want to be besties with.
Which wrestlers would you want to push down the stairs?
Anyway, you're all handsome, actually. Winking smiley
Did we
emoji.
say anything about...
Oh! Hello there. Wavina.
It was probably one of those ones that was like, you handsome lads? And we all went, no.
Oh, there we go. That's what you have to do in England.
Call me Wavina.
P.S. I've attached pictures of us watching today's episode. It's super meta.
Oh.
Here we are.
Have we had a look at that?
Brace
What,
yourself for some meta.
Hey!
There's us.
Beautiful.
There's us. Zoom in.
That's some saucy R-word.
Hey, not on
Yeah.
that, not on that.
Ignore-
Hey, looking good.
Ignore the lovely people who've messaged in. Zoom in on us.
Wow, look at that. Fantastic.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, they seem like a
Wavina.
lovely couple.
There's a second picture, is there not, Dad?
Hey!
Is that a dog?
It's a dog.
It's a dog. It's a dog, Scott. Yay! It's a dog. Yes.
Lift the dog.
I'm sure we saw the dog on when the first email was sent in, did we
Oh,
not?
they send the dog.
Oh, that's
now.
right, yes.
Bloody lovely dog, was Maffew
Make
said.
a return appearance. Yes, a lovely dog.
lovely dog.
A lovely dog.
What an email.
Wow.
Dog, yeah.
Yes.
It's us.
I want to be best friends with that dog.
Oh,
Also Big E.
Okay, your big E's yours.
that's a good one.
Would he not be a bit too much?
Nah.
Apparently, I've never met them, but when Pachi's been at press junkets and stuff with the New Day running around, they take over the room with their energy.
That's just Adam's a curmudgeon, though, isn't it?
Aye.
Sucks the air out of a room.
That's a good word.
No, he doesn't. Big E, Kevin Owens, just my Baha'is, who can't be my Baha'is anymore.
Who was your third one? Rusev. Miro.
Rusev, yeah, Miro. And then thighs.
You got a type, haven't you?
Yeah.
God, can't blame you. Tony Khan.
Why?
Because I have my own crap stable.
We can put the same
Random people used to message on Twitter. Hey!
Hornswoggle.
Right, we're going to tag that dude. We're going to lose the first match. Then we're going to beat him up afterwards. Do this for 3 months.
Friends of Maffew.
Me, Evil Uno, and Hornswoggle just show up.
Yes.
Uno inexplicably leaves a dark order for Matthew's lad.
Yeah, it's like Hangman's with his true friends. Evil Uno's got to be with his true friends.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, Ben Matthew.
No room for Mance.
No Mance in the friends.
Yeah, he's not as big a friend, but yeah, you know what the hell? It's my crap stable. I'll have 16 members. It's all right.
That's a good shout.
We'll get 4 months out of it. It'd be great. What about yourself, Jack?
I'll go for after his recent podcasty sort of comments. It's Kevin Nash probably.
Just
for the way, but I don't think he'd like me. Even in my own fantasy, I can't bring myself to be cool enough to be friends with Kevin Nash. So a more realistic one. Still too cool. I was going to say Hook, but it's too cool. I don't know how I don't know. Scotty Too Hotty seems like a nice man.
I love that you can't even fantasize about being friends with these people because they're that cool.
They're too cool, man.
Scotty Too Hotty, yeah.
I said, because I said too cool, I think that's where my brain's gone. Oh, Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll tell you what, after interviewing him, Jeff Jarrett, legitimately.
Oh, okay. That's
what a lovely fella.
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Be me dad.
Oh, if we're talking about real wrestlers that I've actually, they're all real wrestlers, but ones that I've actually met and think is a lovely person, Adam Cole. He was a lovely man.
That's a good pick.
Lovely man.
Yeah.
I've flicked on his Twitch streams a few times now, and there's no way you could fake it for that long.
Being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too consistent. It's his real personality.
Well, he's playing games, of course. He's in his...
No, just the way he
in the
interacts
zone.
with the chat and just how sincere he is when he's speaking to people. You can't fake that for that long.
He loves Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah. Loves me whenever I raid as well. He's like,
you.
hey, Matthew. He's got
Does
that
he-
ear-to-ear smile. You're like,
Sometimes he
bloody hell,
does
you're
it.
a really good actor.
Sometimes he does a dance.
Yeah.
He goes, the Cultaholic dance.
That like weird Halo theme. It's like, hey, someone's ready. Hey. Like,
Imagine being like that. It's great.
what happy and
Aye.
a good streamer.
Yeah.
You are, Jack. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Owen carries it, really.
Oh, stop it. How'd it go this week?
It was the end of year awards.
All
The
right.
end of season awards for the club members. Super Stewart 64 won player of the season.
Oh, what a lad.
Ashton won an award.
Boo.
I bet it was all of them.
She won moment of the season for steadying the ship mid-season when I was on holiday.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, and it was weird actually. It's weird that I wouldn't trade it because obviously there's a downside to it for the power of being a girl on the internet, because then you get the creepy side as well. But when the votes were coming in for these fictional players that we've really built our thing around £5 Ken and all that, there's like however many people watching and a quarter of them are voting. So say there's 200 people watching, there'll be like 50 people doing the actual poll votes. Ashton comes in and wins by a landslide, like 200 people voted for her. I'm like, strange this.
It wasn't that she deserved the award, though.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
That sounds like a really boring season of steadying the ship.
Exactly, that's what I mean. She is a better streamer than I in that she's more entertaining on stream. She's a much more natural streamer. So she deserves it in that respect, because when I was on holiday, she steadied the stream ship. But in terms of the results in the club, I don't know how much she actually did. I'm just saying.
Isn't she undefeated?
Aye. But I don't know how much of a hand she had on the tactics.
Okay.
Just saying. Scotty Too Hotty. Scotty Too Hotty would be
Can I
mine.
just say, you need to sign Dan Shaku Dino. What a strike this is.
Oh, Dino.
Whoa!
Yeah.
In his pants as well.
I don't know if we've got time for this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Anyway.
Great penalty, though.
Bonjour, once again, lads, as they say in the States. I remember back to my fallible, arrogant youth, upon a time when that the main wrestling I watched was TNA because it was free on Challenge TV.
Likewise, loose women, and then over to Challenge we go.
Yeah, and a bit of a countdown afterwards. Oh, good
Takeshi's
times.
Castle.
I remember such gimmicks as the Black Machismo Jay Lethal, Shark Boy Stone Cold Ripoff. However, I wasn't really watching that much other wrestling at the time because, as my father once said, sure, why would we be paying for Sky Sports? Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't actually realised that they were rip-offs until many moons later, when I had a much more reliable source to watch wrestling. And as you can imagine, the shock I had when I found out the origins of these gimmicks.
So he's like...
I didn't even consider the fact that somebody watching them not knowing what it was.
That bloke's ripping off Shark Boy and he's not even a shark. He just drinks beer. Crap.
He can't even swim.
Yeah.
So basically, what's your favourite gimmick you thought was cool and original, only for it to be basically a rehash of an old one? Ooh. Keep up the good work, lads. You keep me up to the goings-on in the world of wrestling these days, as I can't really watch much. NXT 2.0 does sound fantastic.
Right.
Take a handy, lads. Former Tottenham, Sunderland and Finland left back, Timo Taino.
Timo Taino.
A.K. Dylan Fahey?
Fahey.
Fahey. Dylan, thank you very much for the question.
Thank you, Dylan.
That's
what was the
fascinating.
question
I never
again,
even
sorry?
thought about that.
Yeah.
Possibly that person existed going, wow, Jay Lethal's amazing. Look at that natural charisma and interview ability. Oh, right. It's all taken from somebody else.
What was the question again, sorry?
Your favourite gimmick you thought was cool and original, only to find out it's basically a rehash of an old one.
Oh, man.
There's a few, isn't there?
But I know everything about wrestling history, so how am I going to... No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I have a slight one, I guess. My Tetsuya Naito. Because Naito did the whole cool, like, I don't care, like, Ingobernables and all that. And apparently it worked really well in Japan, where it's a culture of, like, working hard and everything. And for him to be lazy and not care and throw the belt around and stuff, it's actually very heelish to do. But then the younger viewers thought he was cool for doing that. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I think even when we went to Japan and then Ross watched a bit of New Japan on the stream, you said that Naito was the one who caught your eye. You were like, of all of them immediately. And then I found out he's from a stable in Mexico that had done all that already. And I was like, okay. But that was Rush and the lads. But not quite within the parameters of the question, but mine would be Naito, I think.
Is Stone Cold Steve Austin an answer?
In what way?
Insert ECW wrestler here.
The Sandman?
The beer drinking.
Nah, I think
The anti-authoritarian stuff.
Nah.
Starcard.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I would say something like, you go, wow, Hogan was such a good promo. It's amazing. How did he get all... Oh, hang on. Let me just go look at these Superstar Billy Graham tapes.
Yeah,
there you go. Note for note. Word for beat.
Hogan's a good one.
There must be one in NXT that is a rip-off.
Yeah, you know, it's such an...
I can't think.
Probably some really obvious ones that people are yelling at the podcast going, it's this one, you idiot, but I can't think of it right at the top.
Yeah.
Where was he this week?
Oh, he's crap, isn't he?
Axiom. No, he's not crap.
He's using his abilities to dodge potential lawsuits from Jakarta wrestlers.
God, I wish I did my homework for this one.
I know, I really wish I looked at this one because there's so many really obvious ones. Give 10 more seconds, I'll move on.
Well, you could say... No, I don't know.
I've got FTR and CM Punk when Bret Hart exists.
Yeah.
They didn't like that, FTR. They got interviewed at one of the press conferences and they're like, no, we didn't just do note for note Bret Hart or do this. And it's like,
They're fantastic
man, there's all these great
wrestlers.
video packages showing.
They're fantastic in their own right.
Yeah.
God, I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm really annoyed that I can't think of any more really
We've
better
done a few.
ones.
We've done a few.
3, 2, 1. We'll put a bow on that because as soon as we stop recording, we'll think of one. So, greetings, gents. Long-time listener, second-time rider. Ooh.
Oh.
About a year ago, I bought the ECW. Oh, it's double-sided. I bought the ECW Cultaholic logo T-shirt, and it's become one of my favourite T-shirts to wear when I go out or even to work.
It's a sick T-shirt.
Case being, one particular day when I wore it to work, and this girl I've had a crush on since I met her started talking to me
About
how she liked my shirt.
no,
and
no.
thought it was really cool.
Don't admit this if she might watch this.
I had assumed that maybe she was also a fan of the channel, or maybe just wrestling, since
Her name
has
is
the ECW
Wavina.
logo.
No.
But before I could open my mouth, she said, "So you like cults? What are you? Some kind of cultaholic?"
Oh.
Realizing she had no idea what the T-shirt was, and she was just into cult/true crime.
She was just in the Colts. Our voice cracked at the worst
I
time.
playfully went along with it, and we started to get closer talking about cults and bonding. Oh, no. Over other shared interests we had in common.
What do you like? Church of Scientology? Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Jim Jones? Oh, he's in my boys' stable.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, lol.
Now, looking at the ECW Cultaholic shirt, that's clearly a wrestling ring.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a cult ring, if they're even a thing.
No, that's Heaven's Gate.
But it does say Cultaholic on it quite clearly, I guess. But
Well, don't worry. Well, it's been about 4 months now, and she is my girlfriend.
oh no.
And
Yes.
still has no idea what the shirt even means.
Oh, no.
And it's too late to tell her that I lied about it. But besides that, she brings so much joy to my life, which is something I really needed at the time. To think that a Cultaholic t-shirt is the reason I'm currently with the girl I had a crush on for so long.
Hey, man.
Oh, I suppose I should maybe attach a question to this. Have you ever worn merchandise wrestling or not that has landed you in a situation you didn't foresee yourself being in? Wow. We've all had one of those, eh? Thanks, lads, for everything you do. Easton from Vancouver, BC.
Thank
P.S.
you.
If you want to add it to your American map, it's top, left, right above Washington State. Thank you, Easton. I will.
Easton. Now, I've got a question.
Are we doing
for Easton.
Canada in this as well? Are we doing Canada?
Wait. Is that what it
Oh,
means?
no.
Above Washington State?
Because there's nothing above Washington State.
yeah,
it's
you're
just
right.
Canada.
Well done, you. I didn't know that.
You're in the sea.
Oh, I love a bit of geography, mate.
Just because the map's blue we've got here. But I've got a question for Easton if you want to email in again next week. I'd assume you're a fan of the podcast since you're in the mailbag. Has she never just looked over your shoulder and seen
Yeah.
the podcast and this logo here that looks a bit similar to the ECW
He listens
one?
to it in secret. He just goes down into the cellar.
What do you do? Nothing.
You're down there for 4.5 hours every week.
What are you laughing at endlessly there, Easton?
You know, you can take your headphones off and listen to your podcast. Don't mind listening. No. Sorry.
But there was a Young Bucks t-shirt which I stole. I shouldn't say it on the pod. I stole it from my old job because they had free merch when they came over, and I kept it and wore it early on in Cultaholic's history. And I wore that along to Tesco on a hot summer's day once, and it was the Bullet Club Young Bucks one where I had like the Bullet Club logo with the guns on, and then the Young Bucks bit thrown in there. And it wasn't so much a situation I got myself into; it was just the looks. I took the scenic route to Tesco, going past the pub down there, and the people in the beer garden just looking over, just like you can see them going, "Oh, what's that about?"
I don't think they were. It's not a figment of your
No,
own.
me and Sam. I don't know what Sam was wearing that day. But maybe Sam was.
Sam was stark bollock naked.
But then you just look and you go into Tesco and you're at the self-service and you see the lady behind the till just going like, looking.
I don't think that's that bad of a shirt, to be honest with you. I think, you know,
It's got massive guns on it.
Oh, it does.
yeah, but
Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Young
For life.
Bucks shirt.
yeah,
There
but,
it is there. It's got two massive machine guns on at the bottom. It's got the big thing on the arm.
It's a
But
bit-
plain looks
it's a
just
bit
like a
garish.
metal shirt.
I was getting looks that day.
You know what? It's because people around here are miserable. You could be wearing anything.
I look mental wearing that shirt in here if you don't know what it's about.
Johnny's a friendly man.
Yeah.
Stereotype.
Yeah, but some of them are... No. I hate that stereotype because there's a lot of nice, jolly people around here, but no one ever talks about how insanely miserable a lot of people in Newcastle, Tyne and Weir area are. So I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
It's all like pack. Everybody
Yeah, like that without the abs.
Yeah.
Nice set, lad.
I believe the question said it could be wrestling or non-wrestling merch.
Correct.
Right. I've got one, but it's not wrestling. I was at a festival called, I think it was Secret Garden Party 2012 or 13 or something. And I was wearing a t-shirt. Do you remember when everything was in that format of the Keep Calm and Carry On posters from the war? And it's all in that font and everything. I was wearing a t-shirt because I used to be dead into my rap battles on YouTube. Remember Don't Flop? That was a thing around the time, right?
Don't remember, don't flop.
One of them is setting up a wrestling promotion now. He's called Shotty Horror, right? I've interviewed him on Desert Island Raps. Sovereign Pro.
Yeah, because I followed him. He went, yeah, you following me? I'm like, oh, no.
Anyway, so there was it was when it was like the Attitude Era of battle rap, right, on YouTube.
Right.
And the biggest one at the time in the UK was called Don't Flop. And I had a t-shirt on, which I wore semi-ironically because I'm dead white, but it said spit bars and don't choke instead of keep calm and carry on, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'm wearing that at the festival, walking about, and someone went, don't flop. And I turned around and I was like, it was one of the bloody battle rappers, lads.
Oh.
It was a man called Mark Grist who went viral because he took part in a rap battle that was billed as student versus teacher.
Right.
So there's like this kind of scally kind of lad called Blizzard who's all like, I'll punch you in your face, Ofsted exam, blah, blah, blah. And then Mark Grist very like eloquently breaks him down and like does this whole like, he wins, but he does it in a posh way, basically. And it went viral.
Okay.
And it was him. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you, man. And then this other guy was like, yes, mate. And I like shook hands with him and then went off and realized about 4 months later that other one was also, and I just hadn't recognized him at all. And I felt bad. So sorry to Mixie, the other battle rapper, who I later learned was there. There you go. I've met Mark Grist. If anyone's a fan of Don't Flop, they're going to be like, he's met Mark Grist. Obviously, this room, it's the wrong audience.
I get you. That's a nice story.
Mark Grist.
The only like rap battle stuff other than the history ones. Was it the American one called Blind? Was it Blind Fury? He was a legit blind guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was brutal.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, look at this blind dude. And he just
tear them apart.
tore them apart. And the other guy, like, obviously being filmed and everything, like, you're not supposed to be like poker faced or whatever. These guys are like, oh.
Aye.
I hope I meet him. But
Shout out to Frankie Fraser, by the way, who's a battle rapper who's a fan of the channel.
Oh, nice.
You might have seen him on Twitter because he's one of the cool Twitter accounts. Frankie Fraser, that is.
He can't be a fan of us then.
He is.
Can't be a cool wrestling Twitter account.
He's one of those rare ones who's both. Because I met him and he was lovely.
They normally say defund Cultaholic, those Twitter accounts.
Wait, what was that about?
Nothing in particular.
Oh, okay.
I just think they look down on us.
I thought it was a real thing
For being wrestling ponces, even though they too are wrestling ponces.
Frankie
I love it.
We're all ponces.
Yeah.
The wrestling ponces.
Yeah.
Frankie was he was in the middle of that narrow Venn diagram bit where he's a cool wrestling fan, but also likes Cultaholic.
Fair.
Actually, I met him in the little in between What Culture and Cultaholic.
Oh.
I think the only time, not necessarily trouble, but I still wear, but not as much as I used to, like really loud, obnoxious shirts. As you might be stunned to believe that, but it's true.
Yeah.
And I still own a lot of them. Yeah, hi. But one of them's a Andy Warhol print. You know, it's just the.
Was he in the
different
NWA?
colours.
No, I'm joking. Mancy Warhol.
Che Guevara.
Okay, yeah.
Like that as a shirt and shorts. And I wore that to Leeds and
Festival.
yeah.
Okay.
This is like 03. I was by myself and people are going, what?
03.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I know.
How old were you then?
You must have been young.
Yeah. I was middle aged back then.
Were you
That
like,
was on my first
a
mortgage.
teenager?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I know, and I was wearing that around, having a good time. But then there were people who were desperate for substances, and they saw me wearing that. And A, because of the insane colour scheme, it's like they didn't believe me, I didn't. And B, I must have something on it because I had, quote, Bob Marley all over me.
Oh, you said Che Guevara?
I did.
They thought it was Bob Marley?
Yes, they did.
They were high.
Wow.
They didn't need anything from me.
He's
So,
different race.
Look, you're preaching the choir here, mate.
Okay, right.
Show a picture of Che Guevara and Bob. Same guy.
It's the same picture.
It's the same picture. But yeah, so I'm not really in issues with me wearing wrestling. I've seen people, definitely in Newcastle, who wearing wrestling shirts and gear, and I've gone, hey, catchphrase of wrestler that you're wearing, and they'll just stare through us.
I was drunk once in Spain and saw a lad dressed as Mick Foley. Like he had the checky flannel shirt and the Cactus Jack t-shirt on underneath, and I went like, hey, and then he went, Cultaholic. Or it would have been What Culture at the time. So I was like, all right, well, I feel like an arsehole now for trying to be like, recognise me. Like, I didn't do that.
Right, yeah, I'm never doing it like, hey, it's me. I'm just like, hey, I like that
obviously,
guy.
my mates were like, you did that on purpose. I was like,
Oh, so I haven't even thought about that, but yeah, you're right, I guess.
This was when we were kings. This is when we
You're
were
still
big.
kings. Stop it.
Nah, we've hit the peak. It's been a gradual decline.
It's the crawl to 1 million subscribers.
3 to 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
And you are right, because it's the end of the mailbag bit. So yeah, declined all the way there. If you have any lovely questions, theories, or lovely stories, which apparently you all do, or pictures of your dog, please send them.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Stop it. Bastard.
Or your dong, just send them in.
Mailbag@cultaholic.com. Wrist piss.
Maffew,
Hello.
before we commence with this Reese's piece,
Oh, hello.
I saw this one in the mailbag last week, didn't have room for it because we did 2 Reese's Pieces last week.
It was a long one.
And felt so bad that I replied to this guy with my own, from the mailbag email account, with my own, I did the Reese's Pieces for him personally. So I don't know whether to sit out of this one or...
I didn't look at your picks, but this is the only reason I saw it. And I thought to myself, we've had ourselves in a situation before where we've not had a wrist piss for the week. So it's like, while there's 2 good ones in there, so there is another one in there for next week, just in case we find ourselves short. So I was like, strike the fire while it's hot in terms of the wrist piss.
Makes sense.
Maybe my answers will have changed since last week because it's we'll find out what it's about.
Ooh, building tension. I like it. Wrist piss. Oh,
'Cause
they
I
even
felt-
typed up wrist piss. I like
felt
that.
bad because he'd made like a graph. He put effort in. He made a table, with different colours which you can't see on the printout. And I felt so bad I did it myself. I thought this deserves to be in.
Okay.
I'm glad it's in now.
Good afternoon to my favourite trio of scrummy wrestling nuts. Well done, soldiering
People
through
who don't know what this is about, they're going like, what?
what has no doubt been another girthy podcast.
Oh,
That's right.
yes.
As a reward, I present to you a piece of Reese with a little difference. A knockout-style format of 16 of the best wrestling entrance themes from over the years. 2 votes out of 3 seals a place the next round, and we'll carry on until only 1 theme is left standing.
Okay.
You're not just voting for the best banger of a tune, but also how fitting it is for the wrestler and the overall entrance production and crowd reaction.
Okay.
There are some noticeable exclusions, but I've narrowed it down to these 16. It is your job to narrow it down to 1. Here we go.
Here we go.
Round 1. Fight. CM Punk, Cult of Personality, or Edge, Mel Anus.
Metalingus, because I'm more of a this fire burns guy for CM Punk, you know.
He's taking it out my mouth.
Oh, right.
The words out my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, you're picking Edge then?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just matter then. Okay, so
Which one would you have picked?
I would have picked CM Punk.
Would
fair
you?
enough.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
I think it fits him.
As a song outside of wrestling, I prefer Living Colour, but not. Yeah.
Because he is a thingy of personality.
Yes.
Billy Gunn, Ass Man, Boop Boop, or The Rock, most recent.
The Rock's theme is really epic. I'm going for The Rock.
Mr. Ass.
Billy Gunn.
No.
We
the
love
guitar
to
solos. And the Rock's one.
I never. It's okay.
It sounds
Billy
too fake.
Gunn's.
Too fake for me, the Rock's theme.
The whole.
Too
NWO,
computerized.
Sorry, 2003 was the
No, I like
heel
the,
one.
I like the modern ones with the ridiculous guitar solos.
Hollywood Rock with a little helicopter bit at the start. Oh, fantastic.
Triple H the Game or HBK Sexy Boy.
Oh, dear.
Sexy Boy, because Triple H, I really like My Time. I think it's just because I started watching it in 2000. And Sexy Boy nails the feel, like the scuzzy guitar solo and stuff. So I'm going for that.
I'm going for Triple H.
I'm going for Sexy Boy. I think Triple H had way better themes than that. King of
Ooh,
Kings.
way better themes.
King of Kings is mine. All line the sand.
King of Kings
I think the game. I think the game's better than the King of Kings.
Bow down to
Nah.
the bow down.
That's like the end credits of the Triple H film.
Nah.
That would just be the.
Sick of the game. Stone Cold, classic or current? It's the same one. Or Vince McMahon, No Chance in Hell.
Oh, Austin. They're both good, but
I
fine.
prefer the Disturbed one.
oh no,
Oh, so you're saying
one-
Vince?
No, I'm going to say Stone Cold.
the one that OSW go.
Maybe.
Oh no, it's the
No.
that it's the to kill.
Step up. So what we got? Austin.
Austin.
Austin. Okay, never mind.
Austin.
Sami Zayn, Worlds Apart, or Adam Cole, It's All About the...
They're both really good. Is that one the Scar one? The
Yeah.
Probably Cole's.
I'm going to go for Sammy. Just because I don't like the pigeon noise that happens before he does the boom. You know how he counts them in now? It's like... Boom!
That's what they're for, the pigeons.
I know, I just don't like the pigeons.
You don't like them.
Don't go down the Tyne Bridge on a hot summer's day. It stinks.
Oh, man. They're not
They're
even
back.
pigeons, though.
I swear-
What are they?
I went-
Ketty Wilkes or
Ketty
something.
Wilkes,
Kitty
yeah.
Wilkes.
So last
I don't
night,
know.
I swear like 2 months ago, that was clean. The floor was clean
They
and
do
washed.
it every week. That's my drive to work.
Oh, I was having to
Every
drive along
week.
at the right time.
There's
All
that
right.
many birds.
Aye.
There's that many birds on the quayside. Leaving their mess everywhere.
Now then. All right. Worlds Apart, All About the Boom. They're both good. Boom.
Yeah.
Bits them better. Like a Prayer, Grado.
Oh,
Or Kurt Angle Medal.
controversial take. I think the edit ICW used of Like a Prayer is better than Madonna's.
Better than Like a Prayer.
Yeah.
Wait, which edit? The
But that's
Grado
got faster
Berg?
drums. No,
They've slightly changed
because
it.
the Madonna one's got like when you call.
You are right, by the way. I look and like
And the
I listen
ICW
on
one's
like
like-
It's more of
YouTube
a-
Music, and I go, "This isn't the
No.
ICW version." I realized it was a mix.
The ICW one's a bit more up tempo, and I'm going for that one.
I'm going for that one as well.
Oh, yeah, Grado, it's fine. Jericho Judas or Jericho Break Down the Walls?
Break down the walls.
Yeah, if they didn't make the singing along a thing and make it feel really forced, I'd be a different opinion. But yeah, break down the walls.
Oh, I'd say Judas, but that's fine. Real Man's Man for Regal or Batista I Walk Alone?
It's Batista.
Batista, yeah.
Why have you wasted one of your picks there with Regal's joke one? I'm not like to ask this person.
Yeah, tell him.
What were they called? Sorry.
Easton.
No.
Oh, we've not said yet.
No.
Are we not? Oh.
Oh, Linvoy Primus. Former Portsmouth centre back, absolute gentleman.
Yeah, Linvoy, why have you?
Yeah, thanks, Linvoy. Quarterfinals. So, Edge, Metal-Anus, or Billy Gunn,
Metal-Anus.
Assman. All the anatomy.
I'm going for Edge's one. I've got a new reason because his return at the Rumble, the lyrics made sense.
Yeah.
As well.
I'll go for Edge as well.
Okay, yeah, Edge, absolutely. And Sexy Boy or Stone Cold? Stone Cold.
Oh man. I think Sexy Boy.
I think Sexy Boy as well out of those two.
I'll pick the other one. But
Would you?
yeah. Adam Cole, All About the Boom or Grado Like a Prayer?
Like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Prayer. Break Down the Walls or Walk Alone?
Batista.
Batista, yeah.
Batista.
Thanks, Xavier Woods.
Making it easier.
Yeah.
So now it's Edge versus Sexy Boy.
Oh,
Edge for me.
I'm going for Michaels.
Pressure.
You know what? Metal-Anus has fit his theme way better than like HBK came out in 2010 with Sexy Boy when he wasn't a sexy or
He
a
is
boy.
still sexy.
But
He's not up for 10.
Metal-Anus works so well for the situations like he's cashing in, he's doing the crazy stuff. That hits. I'll say Edge.
I wonder if they'll ever release the SummerSlam version that he came out to with the organ. It was weird when he just came back to SummerSlam there. He didn't have Metal-Anus. He had this weird organy, broody, not broody.
Oh no! All right, I know what you mean. So I thought it was the Brood, and it's like it's not the Brood. Like a Prayer, Grado or Batista, Walk Alone.
Like a prayer.
It's like a prayer.
Grado. So
Honestly.
here it is, the grand finals of the Portsmouth Linvoy Primus Striker comes down to Edge, Metal-Anus or Grado's Like a Prayer.
It's probably like a prayer for me.
It's like a prayer for me.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. Grado.
Is it?
The most
If
recent
you're
of pieces.
sat there at home thinking this is a load of bollocks, you need to get yourself on YouTube and listen to the ICW mix. It's a lot more beaty.
Yeah.
Nice rhythm to it.
And Like a Prayer itself's a great song. Has he cheated Grado by having an existing banger? Oh, same Punk, you could have said the same
Oh,
thing.
you mean Linvoy Primus is going to have to send that in, but with just all real themes. Or real music.
We'll go for Grado. We'll go. He's a
I
worthy
should say, former Manchester City forward Darius Vassell or Lewis from Blackpool, yours is next week.
Okay, why are they all...
I don't know why it's taken
I
off.
was a huge fan of Vassell when I was a kid for some reason. I don't know why.
Thanks for all the hard work you all do. Like most people who contact, I have been a long-time fan, and you guys keep me happier than a dog with two willies. Ooh. On my daily commutes to and from the office. Keep being awesome. Best regards, Linvoy Primus XXX. Thank you, Linvoy and Madonna. Fantastic Reese's Pieces there. Thank you very much. Please send them, if you have any, to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Make sure you put Reese's Pieces in the title. Much appreciated.
Yes.
It's Cultaholics.
Oh, yeah.
What a lovely, scrumptious podcast we've had.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. Just some time to say thank you very much to our producers. Reno2200. Say something.
2200.
Hey. Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Nick Harby.
Harby.
And Buddy.
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 Hey,
buddy.
You're lovely producers.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate
everyone.
your patronage and hope you have a lovely day. Now, it comes to our big question, which this week, because of CM Punk finally showing up, after reports from, was it WizardCon or Comic Con? Who's that? I forget which one it is. They all blend together in my head.
And
that
Wooly-
he was walking around like he was in obvious pain and all this, and he showed how obviously in pain he was by like hopping on one leg and going, I'm absolutely fine, don't worry about it, on AEW. What is the best comeback
Or return.
or return, if you want to call it like that, in wrestling?
Woolly mammoths.
Yes.
Of course. Can't wait.
The one that I'm just going for the one that made me the most excited as a child when you're a wrestling fan at its purest, and that was for me. It's early 2002. It's nearly the Rumble. I'm missing a certain denim-y man in my life. And not only does he come out with more denim than I could have possibly wished for, but he comes back like 3 times the size he was when he went away. It's Triple H in the build of the 2002 Royal Rumble. That was mine, because even though it wasn't a surprise run-in or something like that, as a kid, that's when I was most excited, because he was my favourite wrestler for some reason, even though Austin and The Rock were amazing looking back. I was a Triple H guy, and I'd hated that pesky Kurt Angle, and I wanted someone to sort him right out. Triple H did. And I fell for the ending of the 2002 Rumble as well, when you thought, I'm like, oh no! And then he gets him, and I'm like, yeah. So mine would be, just as a child, Triple H 2002.
Good pick.
Just because I was a part of it. In that, no, I didn't do anything.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I was in the crowd at WrestleMania 33, and it was the loudest thing I'll ever be a part of as a wrestling fan, I assume. The Hardy Boys.
That was great. Yeah.
Radio Rendell, I think the term is.
Yes, I've heard that term.
Because I was hoodwinked. I was like, oh, the New Day who were out in the start of the show dressed in their fancy stuff, and then they came out for this bit in their gear. They start slowly taking off. I was like, oh, it's going to be them. But no. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And even in the internet age we live in, they were still able to keep that secret, which I think is very impressive.
I failed. Because I'd interviewed them the night before, and I didn't dig deep enough.
Yeah, they wouldn't have given it,
If I was a real journalism, they would have. If I was Louis Theroux. Where are you guys going next week? Tomorrow, even.
Yeah. Are you wrestlers?
Open-handed slap.
Yeah. Was it
That
Raven saying like the first 10 seconds of this is like, you're asking who I am. You haven't done any research for this.
He says it so nicely. Doesn't he? Before you set off on this endeavour.
Yeah,
Shouldn't you have done this?
And he goes like, no, not really. It's like, that's all right. Meeting of the minds that. I am picking just for the sheer shock value and didn't expect it at all. John Cena, Rumble 08.
Ooh.
When he got suspended for drugs and then came back.
That's not just a theory. That's a game theory. John Cena didn't get enough of that suspension very well, allegedly.
I'm joking, everybody.
Of course, sorry. This is the.
You have to clarify sometimes.
Yes, yeah, beg your pardon. Sorry, it was one of these crazy conspiracies you read about. No, not those ones. That John Cena wasn't, in fact, injured even, but he was actually, no, it's not worth going into. John Cena coming back. And the reaction he gets.
He did the cool head down,
Amazing.
and then he lifted his head up.
And I was the first.
And did that. Actually, we done that.
Because it's Madison Square Garden as well. They're all like really close, so they go, oh! And as you get to the ring, it's like, you see that coming? Boo!
No,
Such a great
they
reaction.
were still kind of happy. It was.
It took the boost of while they come in, but it was.
Yeah.
And that was Rumble 08, so that was the first HD WWE pay-per-view. And they're at Madison Square Garden, so it's just, really loud crowd, really into it. Oh, good moment.
It's very good.
Special mention to CM Punk returning to wrestling
Yes.
last year.
Yes.
That was good, that. I stayed up at home.
I stayed
As
up
we
at
all
home.
did. We both did.
We're all at home.
We're all chatting at home.
I watched it with Owen, sat by my side on the sofa.
Hand in hand.
Yeah. Crying in each other's arms. He's back. I can't believe it. No, it was genuinely really cool. And I like the video they put out of the behind the scenes of all the camera switches and stuff, like the production shot. I was like, bloody hell, that's a hard job.
Yeah, because it's just that little tease that they're doing now with Gargano, Darby Allin. Oh, yeah? Well, I think I'm the best in the world. It's like, he said the thing. So, yeah. Think I'll be the same when Gargano comes back.
The CM Punk? What?
Yeah, you know
Do you think
what?
it'll be... Wait, what do you mean?
Do you think the crowd be like, yeah, Gargano's back? Or if it's like...
I think...
Because it wasn't a Raw guy.
It depends what town, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know.
was on Raw for a
Oh.
2-month stretch with
Yeah, and they're like, no.
a
I
tag
reckon,
team.
No.
I reckon they might save it for a pay-per-view where the crowds typically are more hardcore than TV.
Did he get a WrestleMania match out of that? Was he on 35?
I don't think he was.
In the tag team? Oh, no, it was Aleister Black and Triple H.
Yeah.
Don't have to mistake
In the big four-way tag, yeah. That was a good match, that, though. I remember that.
That's another underrated return, back to AEW we go, is obviously the return to wrestling of Jake Hager on the first ever Dynamite
That's a good one.
after his stint in 5-star wrestling. God.
Dr. Luther,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
another great one.
The Great Khali.
That's when they had like 15 people on the roster, and one of them was Doctor.
That's true, yeah. There's like, my God, he's here. He's made a good niche for himself, though.
Oh, aye, being Jericho's pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sound like a skater dude. Surfer dude.
Yeah,
then.
you were surprised at his voice.
Yeah, really surprised.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dr. Luther, bro.
I've never heard him say that.
Cowabunga.
He's like, referee! Whatever. That's how you should talk. But I'm around him.
Death matches in Japan.
I knew Lionheart before you did.
Yeah. Would he be allowed to buy a shirt
Oh, yeah.
at the
Yeah,
surf place?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
He
He sounds the part.
sounds like Snake from The Simpsons. Boy.
That was good, though. Can you do that again?
Should I do it at the end when we sign off?
Yeah. That's the thing we'll do. We'll point the screen. Yeah, some good returns. I think some others, but
I mean, it's more of a debut Cole Bryan at All Out, isn't it?
does Jericho showing up on Raw?
I was going, yeah. Whoa, what happened there, Dan? Are we okay?
Oh, no.
We're still on the air.
Apparently it doesn't count. Sorry.
The Jericho return at the Rumble when he was... Who's that down there? It's Chris Jericho. Was that the surprise one, or was that the one where they knew he was coming? There was two in a row. One Rumble he turned up. 2012 Rumble I'm thinking of. That was a good one. 2013 is the one he should have won but didn't? Or was that 2012?
2012 was the one with Sheamus.
Oh, the one he should have won but didn't.
Yeah.
2013 is the one where Cena won. That's it, yeah.
The return of Drew McIntyre to WWE in the
Yes.
front row at TakeOver Orlando.
Oh.
Send us into shockwaves.
Yeah.
He was just on out.
Yeah, he didn't say a damn thing. Well done.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre to WCPW and to ICW. He's done the same kind of comeback.
Oh, Joseph Connors to WCPW.
Oh, yes. Rubbing my thighs for that one.
Yeah.
Wow. The crowd, it was really good that they'd forgotten the start of his entrance theme, because there was the little
Yeah.
a bit like the start of Glorious.
If there's a large portion of this watching audience that don't give a toss about WCPW, do you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
Let
yeah.
us know in the mailbag or in the
Yeah.
comments.
Definitely don't care, but it's fine. Find Joseph Connors' return, though. Oh, it's great.
Cody Rhodes to WWE.
It was a big moment.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Road Dogg at Rumble 2014 or 13, I think.
Would have been 13, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 13, sorry.
Yeah.
And because it's like, he hasn't been around for decades at this point. Not decades, sorry. No, it's not right, is it? Years, I'll say. And hasn't done anything in wrestling anywhere near the same level. Soon as all that crowd heard, do, everyone in unison yelling it as loud as they can.
It would have been like 12 years, wouldn't it, in WWE? 01?
01, yeah.
You didn't
oh,
know
yeah, that's
you
right,
better
yeah.
call somebody, the D-O-double-G and
That's
K
right.
quick
That's
and
the music
rowdy.
issue that
Yeah,
came
rowdy.
out back to, yeah.
Still my favourite breakdown. I don't know if that's the right word in the song, when Road Dogg just gets all soulful and starts going like, oh, yeah.
I've never listened to that.
Rowdy. Oh, listen further on the song.
No.
It is unbelievable.
Some of these songs, when they go on for so long,
It is fantastic.
It's like it jumps on, it's like, it doesn't matter at this point, they're already in the ring.
I'll
it
get
really
it
Road
ready.
Dogg?
I'll
Is it
get it
really?
ready for
Yeah,
after the
thank
podcast
you.
going off the air.
But I think we've answered that question pretty admirably. We
Yes.
do our best.
Yes.
So now,
Leave yours in the comment section
yeah,
down
please
below.
let us know. But that is all we have time for.
Aye.
Can you believe it? Jack, do you have anything to plug for until next time we meet?
Matthew, it's big news. CM Punk came back last night,
Did
so
he?
we can finally release my true story of the summer of Punk.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
That's going out it's tonight at the time of recording, so that'll already be out now. So check it out on the
Fantastic.
channel. It's the original Summer of Punk in Ring of Honor.
I can't wait to watch that.
Thank you to Richard Tubman for editing it, and
Oh, come on. Too soon.
he'll be editing the next one that I've written as well. Ooh.
Oh.
It's going to be his first assignment while he's over in Japan, trying to ignore us and have a lovely time. Oh, can you just edit this video for us, please, Richard? Yeah. And that's and Twitch every Wednesday at 6 p.m. with Owen. Up the Fabes.
Up the Fabes.
Up the Fabes.
What about yourself, Ross?
I'll tell you next week, because I've just been writing stuff and I'll be recording it early next week. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it'll be coming out after next week's podcast. So I might as well save it till then.
Fantastic.
What about you, Matthew?
Starting Terry Funk's book this Sunday.
It's just so depressing, maybe.
No, it's I've already read it before. It's hilarious.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's good.
He's got that dry wit, and obviously he's had more crazy stories in 1 week than I'll have in a lifetime. So, no. It'll be a stark contrast to Dynamite Kid's book.
Okay.
Completely unrepentant to the very end. Yeah, I know. It's just like that. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
Wrestling there. Oh, it was a good laugh. All right, pal. So, doing that on the Twitch on Sundays. Nothing else planned apart from the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review with me and Tom, because I'm just focusing on getting my life sorted out.
Cool. Sounds like you had a nice week, though.
Oh, I've had a lovely week.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely week. No complaints from me whatsoever. No complaints from you either, the wonderful listeners or viewers. You can send your thoughts, queries, or pictures of your pets to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Oh, you
and of
dick.
course, stop it. And the Hall of Fame, patreon.com/Cultaholic. But this has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been myself. That's been Not Tubman. Now, we're gonna
dear
I'm
God.
sorry. It's just because you did the thing.
That's a real human there.
The real man.
Nearly human. He's from
Ryle,
Sunderland.
yo.
I'm sorry, pal. You did a magnificent job. We really appreciate your hard work, pal. But now we're going to point at this. He's going to edit all my audio.
I've heard you don't even pay him for Indian
No,
meals.
stop it. If the money was just resting my account. Go point at the screen and say, snakes, bye.
Yeah, okay.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Getting rowdy.